Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are watching Turning on Logo. You are welcome to this program. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this program. Thank you. Ẹyẹ èèyàn mi ẹ jábọ́ sórí oko àgbé ìbúgbẹ sí mọ àwa náà ní àsìbò díẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ Tenny ọmọ ológo káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì Tenny ọmọ ológo Empress Tenny ọmọ ológo TV gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ní láǹfààní láti wò mí bóyá lórí Facebook àbí YouTube torí mo rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń complain fún mi pé wọ́n ti block yín ní orí page bóyá ẹ lè comment àbí ẹ lè check mi àbí ẹ lè wo ohun tí mò ń ṣe àwọn tó ń ṣe bí ni I didn't block anybody mo mọ àwọn tí mo blog because mo rí pé àwọn loyal fans mi ní àwọn loyal followers mi ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń block iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àwọn ènìyàn ni iṣẹ́ ibi tí wọ́n ń ṣe ni but àwa fà wọ́n lókòtò Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ ó nìkan lọ́ba tó ń ṣe ìdájọ́ ọba ìfẹ́ pínran wọ́n ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ láyé Goodluck Jonathan nígbà tó náà fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe campaign mọ̀dàrú bàbá wọn ti sọ ìyẹn Jagaban ìyẹn Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó sọ in publicly ó lóun ṣe campaign mọ̀dàrú ó ṣe fún Goodluck Jonathan torí pé ó fẹ́ wọlé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní criticize ẹ̀ blackmail ẹ̀ say many things because of pé wọn ò fẹ́ lórí ipò nítorí Muhammadu Buhari tó wà ń bẹ̀ nísìn ẹni tí wọ́n ti torí ẹ̀ ṣe campaign mọ̀dàrú ó ní nǹkan tó ti ṣe fún wọn náà and then nígbàyé what is the name of this governor? Governor Ambode in Lagos State as well. They criticize him, blackmailing him, and many things. They bully him on social media and everywhere. That is their own job. Please don't forget to share this program and like it. Afeso Lori Awon, who will be the next candidate and who will be the next governor of Lagos State? It is Sawolu or Gbadebo vivior Jandor Adeniran. Ta ló máa jẹ́ àbí àwọn míì tó jẹ́ pé àti ẹ̀ tí ìrorúkọ wọn níta ẹni tó fẹ́ jẹ́ but a máa feel lórí gbogbo ohun tí Sanwó-Olú sọ nínú àwọn debate wọ́n ṣe ìzí Gbadebo ṣe àti tí Jandor ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá la máa bẹ̀wò ká tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wọ síwájú. We are not criticizing anybody here. We are not bullying and we are not we say no to cyberbullying and criticizing tribalism and many more. So God bless you. Ntawa dúró fún ni òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní èmi Tenny ọmọ ológo stand lé lórí òmìnira ká kúrò nínú oko ẹrú ká kúrò nínú wàhálà ká kúrò nínú ìdààmú ká kúrò lọ́wọ́ pé àwọn ọmọ wa ká jìyà lórí wọn káwọn ọmọ yẹn ká máa sọ pé àwọn ọmọ wa ní future kó dẹ̀ jẹ́ páwa náà la máa bọ́ ọmọ nígbà tí òbí bá wà láyé tó bí ọmọ tó jìyà lórí ọmọ tó ṣe wàhálà tó tásìkò tó yẹ kó jẹun ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé olóòlò tó ń ṣe wàhálà tí tó fi máa dọjọ́ ogbó ìyẹn la nílò because tá a bá ń bá báyìí lọ ìyẹn mì wípé wọ́n ló máa jìyà lórí ọmọ yẹn torí àwọn tó wà nípò agbára nìkan náà máa jọrọ rẹ̀ lọ ọmọ tí wọ́n níwọ̀ bí òun ní jẹ́ kó jèrè rẹ̀ tó bá tásìkò lẹ́yìn wọ̀ látọmọ tiẹ̀ náà bá fẹ́ gbé nǹkan kan bí wọ́n gangan fúnra ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa castigate ẹ̀ máa yọ àwọn kò mú nǹkan rọ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú náà máa gbé jáde tẹ́ bá ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ mi ẹ bá mi like ètò yìí ẹ̀ ní sórí burúkú àgbà kò ní ṣe yín ẹ fà wọ́n lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ bàbá mi ayé ṣe wọ́n complain fún mi tí mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mi ò lè ever láyé block wọn many more like that wọ́n complain pé wọ́n block àwọn ní gbogbo orí pages mi tí wọ́n rí bí comment àbí ṣe nǹkan kan tó máa ti rí ọ̀pọ̀ comment jù àbọ̀n rí pé ó stick pẹ̀lú page mi wọ́n máa ń ṣe ibi yẹn ó ń pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tán máa ń ṣe kà ṣùgbọ́n ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ń bọ̀ lórí wọn alágbára ayé ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe lọ now thank you ẹ káàbọ̀ yá mi Tóyìn Adéoyè Waris Jinadu Bọ́lá Tító Àlàbí Moro Fáyọ̀ gbogbo yín pátá ni mo kí bí ẹ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ mi ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ káàsán ẹ káalẹ́ á dára fún gbogbo yín lénìí ká má bàa gba táìmù yín ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ sáré lọ sí orí ti Sanwó-Olú láti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí orí ti Gbadebo and then orí ti Jandor a máa gbọ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ohun tí wọ́n ní fún Lagos State àti nǹkan tó wà ní wọn without abusing anybody so ẹ̀yin lẹ máa choose ẹni tẹ́ máa vote fún nínú gbogbo wọn èmi kọ́ ni mo máa choose ẹ̀yin lẹ máa choose torí pé mi ò sí níbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó dáa ni mo fẹ́ fún yín nílùú Èkó mi ń ṣe ọmọ Èkó mi ò sí ní rẹ̀gbẹ̀rẹ̀gbẹ̀ Èkó rárá mi ò dẹ̀ ní nǹkan kan nílùú Èkó but n tó máa rọ̀ yín lọ́rùn tó máa fún yín ní ìgbáyé gbẹ́rọ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé tí ẹ bá fẹ́ protest tàbí tí ẹ bá fẹ́ fẹ̀rọ̀nù yín wọ̀n ní kó bọ̀ wá pa yín mọ́ bí tẹ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rí anything mistake tẹ́ fẹ́ complain lé lórí wọn ní ṣe bí fún yín wọ́n á list sí yín as pé bóyá àwọn náà bímọ and then ká máa sọ pé lágbájá kan ni ò lè ṣe tàmẹ̀dò kan ló lè ṣe ká máa ṣèkà bàjẹ́ èèyàn gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó bá jókòó pé òun ò fẹ́ ká gbóhùn mi láyé ọ̀run á bá mi fi ikú òjijì pàdé rẹ̀ bàbá mi Julius Oríaládé ẹ káàbọ̀ sir thank you so much sir ẹ jẹ́ kan mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ń ṣe bí ẹ fẹ́ kán gbọ́ tẹ́ni ọmọ ológun inú ń bí yín inú tẹ́nísà ń bínú ara yín ń bí yín ọmọ ológun ẹgbẹ́ ọkọ̀ yẹn gan ó lalẹ̀ hù inú tún ti ń bí yín burú ẹ dákun kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àríra wa ń ta ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí Sanwó-Olú jàre.
Right, Your Excellency, good to have you here on International Women's Day, and thanks for speaking to all those issues. But let's go to real politics now.
Yeah.
This conundrum of who is a Lagosian and the ethnic bigotry and bias going on, that a lot of people have touted people that are peddling in the state. I mean, what are you going to say? Are you going to condemn this, that some people are not from Lagos? Also, are you going to condemn the thuggery that is going on in Lagos? People were beaten for going to vote last week. All sorts of thuggery happened. Good to have you here on International Women's Day, and thanks for speaking to all those issues. But let's go to real politics now.
Yeah.
This conundrum of who is a Lagosian and the ethnic bigotry and bias going on, that a lot of people have touted people that are peddling in the state. I mean, what are you going to say? Are you going to condemn this, that some people are not from Lagos? Also, are you going to condemn the thuggery that is going on in Lagos? People were beaten for going to vote last week. All sorts of thuggery happened. And this thuggery also happened somewhere in Surulere that led you not going to the debate, which a lot of people have been asking, that as the chief security officer, why didn't you come to the debate? Are you going to condemn this thuggery? And what are you going to say for those that are causing chaos in this center of excellence?
You said it, it's center of excellence. And that's a word in which I want to, so if indeed we're excellent, there's some things that we need to be able to be globally competitive with, the resilience, our ability to make sure Lagos continue to, create opportunity for everyone. FD highest numbers in the country shows that Lagos continue to wrap up, right? So, but in terms of specifics, to the extent that we do all of these identified trainings and bringing skills out, we also don't have rules over who comes into Lagos at what point. We don't have a border post at Ojota or anywhere coming into Lagos. So we usually have a challenge to know where are all of these people coming from. Because for us, a Lagos that is a center of excellence must continue to speak to that excellence in every sense of it. It's a place where people come in, do business, do well, and they can create wealth for themselves and their family and the ecosystem, the community in which they live. That is our primary, driver, right? Any other thing that comes out will be a distraction for us, right, which we will need to deal. So to answer your question very well, it's condemnable, and I totally condemn it. It's not acceptable. It's not something that any, forward-looking government will want to.
So you condemn the ethnic bigotry.
Oh, absolutely.
And those that are saying some people are Igbos, they're not from Lagos, you condemn all of that.
So first thing first is that the first thing is we're human beings. That's the first thing, right? And the very next level is that we're Nigerians, which is a put together that is not you and I that created it. The moment we can put that into inclusion, then the next question we'll ask ourselves is, okay, so Ayo needs to go to an hospital. At the point of she's going to deliver, would she say that she needs a Yoruba doctor or she needs an Igbo doctor for her baby to be catched? Or you are going to a bakery and you want to ask that you want a Yoruba bread that is manufactured as against, an Igbo bread. Or Ruben here will go to a butcher and says, it's only the meat that has been cut by an Hausa man and a Yoruba man that I'm going to eat. For as long as those don't divide us, for as long as those are not the parentheses in which we judge ourselves, these other lines that politics has brought, it's just supposed to be a little dot and move away very, very quickly. We should not even ventilate it. We should not give it anything to hold a space in us. Because what drives us is that I want to enter an Uber. I'm not asking you, where are you from? I want to go into a bakery. I'm not asking who baked this bread. Those are the things, in my view, that defines the excellence that we have in Lagos. And that's what we should promote, right? We could have a flash, to say that, this person is not from my town. Which town? Right? We're Nigerians, we're human beings. Nobody has, that domineering thing about it. So the real, answer to that is it's not something that I will, push for. It's not something that, I would continue to ventilate. But I understand and I also appreciate that in local communities, there are cultural issues. There are cultural issues that people want to preserve based on the number of years they've been in a place or something. So those also could be, respect, because you are, in a place where some people say we've been here for 300, 400, 500 years. These are the ways in which we do things. But the world is actually indeed becoming a single dot, a global market.
Okay. So I also want to talk about the case of thuggery. Thuggery was so rife that you claimed it prevented you from going to the debates, that you don't want to stand and gun violence and on all of that.
Yes.
So, but what would you like to say about the thuggery that happened during the elections? Are you going to condemn it?
It's totally.
And a lot of people are saying the state should be able to clamp down on the talks. What are you going to do as regards that? And why didn't you attend the debate? People are asking.
So there are too many things you are putting together.
Sorry, I mean, I only get to see you once.
No, well, it's a no. I like that, but it's condemnable. No society, no leader worth his worth will indeed allow a state to be run by people that we cannot even identify. Right? So that's condemnable. And I think the military, the entire security operatives should be able to deal with that. I mean, I was in my house, like I'm sure with all of you, and so it's not something we should entertain in our society. To ask the question around why did I, it would have been nice if Arise have invited me, I probably would have turned up, but, and I did that, and I put out a statement, and I told the organizers that if you want to be in a leadership position to run the 6th largest economy, right, in Africa, there are some rules that you should not be found. We saw brazenly on social media, right, branded vehicles with guns, with cutlasses in a neighborhood in broad daylight, right, few days to that. It's totally unacceptable, right? And because of that, and I said, I will not stand on the same platform. I will not, well, that's in a way. I will not stand on the same with such, I mean,
Governor.
Well, I mean, it's a government standing up.
In the studio here.
Yes, sir.
Somebody sent a message, said Labor Tsunami has forced Sawolu out to start talking to the media. And I guess the person was referring to the fact that the presidential candidate of your party, now president-elect, lost to Labour in Lagos State. Yeah. Now, the question is, what is the lesson that you have learned from that you have taken away from that, particularly with regard to how young people of Lagos State voted on February 25th.
So, it's an interesting discussion, right? And we need to look at it globally because a candidate who is a presidential president-elect now, right, will have looked at the map of Nigeria, clearly. Lagos is one of his base. But for him to have won that election, he probably would have looked at Lagos and looked at the big case, which is Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina, right? Interestingly, all of those first states did not go favorable for him. So it is beyond even Lagos. It is to look at the election and how it has turned out, and that's what even historians and political discussants need to also further dimension. But for us, in 1 week, we've been able to identify and look critically as into what went wrong, right? And some of them were not just chipping it, right? The Muslim ticket played a role because we knew that there were a lot of this. Lagos is also center of, a lot of Christian, population and rest, and we had the information, so it's there, right? The other reasons are some people say that from their own ethnic nationality, this is the first time they're having a son on the ballot, so it's good, it's not good. Now my Peking, I'm going to go ahead and deal with it. So we cannot fault anybody. That's the beauty of democracy. The third reason is that we ourselves have our own internal wrangling and we have our own internal issues that we're not able to resolve, or we haven't resolved fully, before we went, into the election. So in my view, these are some of the things that has indeed affected. And you also, you've also mentioned, the issue about the youth, right? It's also not something that we should play down on. But for me, the real conversation is if we claim that Lagos has 6.7 million or thereabout voters that have collected PVC, so why do we have only less than 20% voter turnout? So those are the main things that we need to also critique, and find out what do we need to do additionally for people to want to come out and exercise their civil, duty. It's a national call, right? It's not an APC or a Labour or a PDP thing. It's a national, assignment that we believe our citizens must be able to respond. Why? Less than 20%. You know how well you were talking about PVC collection, extensions, you draw the line. And so at the end of the day, why did they show up? So maybe these are some of the things. So it's not a true reflective, given less than 20%, it's not a true reflective of a total negotiation. And that's why I'm out to ensure that a 3 million, a 2.5 million becomes a decent percentage of Lagosians that must, come out to vote.
The people came out. The problem is that they were disenfranchised by the incompetence of INEC, because we were all part of that election. Okay. We all witnessed it. But, okay.
Well,
what plans do you have for the young people of Lagos State?
A lot.
Because they are very critical of you.
Well, yes, and they're my children, they're my bosses in some space, because I identify with all of them. I identify with all of them at various levels, right? It's a large number, right? And there's no way you can do it. You can satisfy every single person. I'm not the greatest person that engage, on social. I'm not the greatest because there's a lot of roll-off sleeves that you need to get to work. But in terms of specifics, everything that we're doing is very, intentional to look at how do we get people out of the poverty market? How do we get people out of the unemployment market, right? So if I do a road construction, right, the road construction is not for me. It's about, the number of youth that are working as supervisors, as laborers, as engineers on that site. So it has a trickle effect. That's how the pyramids actually work, right? For every infrastructure intervention, it is meant to be money for some youth who is energetic, who can also provide, for his family. And other areas which they want is technology, for example. We are the only state in the country, right, that has provided that enabling environment. In less than 2 years, we've seen international, labels within international communities, international organizations coming into Lagos to make foreign direct investment, runs into billions. In fact, Lagos consistently has become the tech startups in Africa. And it's because of the regulatory environment. It's because of the economic, that were provided for them. What do I mean? We've just done 3,000 kilometers, right, on fiber duct connectivity. That will reduce, the cost of internet penetration, reduce the cost, for them to have data. There's so many of them that are living in Lagos that are working for companies in US and Canada. It's because of the speed at which their computers can work. That's what has given them that. Look at entertainment. They have so much, that is going on their music. It's also because of internet penetration. So the telcos know that we've provided the infrastructure backbone. We've provided that enabling environment. So you might not see it as a direct, correlation from me, but as a direct correlation from my decision, my investment, and my policy have allowed for them to be here.
All right, thank you. So very quickly, when we talk about young people, when we look at the legacy of the first 4 years of the Governor Sawolu administration, you talk about infrastructure, you're big on that. You talk about what you've done in maternal mortality. But one thing that the young people talk about is your response to the NSAS protest. Lagos State was the epicenter. I'm sure you didn't imagine that you'd come for an interview and not speak about that. Because that's one of the grievances of the young people and why they say they're not going to vote for you on Saturday. So in terms of the role that you played, are there lessons from how you handled or responded to the young people's agitations for NSAS in 2020? Hold on a second, sir, please. Okay. And also, in responding to that, what would you have done better? Because the young people are listening. It's big on their hearts. And so they want you to speak to them as their chief executive officer, how you would have handled their agitations perhaps better because they felt that you put them in a very precarious situation and that there's some errors that you denied that actually happened. And the second part of that question is on security. A few minutes ago, you talked about the fact that with the security, you didn't attend debates for that. However, many Lagosians can't say that. They are on the streets of Lagos and they're afraid. And unlike you, sir, they don't have the security protection that your office offers. So do you think security has fared better in the 4 years of you being governor? And how better would you handle security in Lagos?
I would have wanted a longer time to explain because you've touched on very critical things. My role played, lessons learned, absolutely. There's no leader that will, worth his while, that will not do, a forensic analysis of what happened. But if you want to, for once, just drop it, right, and do a role play, put yourself in my situation and, just watch and not listen to what I think I want to hear, but hear what truly actually happened, and not just social media, In fact, the NSAS had started almost 3 weeks before that incident of October 20, almost 3 weeks. So it had built up, in itself in various locations. People have come to some certain locations as a place where they can always aggregate on a daily basis. I was the first governor that went there to meet with them nationwide. It didn't start in Lagos, but when it got to, I was the first, right? Waters and all sorts. That's the price of leadership. I was one that took the 4-4 or the 5-for-5. To Mr. President, with pictures, with everything. I was the first that set up, right, a fund for people that were either had been molested by police to come forward and get restitution, right? I was the first. I was the first that set up, a tribunal and a panel. In all of these things, I was the first. Move forward. The incident on that night happened. I was in my house with some cabinet members when it happened, so we didn't have an idea at all. In terms of the question they asked, who ordered the shooting and also, who ordered for a CPS not to listen to me when I went to Magodo the other day? So you can see who ordered that. We had election last Saturday. There were more military out there, than police. Who ordered? It's not in my remit. It's not in my space. But if we just drop it for 1 second and just do a role play, right, and ask what were my own actions before, during, and after. I went out that night. I went to all the hospitals, that we could have patients. I went out at 12 midnight, right, and I saw things for myself. And I reported what I saw. 8 o'clock the following morning. At 10, 11 o'clock, things could have changed, but I reported what I saw, right? And I would not deny what I didn't see to what people want me to say. And I want to speak to the youth and say that indeed, I am a father, I'm a leader, I'm a man that truly understands the pain that parents bear, the challenge that you have as a young person. I have been a startup myself. At 25, I owned a small company that crashed at 26. I've lost money before. I understand what it is for a young person to be out there sweating yourself out and not being able to meet up what it is. So I will be the least person that will disenfranchise or that will mess them up. So the lessons and the learning of NSAS is not lost on me. Will we do a few things differently? Yes, we will, right? But I just need to say that we need to leave this idea around there was a big bust that happened. No. And one other thing, right? All of the people, and I'm saying this for the first time on national TV, all of the people that claim that they were either injured or they were affected in one form or the other, I, Babajide Sawolu, have reached out to them and I've supported, I've given them jobs, I've given them empowerment, I've given them things for them to start with. And that's why you don't see anybody during this campaign trail coming out to say that I was an NSAS event, I lost something, and because I have taken it up, and I feel that is not a thing for the papers. That is something for me as a father, as a leader, to do for them and clear this hair around it. Don't forget, it was 2022 that we had COVID. I lost citizens. After that event of 2020, it was October, in December, we lost the highest number of fatality on COVID. Based on all of the things that happened. We lost 7, 8 professors in 1 week. And so let's be big and see the bigger picture, right? And people have asked me, what are the things, that always bleeds your heart when you wake up? Is the fact that my young kids, my unicorns, my self-start young people do not do a role play for 1 second. Don't put things in your head that this is the only way and that's what has happened. No. Just for 1 second, drop it and do a reflective mode and play it back. It wasn't a flash incident. It was an incident that has piled up for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. And for whatever reason, I didn't have control. I don't control the police. I don't control the media. We've still on the conversation just to do state police. We've been on it for 3-4 years. We've been on it. And to answer your second question on security, that has been. I was, and almighty Dr. Ruben is here. We were both on the first board of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. I was one of the people that set it up. And that has been a model that is helping us to fully equip, the Lagos State Police Command, including buying diesel, buying fuel, buying everything for them. At some point, I had to buy ammunition for them just to keep them safe. Vehicles, those runs into hundreds. That's a minimum I can do. Encourage them, but for them to do the policing, that's their role, right? And for as long as it's still a national, health agency with just a small dotted line with me, there's not a lot that I can do.
At this point, well, so much to talk about, but we would like to thank you for joining us on the morning show, Governor Babajide Sawolu of Lagos.
Thank you for watching this. Only etigbon but ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ àwọn tí ó kù kó tó di pé
So the runner-up in Nigeria's presidential election.
We need to hear from our other side, like the first. Let me give you the Gbadebo. We have for debate. Okay. A ní ọ̀rọ̀ láti ẹnu Gbadebo. A máa gbọ́ tẹnu Gbadebo, vivior and a máa gbọ́ títí Jandor Adeniran. And ẹ̀yin lè máa choose tí ẹ bá fẹ́ ńbẹ̀ because Ominira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá la fẹ́, which àti ní agbára láti lè gba ààrẹ torí pé ààrẹ míì ti jẹ, wọ́n ti fi ẹlòmíì jẹ lọ́wọ́, so tí wọ́n ti swearing in, so gbà tó bá wọlé yẹn àwọn lè mímọ̀ wípé ìdájọ́ yẹn ó kù sí ọwọ́ wọn, kì í sí ọwọ́ nìkan.
Well, because
láti máa ṣe ìdájọ́.
on Saturday.
So what capacity do you bring to the table, for example? Do you have
Ensure that we have a robust local government of platforms.
Now,
virtually. Thank you so much, GRV, for joining us tonight. It's just a few days before the governorship race. Can you tell us, why should Lagosians vote for you on Saturday?
Well, because we are offering a very unique proposition. We are offering a Lagos that's going to work for the people and is centered around transparency and accountability. A Lagos in which innovation will be the key guiding principles, and it will be a Lagos of platforms that will be able to deliver dividends of democracy for the people of Lagos. And its development will not be tied to the purse strings of the state, because we're running an open government, transparent government that is solely focused on gaining back the trust of the people and industries and the private sector in government. So these are some of the reasons. We're also going to ensure that we have a Lagos that is number one in terms of ease of doing business. We have a Lagos that actual waste management happens in, not the current situation of picking and dumping, and the waste management system that's domiciled at the local government level. We're also looking to ensure that we have a robust local government system that's manned by people that are potential governors, visionaries, and people that love their people and are committed to creating the best local government and delivering the best possible services. And we also have a Lagos that will be free from the aggro situation, because we'll convert these young men that are wasting their lives away on the streets, gaining 120 billion every year for some unknown person that's not accounted for, and we'll give them skills and abilities that will allow them to be productive members of society. So these are some of the reasons why we're looking to get the votes of the people of Lagos on Saturday.
So what capacity do you bring to the table, for example? Do you have what it takes to govern a state as Lagos State? Did you get that?
No, I cannot.
Okay, so the question is, do you have the capacity? What kind of track record do you bring to the table to earn the votes of the people of Lagos? Did you get that? The manner in which I'm asking the question, because we're in the final lap to this.
For your information, this is another person. Gbadebo vivior, but this is Jandor Adeniran. Is another party like a PDP. So I'm about here. Ẹ ti gbọ́ tẹnu Sanwó-Olú ibi tó bá ṣẹ̀dé tó ló bá ṣẹ̀dé tó ń ṣe nǹkan. You don't need to be abusing or criticizing anybody here today. So I'm also the reality that we are not for bullying. So if you are here to attacking me or attacking Teddy Omologo page, I will tell you your own generation suffer kuni torí wípé ẹ̀yin ò ṣe tó tẹ́ fẹ́ bọ́. And èmi ti ṣe tó tí mo fẹ́ bọ́ mo dẹ̀ ṣe tó láti kó àwọn èèyàn mi kúrò ní oko ẹrú. Tẹ́ bá sọ pé òmìnira Yorùbá ẹ ní ẹ fẹ́ kí nation yẹn kó dúró. So now ńgbà tẹ́ fẹ́ kí nation dúró, and I have to let you know that òmìnira máa dúró pẹ̀lú by force. By fire by force. Tẹ́ bá wá fẹ́ fúnra yín lẹ máa fọwọ́ ara yín pé nǹkan tẹ́ yẹ kẹ́ pé. Níbi tẹ́ bá ti ń wá wàhálà kiri. Wọ́n reduce yín. Ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Babajide Sawolu wí. Ó ní láàrin tẹ́lẹ̀ òun gan tó sọ ó tún ní ó ní iye ìgbà ẹ̀mí tó ti ń bọ́ lára àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ̀mí ń bọ̀ now. Because torí pé òun go ready láti bọ́ kúrò nínú bondage. Ó no ready láti bọ́. Ó sì wà lọ́ndà bàbá sọ pé control. Ó sọ di wheelbarrow. Tán fi remove. Ó sọ di wheelbarrow tí wọ́n tì kiri. Wọ́n sọ di work clock. Tó jẹ́ wípé tó bá ti ṣiṣẹ́ táàmì tó bá fẹ́ kó change kan tó tọ́nù ẹ̀ sípò míì á tún change sípò míì ni. kò ṣe pé ó kàn máa ṣe títí ẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀. No, a ṣiṣẹ́ fago kan, a ṣiṣẹ́ fago méjì, work clock ní Sanwó-Olú now. So, ó dẹ̀ sọ bí tó bá tẹ́nà rẹ̀, they can go to another person. Do we need to be attacking each other? So, stop all this rubbish under my page. If you don't like my program, please leave. Àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé wọn ò jìyà fún yín gan tó jẹ́ pé ohun tó wù wọ́n náà make ńbẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa pọ̀ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ever láyé fọwọ́ kan péjì wọn. Mọ́ ṣe ń pa yín tó wọn ever láyé sọ nípa ti yín. Bí owó ṣe wọ́n tó tí yà ń jẹ yín tán kó ń jẹ pamọ́ wọ́n tún support àwọn government yìí ni. You never attack them. You never report their page. Mo sacrifice time mi láti máa lè sọ pé kẹ́ ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ kẹ́ ẹ lè mọ bí tẹ́ belong sí. And you are here to attacking Tenny Logo. If you don't like my program, please leave. Èmi ò sí bí láti criticizing anybody or to attacking anybody or blackmailing. N tó bá ń lọ lèmi máa sọ nípa rẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí n bá rí ní viral tó wà níbẹ̀ tó pẹ̀lú fídíò tí n bá rí update normal update mi ń gbé update mi ní gbé. Àfi tó bá dórí page governor ló ti jáde tó bá jẹ́ page president ló ti jáde máa sọ kó bá yẹ kó ń lo update ẹ̀ bọ̀ pé nìkan kan update pé lágbájá sọ pé mi ní gbé mi nígbà torí wípé ó lè gbé ìyẹn lè bá pé bóyá pé ó lè ló nǹkan ló ń ṣe tí mo bá rí fídíò tó jó ló ń fẹnu sọ mo máa gbé torí pé òun ni mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá dé court máa sọ pé òun ló sọ mo dẹ̀ sọ analysis lé lórí. So that is me. Please, if you don't like my program, leave here. Tó bá gbógun tì mí ogun ọ̀nà á da ayé ẹ̀rú á fi ayé ẹ̀ ṣòfò á fi gbogbo ìgbésí ayé ẹ̀ ṣòfò dànù. Mi ò béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ yín mi ní kẹfù. I don't want you to give me money, okay? Leave me and let me do ntọ́lọ̀ ọ̀ràn mi níṣẹ́. Ẹ máa wó èbó bẹ̀ka. Thank you.
Election, the final week, and the people of Lagos will know why they should vote for you. Can you tell us why they should look in your direction?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chairman. You see, before you can proffer a solution to a problem, you must first have a full understanding of that problem. So for us, we have observed in the state of Lagos that everybody who has come to that office to govern the state of Lagos never prepared to govern, never envisioned to be in office. So it's a story of somebody just unpick someone who never prepared to be in office and say, you go and sit down there so that that person can be eternally be at the mercy of the man who has chosen him. So having realized this 7 years ago, going to 8 years now, we started going around everywhere in the state of Lagos so that we can first have a full understanding of the state of our state, visiting all the entire local government and expressing, our can-do ability to say, for the first time, can we have a governor that all of us would have known, would have related with, and aside from the one that is going to be pronounced to us, that regular 6 months, 7 months election that you see everybody coming up. So for us, we are not an accidental candidate. We've been on this for a very long time. Now, we've seen that type of selection choices, which is mainly of one man, are taking a toll on the state of infrastructure in Lagos State. And there is no how you want to govern a state that you don't know. That is the problem that we have today. So we have expressed enough readiness for the past 7 years to say, you know what, we can change things, we can do things differently. And I'm sure you must have heard, I'm not just coming from nowhere. I cut my teeth in the establishment of government of Lagos State, aside the fact that I was a consultant in that corridor. You must have listened to the former governor. I mean, at least he alluded to something that for 8 years I was following up and about. It really does not matter in what capacity. But that's to say to you how much closely I have worked in that corridor and major sectors in that office.
So Mr. Jandor, I mean, the question is, if you are going to employ a CEO for a company that has the revenue size of Lagos State, it has to be somebody who has a track record, the educational and the pedigree to probably run that kind of organization before. The question is, do you have the capacity and what track record do you bring to the table to run a Lagos that is perhaps the 5th largest economy on the continent?
Okay, so I think I'm one of the I'm just one out of the candidates who have had opportunity to have experience both in public and private sector. I cut my teeth in the public sector, and when it was time, I decided to go and set up a business of my
to Babajide Adeniran, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Now, one point you made at that debate, you said you will ban Agbero system in Lagos.
Yeah.
That is thugs, thugs, the managers of motor parks in Lagos.
Yes.
Are you aware that the NURTW and the RTEAN, Road Transporters Employers Association of Nigeria, they are recognized by law.
Yes.
And they are major stakeholders in the politics of Lagos.
They are.
So how are you going to say?
You know what make me doing this? Timbers of my a lot of videos, and we will talk about today. Also, say ko pe tí mo bá parí tenor on debate ni mi fẹ́ kémi àti ẹ̀yin ọmọ àǹtí mi, ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìyá mi Yorùbá tá ń bára wa jà ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́ni opinion láàrin ara yín ní ẹni PVC tẹ́ lè fi vote fún ẹni tó bá wù yín. But pé ká sọ pé torí èèyàn kan ká wá máa bàyàn kan jẹ́ ni mo hate. Má bàyàn jẹ́. Ẹni Sanwó-Olú ló pè yín láti vote fún pé ó ṣe dáadáa fún yín. Ẹ̀yin lẹ wà nínú Èkó, èmi kọ́ mo wà ńbẹ̀. Ohun táwa bá rí lórí social media la máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Do you understand? Ohun táwa bá rí ní viral la máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ohun tó bá ń go especially ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2020. Ó jẹ́ kí a lot of people kó withdraw kúrò lẹ́yìn Babajide Sawolu because he is not a capable man. Because tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní state yẹn, ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí another person láti federal kó bá control ẹ because tenor tí ẹ ló wà. Èèyàn kò lè máa control ẹ kankan ọlọ́pàá bí ogún bí ọmọ kan máa fi pa wọ́n mọ́. Kó wá jẹ́ pé kò sígbà tí àwọn ọmọ lè jáde fún any protest or for complain lórí anything tó bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ọlọ́pàá lè máa kó jáde. Boko Haram wà nínú igbó, ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ọlọ́pàá jáde. Tí wọ́n ń pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀mí, kò sí nǹkankan tí ẹ ṣe níbẹ̀, gbogbo yín dákẹ́ pinpin níbi pé ẹ rí nǹkankan. So we need to talk about all these things. Now, mo fẹ́ kó jẹ́ on arise nìkan. Wọ́n ti gbọ́ ti Sanwó-Olú, ẹ ti gbọ́ ti Sanwó-Olú sẹ́yìn, títí Gbadebo vivior ló wà níbí báyìí. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́yin náà tún gbọ́ opinion tiẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ̀yin máa rí pé tẹ́ bá rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ míì, especially n tó ba iṣẹ́ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu jẹ́, mo sọ fún yín láìmọye ìgbà, ń ní àwọn agbèrò MC Olúọmọ àǹkó. Ó jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó ṣe dáadáa o, kò sí ìjọba tó wà ńbẹ̀ tí ò ní ṣe nǹkan míì. Kò sí ìjọba tó máa dé gbogbo because èèyàn kan ṣoṣo kò lè dá gbé gbogbo ẹrù Lagos state or even ẹrù Nàìjíríà, ẹrù state kọ̀ọ̀kan sórí àfi tó bá ní support. America gan tó jẹ́ wípé a rí wọn pẹ̀lú pé bí wọ́n ṣe ní nǹkan a lot of things ní gbogbo àwọn America, Canada, Britain, even in France, in another state, in another country, sorry, wọ́n sì ń rí àwọn ọmọ wọn sì ń complain lórí wọn. Joe Biden ó wà ńbẹ̀ nígbà tí Obama tó náà jẹ, àwọn kan sì tún complain lórí tenor tiẹ̀. Donald Trump, they still complain about him as well. So, but still now, wọ́n sì ṣe nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn tí ní better benefit tó ń jẹ́ kí òfin, wọ́n ṣe òfin tó múlẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn wọn tó pé tí wọ́n bá hùwà tó misbehave, òfin á gbé wọn. Ṣé bí ìlú wọn náà ti rí bọ̀bọ̀ kan tó bẹ́ẹ̀ bí ìtẹ̀ mọ́ bóyá ọmọ Áfíríkà ní black báyìí tí ọlọ́pàá wọn kúnlẹ̀ lé lọ́rùn tó dẹ̀ pa á. But torí pé justice, torí pé òfin wà, àwọn èèyàn tún jáde àtọmọ country wọn ni àtàwọn tí ṣe country wọn, wọ́n tún jáde láti protest and nobody killed them. Wọ́n pa wọ́n náà. Ṣùgbọ́n Nàìjíríà kò sófin, kò sí anything. So state ti wà ní Lagos state. Wọ́n ní Yorùbá ló ní Lagos state and it's our capital. And we can decide here because mo ní mi ìfẹ́ dá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, but mo rí pé ti fẹ́ fi sentiment. Wọ́n ti fi ọ̀rọ̀ ti Jagaban, wọ́n fi bà ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wàhálà Yorùbá nation. Ọmọ ẹni ìṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká fi ṣídìí ọmọ ẹlòmíì. Ẹ jẹ́ ká vote fún now. Ẹ ti vote fún ọmọ yín. Lagos State kò sí nǹkan tó kan anybody pé ẹ jẹ́ ká mo ti wá rí pé nínú group mo wà nínú àwọn group tó bí mẹ́fà tí mi kì í sọ̀rọ̀ mo rí pé nísìn Yorùbá Nation group ni ọ̀rọ̀ tó kù ní tí mò ń gbọ́ ni pé a ti parí part 10 àkọ́kọ́ plan A nìyẹn a ti parí títí olórí the second one now ká lè parí gbogbo tá a ṣe ó ní Babajide mọ́ òpin kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ló kàn wá pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ilé kí ló kàn wá pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ politics mo wá rí i pé wọ́n ṣe wá parí yẹn mo wá rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbégbékúgbé wá kíní yẹn wá sakuléètì ọmọ ẹni ló kù yíbò nígbà ẹni yíbò ní Òbí kán má dìbò fún Òbí ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní wọ́n Nàìjíríà agbégbá Yorùbá Nation ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀fẹ́ Yorùbá Nation ẹni kò tí ì tásìkò àwọn ọba yín ọba Ọ̀jájá ó ní kò tí ì tásìkò wípé bọ́mọ bí owó ọmọ ò bá tètè kú dà kò tí ì bèrè ikú tó pa bàbẹ̀ because of pé ẹni tó fi wọ́n jẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu wọ́n fẹ́ kó ṣe ìgbà tiẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn kíní porúkọ rẹ̀ ọba Aláàfin kó tó kú it said the same thing pé ọmọ ẹni pé kò tí ì tásìkò gbogbo àwọn ọba aládé mẹ́ni ọba ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ni pé ọwọ́ ọmọ ò tètè kú dà kò tí ì tásìkò ní gbogbo wọn sọ pé kò tí ì tásìkò àìmọye àwọn politician tí wọ́n ń fọ̀rọ̀ wá lẹ́nu wò wọ́n á ní kò tí ì tásìkò àwọn blogger pẹ̀lú tí wọ́n wà lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára wọ́n ní kò tí ì tásìkò tẹ́ máa jẹ wọ́n ní kò tí ì tásìkò tẹ́ máa lọ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní campaign wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní attack àwọn tó ń dìjọ òmìnira wọ́n ń dárúgúdú sí wọn láàrin because pé ojú kòkòrò wà lára wọn tó bá ti fún wọn lówó díẹ̀ tó bá ti fún wọn change díẹ̀ àwọn tó ń fún wọn lówó náà máa control wọn àwọn tó ń fún wọn ní owó ni wọ́n máa control wọn tó bá ti lè fún wọn ní change díẹ̀ tó ra nǹkan fún wọn tó bá ti pè wọ́n níjọ́ kejì wò ó ìbá ẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ kó ṣe àwọn náà ò ní hesitate láti má jáde but me you cannot kó o ronú pé tó fún mi nìkan kó o máa control brain mi kò jọ máa dá owó ẹ̀ padà fún ẹ you cannot control me here I'm an independent woman here one woman battalion one woman mopolemi ẹnìkan kò lè kàn máa control mi lórí rubbish. That is why I think that everything escalate because one boss up there, baba sọ pé mama sọ pé one control life wọn. They are not free. Wọ́n fẹ́ free ìwọ tó fẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ kókó onu wàhálà. Wọ́n tún wọn àwọn gangan fúnra wọn sì wà lábẹ́ bondage. Àwọn náà fẹ́ gbé kúrò nínú bondage but àwọn fúnra wọn tó ń pè fún òmìnira wà nínú bondage. Àwọn politician yẹn wá kó sí wọn láàrin mo ti ń pariwo ti pé àwọn people bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń jà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń dá wàhálà lẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á kó sí yín láàrin o àwọn eléyìí wá o mo ti sọ so many times wọ́n gbọ́ mi láti bá wá bínú tán wọ́n máa ní gẹ́ẹ̀yìn ò dáa gbàtẹ́mi ti ń polongo pé kí ìdá ń bọ̀ ẹ̀ ń dà kan lẹ̀ wọ́n ò fetí gbọ́ mi nígbà bá wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tèmi ẹ̀ wà lémi ní mi ìdá gbàtẹ́mi ti ń kìlọ̀ fún yín kọ́. So lórí èyí tó wá lọ nísìn mo rí i pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ wípé now we have another person Gbadebo vivior ọmọ Èkó Lagos State ni ìyá ẹ̀ ní Ìgbò bàbá ẹ̀ ọmọ Èkó ni but bóyá ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin bàbá ẹ̀ àti ìyá ẹ̀ ni ìyá ẹ̀ fi tún lọ fẹ́ Ìgbò tó sọmọ ìlú ẹ̀ bóyá ló fi lọ fẹ́ ọmọ Ìgbò tó gbé lọ but bàbá ẹ̀ sì ti claim ẹ̀ padà already ọmọ Èkó ni ìyá ẹ̀ ní Ìgbò tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí pé ọmọ inú Èkó gbogbo fídíò ẹ̀ mo máa fún ilé ní mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ pé sọ wípé family house wọn náà fún Lagos City bí nǹkan pé kí wọ́n fi kọ́ Lagos City mall ìyẹn ọ̀tọ̀ Jandor Abdulaziz Adeniran ọmọ Èkó náà ló ná pẹ̀lú Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé ọmọ Èkó ni that means you have another blooded Yoruba and another parties NNPP wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn ti party AAC wà ń bẹ̀ táwọn Ọmọyẹlé another party was there why insist that Babajide Sawolu ń lẹ́fẹ́ ẹ wá ti torí Babajide Sawolu wọ́n wá ń blackmail another person gbogbo voice note wọ́n gbé jáde ni pé Babajide Sawolu nìkan fọ́ọ̀tì fún mo wá wò pé tẹ́ ẹ bá tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ fẹ́ Gbadebo vivior why are you attacking him you don't need to do that tó o bá fẹ́ yàn kì í wá ṣe pé kẹ́ wá máa insist pé ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn náà ni kò jẹ́ torí ìyẹn ni títí ọmọ yín ni ti Sanwó-Olú ni títí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu báwo lẹ ṣe máa ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ lè ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pé torí pé iṣẹ́ yín tẹ́ ẹ ṣe kú ẹ̀ tí ì parí ẹ o tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe àṣekágbá ṣẹ́ yín o kẹ́ ẹ parí ti Sanwó-Olú máa pè so torí Babajide Sanwó-Olú lẹ ṣe ń gbé story wèrè jáde okay now àwa bá yín dá sí story tó wà lẹ̀ èmi ò mọ̀ bá yín gbé wá ẹ̀yin lẹ wá choose àmú Gbadebo wá àmú wá ṣé láàárín àwọn APC ṣé Yíbò wà níbí àbí òsì Yíbò láàrin àwọn APC tí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ṣé APC wà níbí àbí kò sí ńbẹ̀ yẹ ṣé láàrin àwọn tí PDP sọ wà ńbẹ̀ ó ṣe jẹ́ pé títí àwọn eléyìí nìkan ni wọ́n ń gbé jáde ìdí tẹ́mi fi ń wá nù o bọ́bá àtàkì mi ogun ọ̀run abalẹ̀ ayé ẹ̀jẹ̀ á fi ilé ayé ẹ̀ ṣòfò City Hall sorry not City Mall God bless you City Hall wọ́n ní family house wọn náà fi kọ́ City Hall bóyá mo gbọ́ fídíò yẹn God bless you ẹ jẹ́ ká continue láti máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ.
You will ban them. You will stop them.
That's why there needs to be.
Want to create an employment crisis?
No. When I say that quote is taken out of context,
okay.
I actually laid out how we're going to improve employability skills of this youth. While you're talking about the organized system, there are thousands of young men that are standing on the road as enforcers for all of these organizations. Drug addiction is involved. A lot of criminality is involved.
Some of them live in Banana Island, though. They live in Ikoyo.
But that's where all that is where the 120 billion that they are generating is clearly going to, but it's not being accountable for, right? And the people that are direct enforcers of these things are not benefiting from it. Imagine a young man on the road, he's running after buses, he gets hit. What medical insurance is there for him? He cannot earn a living again. That's why the focus is on domiciling employable skills acquisition at local governments, and then investing and incentivizing companies, especially at the local government level, to hire graduates, or not graduates in the education sense of the word, but people that go through these programs to do the work in those local governments, right? So we're incentivizing and training at the same time to be able to create employment. The idea is to create an alternative means of income before we now enforce by law taking off all these young men off our streets, because there's a bigger problem. We already have 2 million children out of school. The more young people are seeing this glorified culture, because it's proliferating. In 2019, when I contested for Senate, the number of agros on the road are times 10 now, what I've seen now going on the field and visiting. And you have a lot of children that are looking up to their brother, their cousins on the road, standing all day. They are not going to finish school. Right? So we need to re-engineer. You have bus drivers complaining about this chokehold on them. And you have a situation where we've normalized monkey, they walk, baboon, they chop culture in Lagos State. And that needs to change. We need to automate the collection of these things. We need to be able to be accountable for it. We need to be able to say, this is the money that's coming here. This is what is going to be used for. Right? Even if it's the unions, you have healthcare insurance, you have some insurance or some funding to allow your children go to school. Things that can actually uplift, not we're just collecting money and we don't know where these monies are going. So that is a system that we need to get rid of.
Okay, so talking about systems and a re-engineering of the state, as an architect, you referred a number of times to the architecture of the state itself, in terms of the roads, how you tackle transport, traffic. And this is a big problem for many Lagosians, which many previous governments have said they were going to fix, but none has been successful, at least thus far. I'd like you to share your ideas with us, particularly where you talk about inner roads and local government, strengthening the local government. I'd like to hear your plans on that.
Thank you so much for that question. First of all, let's understand Lagos State is run based on tokenism and politics. Buhari, our president, came to commission a train. I don't know who used the blue line this morning. I don't know if Lagosians have started using the blue line, but there is an idea that they've done a train. I even thought it was 16 kilometers. I only found out yesterday that it's only 13 kilometers that they've done. Blue line was supposed to extend all the way to Badagry, but then it's been cut short and even cut shorter. And it took a while.
No, it's in phases. And that much was made clear.
Yes.
A first phase, a second phase.
When they took out 1.2 billion for that project, they did not say they were doing it in phases. It cost 450 million to do even longer train in Ethiopia. Right? And we've been on this for over 13, 14 years. Whatever excuse they want to give, right? The idea is Lagos State has been run on tokenism for too long. And we need to actually start to do the work. And Lagos State itself does not have to base its development on the purse strings of the state. We can open up and create an enabling environment for the private sector to get involved in a lot of these projects. Because Lagos State is feasible. It's a state that can actually do projects that will pay off itself. So that's foundation on one end. The other end, let's look at the Fourth Mainland Bridge. They're budgeting about $2.2 billion to do that. When you look at the design that they've come, this is another white elephant project.
They're going to take off about between 800 to 1,000 homes on the way. It's very inefficient. And also the outcome of it, you don't really gain much compared to, let's take this idea. And this is an idea for expanding the Lagos East. We're going to have a coastal road that's supposed to already exist from VI all the way down to Bejuleki. On the other side of Lagoon, we have another coastal road linking Ikorodu all the way to Epe. And we are joining these roads at the shortest distance. None of the distance between that is 6 kilometers. So effectively, we create a belt road, right? That is fantastic, efficient design that will not cost up to 2.2 billion and will connect Lagos in portions, making it a lot more efficient. And guess what? Northern Foreshore, all of those parts can now be opened up for development. But if we just do Ikorodu like that, it doesn't have that same effect because we need to open up the Lagos East and the Lagos West. So these are some ideas. For us, for inner roads, we need to make our local governments a lot more robust. The state government is looking so inefficient and it shows a lack of aptitude because they're trying to do so much. We need to have visionary local government chairmen, potential governors, I keep emphasizing this, potential governors as local government chairmen that can sort out our inner roads. And funds need to be given to local government. It's appalling that the State Assembly is still rejecting local government autonomy in Lagos State. You go to every local government. I mean, maybe Lekki is a bit, or maybe Ikoyi, but even still, you go to Apapa, you go to Ajeromi, Faludun, every local government, the inner roads are a complete disgrace, right? So we're going to set up a benchmark for the quality of roads that must be done. The life expectancy of those roads must be tied into the contractor's payment for final payment. And we are going to benchmark the prices for projects to World Bank benchmarks so that you must meet that based on plus or minus 20%. You must meet that benchmark. So we have to work with that. So, there's too much controversy about the cost of things.
The first question I'll ask is state capture. What would you do about state capture? The second question I'll ask is on waste management. What would you do about waste management? And third one, flooding.
Thank you. State capture is a system where politicians have controlled the resources of an entire state for the interests of their cronies and their people. For us, we're going to open up this entire government system in terms of its accounting, right? And we're going to publish it. It's not like FY where you have to come and apply. No. On a quarterly basis, using infographics, we're going to break it down so people have access to it, right? And we'll take pride in doing this. My pride will be to say the World Bank benchmark for per kilometer of road is this. We got you a better deal. That's the kind of government I want to offer. And in setting that kind of thing up, you cannot effectively have state capture because people that are going to get jobs have to give it to us at the best price and the best quality. So that's one way of doing it. And be open and transparent in every facet of our government. And because of the kind of government we want to run, which is one of creating platforms, government does not need to buy and build everything. Government can create an enabling environment and platforms for private sector people to get into. For instance, we need about 70,000 new buses in Lagos State, right, to replace all these downfalls. First, we can do a deal with the company to actually start to assemble here, and then we can open it to the people. Listen, you can go on this website and invest in a bus on this bus, on a seat on this bus. Every month you get paid this amount. And based on that, you raise capital and buy roads. So we need to go away from this idea of the government must do everything to platforms, because that way we can create development at a very fast rate. So that's the first thing about state capture.
Waste management.
Waste management. For me, I did this on my thesis at MIT, and something I'm very passionate about. We need to separate our waste from the homes. And we need to domicile waste management and waste collection to the local government, right? Secondly, we must depoliticize the entire process. You don't need to know a person in APC or the ruling party to participate in this thing. Again, creating platforms. You have the infrastructure, we inspect, you can start to perform and work directly and plug in to the system. Also, we need to ensure, and then the places where it might not be feasible for companies to go to, riverine communities, for instance, the amount of people, the density might not be profitable for a private enterprise, then the state can step in, right? So the state steps in to cover the lapses or cover places where there's no profitability. But in the generality of it, the private sector must get involved seamlessly. In terms, and then
Flooding.
So for me, I said it during the debates that Lagos State has not implemented a proper wetland protection policy. That's the first thing that needs to
But they're
happen.
building on the wetlands. That's the problem.
That's the problem. So if you don't have a wetland policy that can save and make that preserved, and you have sand filling, the water must be displaced. It must go somewhere, right? So for instance, now across the Third Mainland Bridge, they're starting to sand fill. Lagos mainland by next year is going to flood. They will say it's climate crisis. But really, it's irresponsible sand filling of your wetlands and of your general coastal region that is causing these things. So that is one. We have to have a proper wetland policy.
So will you break down those homes that have been built on wetlands already?
We're going to look into it. And if there's a possibility of designing for that developer to actually design a proper outlay for water to get out of the city, then that will be the penalty. If you refuse to do that, then demolition might have to happen.
Okay, fine. I need a clarification before I ask you a question, which is political. And it's as follows. You said the Fourth Mainland Bridge is a white elephant project.
Yes.
Did you say so?
Yes, I did.
So does that mean you are going to cancel this project? 844 billion. We're told that three companies have already been chosen. A preferred bidder has been identified, and that contract will be awarded by March 2022. 38-kilometer stretch.
Yes.
So won't that be money down the drain if you cancel it? So that's the clarification. The question. It's not enough to just, say governorship race. But Lagos is such a complex place. How about the House of Assembly? There is a battle also for that House of Assembly that is currently dominated by the APC.
Yes.
So what, plans do you have to make sure that if you want to win, you also have control of the State House of Assembly? Otherwise,
yes,
that could be a problem.
So the first point, when we come into government, we're going to review that entire contract. If an idea is not feasible, we must find a way to get out of it, right? 38 kilometers, sorry. 38. If we have 6-kilometer bridges each, that is 6 kilometers, that's 36 kilometers, right? And we connected Lagos in such a much more integrated way. So I'm not going to have the chain of my predecessors still hooked around my neck if I want to move Lagos forward. Any way I can create a much more efficient system, I'll pursue it to the end. In relation to the State Assembly, we have a full host of State Assembly members that are contesting under the Labour Party. We went through the process of the courts, right? So we got an order for INEC to open the polls, the gateway or the portal for us to submit the names of our candidates, which we have done. I'm sure if you look around Lagos, there are some places you see House of Assembly candidates popping up and campaigning and all that. Same thing with the House of Rep and even the Senate. So we have a full array of candidates and we're supporting them. We're working together. We're going Labour Party all the way. This is not a Labour Party presidential, something else along the way. We want an entire host because that's the only way that I stand a chance in able to get these ideas to come to fruition and reality.
All right, let's talk about your plans, your campaigns. Some people have said that you entered the race quite late in terms of the gubernatorial race. How do you view your chances of being the next governor of Lagos State? That's one. And then number two, I'd like you to evaluate INEC's process. The elections are on the 11th of March. People have complained, particularly in Lagos State, on the experiences at getting their PVCs. And you've canvassed, in fact, the last election, you had a World Malaria Day campaign where you said anyone who had their PVCs would get national health insurance. So what is your party doing? Your evaluation of the PVC collection in the state?
Okay, so in terms of starting, I went through a process in the PDP. I had to start again in the Labour Party, and then because it's a delayed process, you have to go INEC timetable. So that's why it might seem that way. But at the same time, we're still on plan. The whole idea is about creating our strategy has always been a search strategy. Myself, and even you're going to see all that through between now and the elections. I met with the state rec for INEC. I have to say I'm very impressed. There generally seems to be an attempt to have a free and fair election. And even in situations where people are complaining, when you hear what actually happened on ground, you can actually see why that might have happened. At the same time, while that is at the state level, at the lower level, at the local government level, there seems to have been some compromise by the INEC staff, especially in places like Etiosa and Okota and parts of Ojo. And we actually visited Surulere for one, and we noticed that the INEC staff that were there had been replaced, and things are starting to flow again freely. They're going to do a mock election on the 4th of February, I believe, and people should be engaged and come out and participate. For me as well, I think we also need to talk about violence in Lagos State. You know, Governor Sawolu did not attend the debate based on violence that he thought for some reason. I feel that because that's a major worry, and why I said I'm impressed is that the state rep of INEC is former DSS. So in conversation with him, there was a lot of talk about data aggregation, about security, and I appreciated that a lot. And coming down to talking about security in Lagos State, you see, when a governor, a chief security officer, superintended a lot of violence in Lagos State. I mean, just last week, one of our followers was macheted on his head when he was pasting posters, right? I did not say I'm not going to come and debate because of that. NSARS happened. We're still asking to today who gave the order. I did not say I'm not going to debate because of that. You know, so I feel it's an insult to Lagosians not to have heard from their chief security officer and their governor. And then on the other hand, you have people glamorizing thuggery in elections, right? We see a video of people shooting, and we can identify the people in that video. But what good thing that came out of that is the need for surveillance, and surveillance that people can access, because that video sheds so much light, and we need technology like that in Lagos State.
Just a quick fact check. There's actually a law, put in place as regards the wetland policy, but it's not been implemented.
It's not been implemented. That's what I said. Yeah, it's not been implemented.
Gbadebo Road Survivor, candidate, gubernatorial candidate of the Labour Party, Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, let's listen to any Aramite Tembara Jiyan. Oku, I'm about the PDP.
Joining us now on the morning show is Olajide.
How 70, that's that. Number two is that why was he crying for Argentina? I went to Surulere to campaign. I was attacked. And he said, I went to the mosque. Did I take gun to the mosque, go and shoot the imam or what? Or the people I went to campaign to? And there have been sequence of these happenings, attacks in the last 1 week. And immediately he issued that statement. I said, okay, this is the reason why this attack has been intense. Perhaps it was...
God bless you, everyone. Teba Shendara Papomowa. Eba wa click lórí like button and share button. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube, ẹ bá mi like kíní, ẹ click lórí ọwọ́ yẹn, ẹ bá mi thumb up síbẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ àwọn nǹkan kókó point kọ̀ọ̀kan tèmi rí nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ láti òru àti bí ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti ń wo gbogbo kíní yẹn tán lọ torí èmi máa sọ pé mi ò fẹ́ kéèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi. Máa gbá research máa mú point. Ẹ máa rí wípé bí wọ́n ṣe ń treat àwọn ọlọ́jà ń complain, àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ ń complain, àwọn èèyàn tó rìn ní títì gan wọ́n ń complain, àwọn ọmọ gan complain lórí bó ṣe ń bí àwọn sáìsì tó ń ṣe attack wọn. Nísìn Jandor sọ̀rọ̀ lórí bí wọ́n ṣe attack àwọn èèyàn. Vivior náà complain títí ẹ̀, but wọ́n dà wípé gbogbo bí complain ṣe wá Babajide Sawolu kò kí attend, kò kí kọbi ara sí. So wọ́n ti mọ ibi tí wọ́n ti mú wọn. In tó ń jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yẹn náà lè máa sọ pé àwọn ń jáde nìyẹn, because most of them wọ́n lè má ronú pé àwọn fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan tẹ́lẹ̀, àwọn fẹ́ contest. Wọ́n lè má tẹ̀ ronú pé gómìnà làwọn fẹ́ lọ fún. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀ ń fi àǹfààní sílẹ̀ tẹ́ ń jẹ́ kẹ́lòmíì lè decide fún ara rẹ̀ pé no, ibi báyìí kò yẹ kó work báyìí. Ẹ ti fẹ́ máa sọ àwọn èèyàn di pé kẹ́ máa control wọn. Wọn ò pẹ́ bá ná wọn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ fẹ́ kán máa sọ̀rọ̀. Anyway, ẹ ká gba time yìí torí data tẹ́ máa lò. God bless you.
Looking for something to ride on so that it won't be part of that debate, because that debate has shifted about 4 times. We also have had that debate. He shifted about 4 times, saying he wanted to commission the 2 bus stop rail line. He wants Buhari to come and commission the deep seaport. Which one? What is wrong with the deep seaport? It's not the Lagos State project. We're just a landlord with some percentage. And all that. So because he has nothing to show for his 4 years in office, he had to excuse himself. And whoever advised him to do that, I think they've done it. But, as far as the debate is concerned, if you watched it, for me, he was on that podium. I was seeing him there. And that's why you see that I call him out like on 2, 3 occasions to say, no, I know you are there, so you should be listening. Why we are here today is because you didn't do well. And we're going to take this office, because in that debate, the last time he went for the debate was 2019. And when he flagged off his own campaign in 2019, his own campaign, MC Olumo was stabbed in his neck.
You see?
That day, in his very front. He didn't, because of that, not to go to that.
Wọ́n ní MC Olumo àbí Sanwó-Olú gan fúnra rẹ̀. Wọ́n gún gangan fúnra rẹ̀. Níbi tó náà ti lọ ṣe campaign. Ìyẹn mi pé àwọn agbèrò yẹn wọ́n sì kún bẹ́ẹ̀, but wọ́n ó gbà tó wọlé yẹn ó yẹ kó ní kankan tó máa ṣe. Because wọ́n ti gbágbára lé wọn lọ́wọ́. Báwo lè yẹn kan ṣe máa sọ pé òun campaign? Báwọn actress bá láwọn lọ síbì kan, ẹ máa rí bí wọ́n ṣe máa bá rí public figure kan tó kàn déédéé yọjú. Ẹ rí bí wọ́n ṣe máa harass àwọn èèyàn lójú títì. Ẹ wo bọ̀bọ̀ Portable tó ná ẹsẹ̀ tó ń kọrin. Ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe chìkìchìkì lórí títì tó dípò tó máa ń fọwọ́. So àwọn nǹkan míì wà tí kò sí ìlú tí ò sí agbèrò, kò sí ìlú tí ò sí ọmọ ọ̀tá, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ní nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn èèyàn wọn tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa mọ gbèdéke ara wọn nígbà tẹ́ bá fún wọn ní benefit kọ̀ọ̀kan. Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ní máa dàlúrú, báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ní máa gbóyún, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ onílẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ lọ ra rẹ̀ lásán, wọ́n á dúró sórí ilẹ̀ yẹn pé ó ní iye owó tó máa san kó tó di pé ó ra rẹ̀. Wọ́n á máa tó ń sọ fún ẹ pé kò sí nǹkan tó jọ. Owó táwọn ọmọ onílẹ̀ ń gbà gan ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ní gbèdéke wọn. Bẹ́lẹ̀ bá ṣe wálé ilé òwà tọwọ́ wà. Owó tó máa san fún onílẹ̀ gan, àwọn ọmọ onílẹ̀ gan ó ju owó tó fi ra rẹ̀ lọ àti tó máa fi kọ́lé, because wọ́n máa threaten ẹni. Rubbish. Thank you.
Debate. He went to the debate thereafter. So why this excuse of there is act of violence, that's why I won't go to a debate? A chief security officer of the state. So what is he saying to all of us? That we are not safe, that he's not capable of even securing his own self, let alone all of us. I think for me, that's how I react on that one. So the spirit of attack is becoming unbecoming, and we need to do the needful. It wasn't an attack on me. It was an attack on the people of Lagos, on the people that were working together. You see, Funke went to markets, as usual, to speak to the people in the market and campaign. I mean, we have constitutional backing to do this, okay? And she was chased out of the market. I wasn't there, and I had to call her to retreat with talks. I went to Oworo. They mounted a barricade that will not come into Oworo. These talks. And the commissioner of police, I said to the commissioner of police, I said, I am going to go down with my car and walk into that place. And the man said, I'll call the area commander. I walked in there. So what we're trying to do is to scare us, off the road, because they're not campaigning. The only thing they are using to campaign is their picture and taking over all these spaces in Lagos with their pictures and that, because they've got nothing to campaign with. The guy that came here last time and said Bullion Van missed his way to somebody's house, if you heard him very well, he said he's just been given a new assistant.
Bullion Van will miss his way to your house this time around.
We hope so. He came to say that he was just being given a new portfolio of outdoor something within the market. Let me tell you what they're using that for. You have Lassa. Why are you giving him such a portfolio? What they're using that for is that they've given instruction to all the people. Anywhere you see PDP poster, paste on it. That is a job. Anywhere you see PDP billboard, remove it. If you ask yourself, what is the meaning of that job?
Right. So let's talk about that. I would like you to speak a bit further, because we have heard reports, not just from your party, but from other parties as well, who've said that some operators even refund their money, saying that the Lagos state government, the APC has said they shouldn't collect any money. How true is that? Because we had Comrade Ayo come here the other day say that it was false. So I'd like you to speak on it. And the second part is still on security. You talk about violent acts by the APC to the PDP and perhaps other parties, but there's a video that was going viral about what happened in Surulere, where some of the gunmen who were shooting entered into what looked like a PDP campaign bus. I'd like you to share with us what happened there, because it seemed like your men also had arms and they were shooting. So share with us.
Okay, quick one. Let me take it from there. That's our car. It was hijacked, and we're still looking for it up until this moment. You'll see that the car was turned around, okay, by the gunmen. Was hijacked. Until today, we're still looking for that car.
So you're saying they were APC men?
Of course. We were the one that we went there to campaign. I don't know.
That is PDP president governorship candidate. That is Jandor. Under PDP la wọ́n wà. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ wọ́n lọ fún campaign. Wọ́n já mọ́tò wọ́n gbà. Dè ní wọ́n tí rí mọ́tò. Ṣé tó bá yẹ pé security wà tí kámẹ́rà wà tí wọ́n plant kámẹ́rà káàkiri gbogbo street under the street gbogbo street light yẹn tí wọ́n fi àwọn kámẹ́rà síbẹ̀ and then kò ní sí wípé wọ́n ń já mọ́tò gbà wọ́n ń já ọ̀kadà gbà ní daylight ní ọ̀sán gan kán mọ́ dẹ̀ ráwọn yẹn mú torí pé wọ́n lọ campaign ìyẹn mi wípé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀ ẹ wà capable agbèrò làwọn tó wà ńbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ because tẹ́ bá wà capable ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ yẹn orílẹ̀-èdè tẹ́ ń lọ tí ò bá sí security ní Amẹ́ríkà ẹ ní kó àwọn ọmọ yín lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà tó bá yẹ pé Amẹ́ríkà dàbí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà the old giant Africa tí ò sí security bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ò sí ná tó yẹ pé wọ́n ń já mọ́tò gbà wọ́n ń rob ní ọ̀sán gan kò ní sí pé ń kó àwọn ọmọ yín lọ́bẹ̀ tó bá dé pé London United Kingdom ó dàbí orílẹ̀-èdè nation 9 that is Nigeria the giant Africa kó má sí security ní lọ kó àwọn ọmọ yẹn pamọ́ síbẹ̀ Canada Australia Japan which another country France and gbogbo àwọn country yẹn sá lóríṣiríṣi tí ò bá sí security ńbẹ̀ ní máa kó àwọn ọmọ yín lọ ní sọ pé ẹ lọ kọ́ ọmọ pamọ́ torí pé ẹ̀rù á máa bà yín wípé àwọn tó ń ṣe ìkàtẹ́ yìí ń ṣe fáwọn èèyàn nílé ó ṣeéṣe kán ṣe fáwọn ọmọ yín ṣùgbọ́n ẹ ti rò pé àwọn tìlú ibẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ti tọ́jú àwọn tìlú wọn ò jẹ́ kírú nǹkan yẹn security wà iná wà kò sẹ́ni tí ò dédé jiyàn gbé kódà o ò lè dédé pààyàn kó o gbé sẹ́yìn búùtù kó o lọ fẹ́ dump ẹ̀ ní orí títì kámẹ́rà ibi tó fẹ́ dump sí gan kámẹ́rà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ò bá síbẹ̀ ilé onílé tó wà ní opposite ẹ̀ kò sí kódà àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀pù kéékèèké tẹ́ẹ̀rí tí wọ́n ń ta àtẹ wọ́n máa ń ní máa wò pé kí lélẹ̀ ń tà ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó ń ta àtẹ lásán tó ń ta wóróbo tó kó bisikíìtì sórí tébù ẹ mọ̀ wo kámẹ́rà níwájú ẹ̀ máa ń pè kí ni kámẹ́rà wà nù pọ́npọ́n bí àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe POS àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù kéékèèké yẹn kó máa ní kámẹ́rà ìyẹn mi pé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ló tágẹ́ẹ̀tì ti bẹ̀ yẹn ègbọ́n máa fọkàn sí pò lónìí òun kọ́ lónìí máa máa wò pé talent tó fẹ́ jí nǹkan ẹ̀mí púpọ̀ nìkan náà ló wà mẹ́bọ̀ because gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ni wọn míì wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá ti rí pé àwọn àdúgbò yẹn wọ́n ó rough wọ́n máa ní nǹkan máa fi síbẹ̀ tó lè jẹ́ wípé kì í ṣe pé bóyá ìtò rìkọ́ọ̀dù complain ni ló máa ti wá ní gbogbo àwọn kámẹ́rà yẹn ti máa wá tó ẹgbẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ti bá ṣẹlẹ̀ footage yẹn ni máa kọ́ àṣì wọn kọ́kọ́ máa bèrè láti mú ó wá kú bó ṣe máa dump èèyàn sílẹ̀ anyhow gbogbo àwọn títì tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn ṣọ́ọ̀pù ni gbogbo tó wà ní títì bí kan kọ́ sọ̀mọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀pù lọ tó máa fi ṣòwò kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó ní ṣọ́ọ̀pù láyé tó ní bá kámẹ́rà wájú ṣọ́ọ̀pù ẹ̀ ó wá kú bó ṣe máa dump èèyàn torí wọ́n á insist pé gbọ́dọ̀ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ní tó bá ní street light yẹn kò sí kí kámẹ́rà máa wà ńbẹ̀ ẹ kàn dédé bókù lẹ́sẹ̀ títì lílo òyìnbó that is what ẹ fi ráwọn ọmọ yín tí wọ́n ń kò láfíríkà tí mi fi sùn sí orí títì pọ́npọ́n kẹ̀ pọ́npọ́n kí ló ń jẹ́ pọ́npọ́n èmi ò mọ̀ túmọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ anyway now gbogbo àwọn tó bá yẹ pé kò sí security níbi tẹ́ ẹ lọ ní ráwọn ọmọ yẹn kẹ́ ẹ ráwọn ọmọ yín tí wọ́n sùn sí orí títì tí wọ́n máa pè wọ́n ní homeless ibẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí kán máa sùn sí orí títì kán máa sùn síbẹ̀ bíbẹ̀ kan wọ́n máa jí mi gbé àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ sí tí wọ́n ń sẹ́ sábẹ́ bíríìjì gan ó ní iye ìmí tán jí gbé lọ níbẹ̀ but àwọn tí bí ẹ̀ẹ́rì wọn àtọ̀sán àtòru iná wà pẹ̀lú wọn ni kì í ṣe pé inú òkùnkùn biribiri náà wà inú òkùnkùn kọ́ ṣùgbọ́n èyí ti sọ ìlú di nǹkan míì ẹ wá káwọn ọmọ yín lọ sẹ́yìn òdì ẹ̀fẹ́ nígbà téèyàn bá ṣe campaign tó yẹ pé ẹ ń lọ rè mú àwọn èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ rè yìnbọn pa wọ́n lẹ́sẹ̀ gangan tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń fi ọ̀bẹ gún wọn bọ́n bá wá tún complain fún yín ẹ ní ṣèwádìí tán bá padà mẹ́ni tó ṣe tán bá ti wá gbowó fún yín ẹ ti gbàgbé kéèsì nìyẹn ẹ wá sọ̀lú di rubbish ẹ sọ̀lú di terrorist company nobody can complain pọ́npọ́n mini what they are using to carry land load okay pọ́npọ́n sorry.
If you understand, and it's been happening in Surulere. The first day in Surulere it happened, I called the commissioner of police. He addressed it. The second day it happened, I was there with even the people from the area C command and everywhere. They saw it. DSS were there. So they quickly had to go to town with the story of saying this is Jandor vehicle and this is it and all of that. It won't work. So everybody knows that. Now let me go back to the issue of this billboard. I came here on this station to bring that case to court of public opinion to say this is what is happening in Lagos, and this as far back as October when campaign started. We paid Afro Media to say we want to fly our campaign. They put it up. They went to ask them to bring it down. So they refunded our money. I brought the check here. Even what's it called? The co also refunded our money to say, sorry, we've been asked not to take anything away from you. And like that. But you see, my worry is this. If you say you are a governor of a state, if you say you're running an economy, and there is a sector of your economy whose season is this electioneering, season to make money, and you are depriving them of the amount of money they should have made in that season. It doesn't speak well even for your own economy, because the revenue you ought to have drew from there, there are a lot of people that will have work to do there. You've taken jobs away from them. This is what happened. Now, we dragged that up until January, and some of them decided to say, you know what? Not that even you would have taken over all the spaces that are giving us any money. And we have two that someone come and take it. So we picked one, we picked the two. The third one, they didn't allow it to come up in Sele up until this moment, asking that they have to refund our money. So it's not just about not allowing us to deploy. It's about depriving your own economy of the gains. And you say you have experience. What experience do you have? So I won't blame him. That's why I keep saying that. If you have somebody like that who has always been salary enhanced, apologies to those who are in that realm, and give him an economy of Lagos, he would understand what economy is, how to run it.
Okay, Jandor, let me take you up on some things. You said this government has not done a lot. This government argues that they've done a lot. You said the Lekki Deep Sea Port, they are just landlords. They said it was their ingenuity that was able to bring all the investors together. They said they have done real life. In fact, even the presidential candidates of the APC, while campaigning, yesterday said, we have done seaports, we have done rail line, that people are going through across the train tracks, that they have also done many things as regards, development and urban renewal. They said they have built a lot of hospitals, that they have built schools, that they have done so much for the Lagos state government. So why are you saying that? So, what do you have against their Lekki Seaport? Because we need empirical facts. Also, the rail line. Okay. They said they've done the rail. It's electrified rail line. The commissioner was here and said it was electricity that is running the rail line, and everything is working, pari passu. Like, you've done all these things.
Okay, so Rufai, we're all in these states, right? And they said the governor said they've done hospitals, they've done rail line, so let me analyze it to you. It went on national TV sometimes to lay claims to two maternal child centers in Alimosho and the one in Etiosa. And I asked them to say, look, that project is not Lagos State government project.
Which one is that?
It's the Alimosho MCC.
The Alimosho MCC. Why?
It is federal government project through SDG, which was commissioned September 2019, when he came into office. The second one he also laying claim to in Etiosa was also not his own project. It was also commissioned in September 2019.
Who owned the Etiosa own? The Etiosa project?
It is legacy project, but not his own legacy project. It's commissioned 2019. So he couldn't have built it under 4 months that he came into office. So these are things that he's laying claim for. These two bus stop blue line that they are celebrating that is still not operational, it's been there for 13 good years. It's 2
stations.
So me, I'm a Lagos boy. Dr. Abati, I'm a Lagos boy. Between Marina and my 2, you have just 2 bus stops in between. The first one is Ureli. The second one is the first one is Igomu. The second one is Ureli. After Ureli is my 2. So they shouldn't tell us and make it 5. If you want to create another bus stop, we know. As Lagos boy, you never can tell, maybe some of us have done conductor in this state before. We know everywhere. So what I'm saying is, that's what they are celebrating. It's supposed to be a mass transit. I don't know if you understand. So how many people will you probably ferry within that state? And that's what's been there for 13 good years. So now going again to celebrate deep sea port, we're just a landlord.
No, but it's a JV. He's done the Yoruba Randall Center for Yoruba culture and all of that.
Mr. Rufai.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is Lagos. I just gave you fact of how much money in the last 3 years that has accrued to this state in terms of budget with performance. And the amount of debt that is only him has taken. So we should be speaking to that. By now, we shouldn't have an alternative route to this Lekki Aja expressway that is clustered already. It's just one way in, one way out. We shouldn't be speaking about iconic road projects and bridges in Lagos. No, we'll do better. In fact, we're even saying, since we know that you can't even use our money to do anything for us, because perhaps it's going somewhere.
Where
can
is the
you
money
give
going
us,
to?
hold on, can you give us at least some policies that will make us feel we have a governor? Let me tell you something. What happened in with Rahim, with Barrister Rahim in Etiosa, the woman that was shot on December? We've been having this over and over again. So if I were him, I would look at which one can I control? I don't know if you understand. We don't have general hospital in Etiosa. The land given by the community for them to be general hospital is where you have Royal Garden Estate today. They converted it to personal stuff. We'll come to that later.
Yeah, so Royal Garden Estate was supposed to be for general
absolutely,
hospital.
yes.
And it was converted?
Yes, it was converted. Now listen, this governor, what I would have done differently with that Rahim to avert replica of what happened was to say, you know what, there is a law which says every hospital must take anybody with gunshot wounds. And there was a particular hospital where Rahim was taken to, and that lady was rejected. So what I would have done differently is to sanction that hospital, and I'll be sending messages to all the hospitals in Lagos that should, or in case we have similar situation, you don't reject. You just have to do it. But he kept quiet. He rather chose to go to Abuja and take photo of the IG to make us feel something.
You said something now, I would like to interrogate. You said Lagos money is going somewhere. Where is Lagos money going?
No. Of course. Okay, where is the money? I just give you
who is
almost 4 trillion naira now in budgetary allocation.
Where is he sending the Lagos money?
We don't know. We're asking.
Okay,
Maybe when we get to the office,
can we talk about what you intend to do?
Yes, what we intend to do.
One of the issues that came up at that debate over the weekend at the platform is this issue of thuggery, how thugs have become kings in Lagos. And were you to become governor of Lagos State, what will you do about thuggery in Lagos State and make sure that thugs don't any longer, as has been alleged, collect chieftaincy titles in Lagos? And secondly, the whole issue about transportation, this Blue Rail line, deep sea port, what will you do differently? Let's talk about your own agenda.
Okay, so
we don't expect you to praise
it's okay, it's fine.
The APC government.
Dr. Abati.
What will you do?
Dr. Abati, the thuggery of a thing is a tool in the hands of this government. And I've said over and over again, we can as well convert them to tools, but a very positive one, useful one, and see how much of them you can quickly rehabilitate. I would say this, if the government of Lagos want all those nonsense to stop today, to stop, you know what? They are part of their structure. They're already embedded in government and political structure by making sure they are the one that is overseeing the parks and garages that belongs to the government. You know there is difference between URTW and the management of park and garages. And URTW is a labor union, you know, that is legal, you understand? But they decided to convert this one to tools to be terrorizing all of us. So if I have somebody like that managing Ojota garage, for instance, and I know on that corridor every time there is traffic, they go there to rob my people in traffic, all I need to say to the man that is managing that garage to say, you know what, the day I see people robbing my citizen on this corridor, that's the day I'm going to take the garage away from you. You will see that they will secure that garage themselves if they are not the one robbing people there. I don't know if you understand. That is one way to make sure you also use them. You know, as it is, our old mothers, they will put and say, Rufai, they will use you too, you see, and you will be like, I already know that. I don't know if you understand. Apologies for that. So this is some of the things we will bring to bear. Now, let's talk about this transportation issue in Lagos. You see, I've said it over and over again. All you need to do is to look at how to reduce the sufferings of the people. I've used a Third Mainland Bridge example. Of course, you have more vehicular movement from mainland to the island every morning on Third Mainland Bridge. And I said on your left, and when you're coming, that will expanse land, solution is staring to you in the face. What are we going to do is to build a park and ride in that place. That if you're coming from mainland and want to go on the Third Mainland Bridge, you can park your vehicles there. You understand? In a very secure, all I need to do is to invite the private sector to give me something like that. And you then have a ferry that will take you to the mainland. In fact, this ferry can also come with an alien cars on the island.
Fourth Mainland Bridge.
No, 4th mainland bridge. You know, by now we should even be talking about the 5th or the 6th mainland bridge. We shouldn't even be talking about 4th mainland bridge of Tinubu campaigned with 4th mainland bridge in 2003. We are still campaigning with 4th mainland bridge in 2023. It's something else. So this is one thing we're going to do. If we do that, we free up the 3rd mainland bridge. On Lekki-Ajah Expressway, I said it during the debate, every intersection, you see, they've done a whole lot of solution, but it's not working. Breaking the turn-off and it's not working. Solution to that place is first fly over all intersections. Because by the time the deep sea port and the refinery come in full, what's it called? There will be a lot of pressure on that road. By now, we should have built a coastal road that would take pressure off that place. And we also need to build another alternative route. I have identified one. I mentioned it at the debate. From that Eleanor Junction, if I build a road from there to Itomu, from Itomu to Badore, to bust out in Etiosa. So if you don't have business in Awoyaya, Shangote, Doaja, and if you're going to Epe, you just bypass and go. If you're also coming, you just bypass and go. If we do that in the first 2 years, we would have resolved the problem at that place, because a lot of people are moving there, estates are coming up there, and we need to plan for all of this area. And there are some points that you don't even need infrastructural renewal. What you need is to have a strong wave governor that would say, leave that place, don't do this in my state, and you clear it. We had a governor in this state before that sanitized it, almost everywhere. Right. We will bring all of these back during our own time. Okay,
let's talk about 2 areas as well that you touched on during the debate. One is around unemployment. Lagos currently has a 37.14% unemployment rate. Mm-hmm. Now, this is for the commercial capital of Nigeria. We have LSCTF, so some initiatives by this government to address that. I'd like to hear your innovation with regards to addressing this. And then the second part is education. Mm-hmm. You've talked about how you would partner with 5,000 registered schools to get out-of-school children, off the streets. We have the menace of, the beggars on the streets, almost mobbing Lagosians. Yes. I'd like to hear how you'd like to handle that, and dealing with mushroom private schools in Lagos State.
Okay, so let me take it from the education part that you spoke about and these children. So I've said it during my debates. What we need to do is to partner. Aside from the 5,000 registered, we still have 13,000 unregistered. Some of these schools.
How you deal with that problem?
No, we'll come to that. But we first need to tackle the menace that we have in our hand, which is the over 2 million out of school children. That's huge. Yeah. So we see as many of them we can spread across the registered, school. I've also said I'm going to have a meeting with all churches owners and mosque owners in the state to say, you have a space that you are not using between these school hours. Can I have some of my children in your space and get them who is going to take care of them? So all the children you see on the road, especially on this Lekki road, it's a nice so. And it's unfortunate that we have a government in Lagos and they see that every day, everybody just go to Silver City. It's normal. I am going to take them off the street. Let whoever is the parent come and ask me, and I will ask you why are they there. But I will take care because they are my children. I will take care of them. I'll put them to where they're going to be in school. I mean, all this policy of putting them in school, they're the numbers that we're talking about. We're just going to make sure we put them where we're going to take them up another. Now, you spoke about LSTF. This is what we're speaking to. You see, the only solution to this problem is just to make Lagos money work for the people of Lagos. The same LSTF that you're talking about, this governor claimed that he has pumped 10 billion naira into LSTF. So you pump 10 billion naira into LSTF, and we still have unemployment rate jumping from 14 to 37%. I don't know if you understand. Mm. So which means that money just flew wing. It didn't do anything. I mean, it further impoverished us. Mm. I don't know if you understand. Yeah. So what we need to do is to make Lagos wealth. Lagos is a wealthy state, but that wealth is on paper. We are coming to ensure that we have a wealthy state in truth, as against what we have currently, which is only on paper. We hear the audio. Lagos is the richest state in Africa, is this, but we can't see that wealth on the streets of Lagos and the lives of Lagosians. What we are betting is a wealthy state in truth.
Okay. I mean, because of the want of time, but maybe when we have the next engagement, we'll talk about what you would specifically do for small businesses. But I hear we have to go now because time is not our friend. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Jandor, for joining us. Okay. And I hope you talk to the police for protection.
Yeah, we've done that.
Because every politician is entitled to police protection. Yeah, so that we don't keep fighting for Lagos.
We have to fight for
in
Lagos.
In a literal sense.
Not physical combat, but we fight for the soul of Lagos.
Thank you very much. We've been speaking with the governorship candidates of the PDP, Dr. Babajide Adeniran, popularly referred to as Jandor.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà sórí ìkànnì Tenny ọmọ ológo. Tí ẹ bá ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, ẹ bá wa like, ẹ bá wa love. Nǹkan tí mo wá fún lẹ́nìí tí mo fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fi ń ṣe lẹ́nìí pé mi ìfẹ́ ká bára wa jà. Lágbájá kan ọmọ Yíbò ní kinní kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ní àwọn tẹ́yìn ń pè ní ọmọ Yíbò. Tẹ́ ní Yíbò ni wọ́n ní indigene ní citizen àbí indigene of Lagos ní Gbadebo. And then bàbá ọmọ Yorùbá ni tó jẹ́ ọmọ inú Èkó gọ̀gọ̀. Ìyá ẹ̀ ní ọmọ Yíbò. Ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́ni àti ń ṣe pé lágbájá kan ní kinní kan àwa ti torí ẹ̀ abẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ máa wú nǹkan tó bá yẹ pé ẹ fẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ẹ ṣe pé torí pé èèyàn kan la fi ń ṣe nǹkan yìí àwọn míì wà bẹ́ẹ̀ irú Abdulaziz Aládìméjì bí nǹkan Gbadebo àbí Jandor tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ti Labour Party náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ kí n rí wípé ó yẹ kí gbogbo yé pariwo tó yẹ pé àwa tá à ń jíjò òmìnira àṣẹ tribalism and I criticize anybody àìtí pé tẹ bá ní kinní kan pé òótọ́ ìjò òmìnira là ń jà kò yẹ ká gbé pé lágbájá yẹn Sanwó-Olú yẹn lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ nígbà tẹ ní ànádá Yorùbá tó náà ń lọ fún tó stand as a candidate pé kò náà jẹ ní Lagos State nílò ẹ wá ní òkè ìyẹn o ẹ ti gbé ẹ̀wọ̀n kan jáde wọ́n ń pè pé ìyẹn Jandor náà tó jẹ́ ti PDP ẹni rapist ni ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí blackmail yẹn ẹni rapist nìyẹn ìyẹn tó tún jẹ́ Gbadebo náà ẹ tún ti rí nǹkan nílé ẹ pé ọmọ Yíbò ni so ẹ wá ní pé Sanwó-Olú yẹn lẹ́fẹ́ lẹ́ni tó yẹ kó ṣe nǹkan fún tí gbogbo ti blackmail tẹ́ ti sọ oríṣiríṣi tẹ́ ti sọ many things nípa ẹ̀ kó o ní mo fi wá wò kó dàbí pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ti ń kó ìfẹ́ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ti fi politics sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ wọ́n ti fẹ́ máa da nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń dá ìjà ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà sílẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé tó bá lọ tó ogun bá jẹ lọ wọ́n ní ọgbọ́n máa ń jẹbọ̀ ó lè padà affect us in future because tá bá wo history Lagos ó deep gan àwọn tó nílé Èkó gbogbo bí lè kó ṣe ṣẹ̀ bó ṣe ṣe gbátẹ́ bá lọ wo mo share stream kinní kan jọ kan ní last year tí Mariam Oyakilome tó lọ fún ní àwọn ibi tí museum wà ní Èkó ní Badagry nǹkankan ẹ máa rórúkọ àwọn Yíbò tó wà ńbẹ̀ lára àwọn tó tẹ ibẹ̀ yẹn náà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà ti pẹ́ níbẹ̀ bí àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe sọ wípé a ti ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ now ẹni má yẹ kí n play video on debate of them mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n share my own opinion ká tó di pé a máa ṣe àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà lẹ̀ now ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń sọ tó yẹ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní inú ibẹ̀ yẹn a ní láti bára wa jà ẹni tí ẹ bá fẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí oníkálùkù ní opinion sí ẹni tó lè vote fún you can vote for APC if you like another person can come say okay me I'm a PDP man okay I will vote for PDP okay no Labour Party I won't know anybody ẹ jẹ́ kí everybody ní freedom láti ṣe nǹkan ẹ má máa force àwọn èèyàn pé kí wọ́n ṣe nǹkan lórí àwọn tẹ́ ń force àwọn èèyàn lé lórí kí ni wọ́n ṣe fún yín kí ni benefit tí wọ́n rí ní tenure tí wọ́n nígbà tí wọ́n kí ni àǹfààní tí ìwọ jẹ èmi ò criticize anybody here apart from EndSARS protest tó jẹ́ wípé ó jẹ́ kí n bínú sí Sanwó-Olú torí pé ó wà ọkùnrin ní o ní láti máa control apart from it but lórí nǹkan tí a bá ń ṣe bíbá ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa ga sẹ́yìn irọ́ pé torí pé lágbájá kan ọmọ Yorùbá ni torí pé lágbájá yẹn jọ ọmọ Yorùbá kí ni ọmọ Yorùbá tó sọ yẹn ó ṣe fún ẹ ẹ̀mẹ́yìn náà lẹ máa wáṣẹ́ lọ síbi iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ máa bọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ máa da ayé dànù tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá èdè tiẹ̀ ló máa sọ sí òyìnbó ló máa fi dá padà fún ẹ ẹni Gbadebo ò lè sọ Yorùbá dáadáa àṣọ ẹ̀mẹ́ ló ní Sanwó-Olú lọ síta tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá ló sọ òyìnbó ni àwọn ọba yín tán bá wà ní agbo níbi tí gbogbo wọn ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ òyìnbó náà máa sọ why are you so tẹ́ bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí kálukú free láti ní opinion rẹ̀ but no anybody bá sọ opinion rẹ̀ jáde ẹ ní ẹ mọ̀ ibi tó ga sí ẹ tí mọ̀ ibi tó belong sí ó ti sojú pé bóyá ṣe kú sẹ́yẹ ni torí pé nìyẹn sọ opinion tó wà nínú ẹ̀ jáde ìwọ náà sọ tiẹ̀ but tiẹ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ yẹn má fi criticize má fi bullying má fi má lo tribalism nínú nǹkan tí o bá fẹ́ sọ nípa rẹ̀ àwọn ògbé èbó ṣùgbọ́n àwa a máa sọ ní Yorùbá now nígbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọba aládé ló sọ pé no Yorùbá nation lè ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mo sì rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọba tó jẹ́ pé wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ pé Fúlàní wọ́n ti fi wọ́n jọba tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tí àwa gbégbá Yorùbá nation yẹn àwọn ọba yẹn dà wípé there is a Fúlàní tó ti pẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ pé àwọn baba ńlá àwọn gan ba bẹ́ẹ̀ bí irú ọba Màkàmá ó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nígbà náà so ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ti ní àwọn Yíbò náà táwọn baba ńlá yìí ti bá níbẹ̀ so díàfọ̀ tó fi lè mú àwọn Fúlàní máa jọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tẹ́ nítorí pé wọ́n ti pẹ́ nílẹ̀ yìí wọ́n lè kúrò wọ́n lè ṣí lọ ó ṣe wá jẹ́sìn nítorí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹni ti fẹ́ fi politics sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ ó ti wá di wípé pẹ́pẹ́ sí ẹnìkan ní Yíbò lè gbà lẹ́yìn láti 400 years tí wọ́n náà ti wà lórí ilẹ̀ mi ìròmọ́ sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n torí pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe mọ̀dàrú ẹ fẹ́ sí òrìjó lẹ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní campaign rọ pé kìíní kan ní gbáládò gèrò wá wọjà which is not good ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ reality torí pé bí ìwọ náà bá ronú pé even adé tó ń pẹ̀lú very soon because mo rí níbi wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ti ń kó even kí náà porúkọ rẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọba yín lè ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú àwọn ọba yín ni wọ́n ti ń fẹ́ Fúlàní ìmí ń fẹ́ Yíbò ìmí oríṣiríṣi tribe ni wọ́n ti ń fẹ́ lẹ́nìí táwa bá complain wá ní no even Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu fúnra rẹ̀ ó ní Fúlàní is his brother ó sọ nínú àwọn statement tí bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu máa ń sọ níjọ́ tó fẹ́ ṣe birthday ṣe bí birthday tí Bọ́lá Ahmed fẹ́ ṣe ní last year tó eléyìí tó kọ́kọ́ ṣe ní 2021 ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló ti lọ ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn ó nídìí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn family ni wọ́n brothers ni wọ́n jẹ́ fún ó lọ sẹ́ níbẹ̀ and another last year again because of pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nípa train attack of the train tí àwọn Boko Haram attack the train torí rẹ̀ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu stop birthday celebration rẹ̀ because ó kà àwọn Haúsá Fúlàní kún brothers ẹ̀ why are you are fighting for Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ìwọ ń jà fún Tinubu nítorí tribalism ó ti ń criticize Tinubu ò criticize that is why tó fi jẹ́ pé ọmọ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ṣe yìí ó lè fẹ́ Yíbò Tinubu fúnra rẹ̀ fẹ́ Yíbò ó dẹ̀ ní ọmọ fún Yíbò if you don't know Tinubu fẹ́ Yíbò ó dẹ̀ ní ọmọ fún Yíbò Babajide Sawolu tí wọ́n fight fún lẹ́ni ó fẹ́ Yíbò ó dẹ̀ bí ọmọ fún Yíbò ìyẹn tún kọ́ but because of the ambition tó wà nílẹ̀ ó reject àwọn méjèèjì reject ọmọ wọn Tinubu reject ọmọ rẹ̀ tó jẹ́ Yíbò tó bí fún Yíbò Sanwó-Olú fúnra rẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ọmọ náà reject a máa fi gbogbo ẹ̀wọ̀n yìí so kí ló dé yìí yàn ń jà nítorí àwọn ilé nígbà tí àwọn tẹ̀yìn ń jà nítorí wọn láwọn ò ṣe tribalism wọ́n tún máa padà pàdé mo fẹ́ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá lọ́gbọ́n tí ẹ ní òye lórí ìkànnì yìí ìwọ tínú rẹ bá dùn sí ètò yìí jọba mi tẹ bá mi máa press love àti like ọ ò ní fọwọ́ tó bá fi tẹ lọ́ọ̀pì yẹn gbọ́mọ sí ikú òjijì ò ní wọlé tó ẹ wá ṣùgbọ́n tó bá rìpọ́ọ̀tì tòmí tó ti ṣe ayé ẹ máa bàjẹ́ sán ó máa bàjẹ́ dọjọ́ alẹ́ ní òní ṣoríire now mo fẹ́ sọ kinní kan fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń wò mí nígbà tí àwọn ọba yín tí wọ́n ti ń fẹ́ yàwó lẹ́ni tí wọ́n ń fẹ́ Fúlàní fẹ́ kinní ṣe bá a pariwo fún wọn àwọn ọmọ yín pọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ lè fẹ́ torí tó bá dọjọ́ wájú àwọn ọmọ yẹn náà máa bẹ́ contest ṣerú àwọn ọmọ tí ọba Aláàfin fi sílẹ̀ ẹ wá dúdú ìyàwó tí ọba Aláàfin fẹ́ kó tó kú ẹ wá dúdú wọn bó ṣe pọ̀ tó Ìgbò wà ńbẹ̀ Fúlàní wà ńbẹ̀ tí táwọn ọmọ yẹn náà bá wá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ jọba lọ́la ẹ wà máa sọ pé rárá o torí wípé ìyá rẹ ti dẹ́ Ìgbò kò ní lè contest àwọn èèyàn yín náà ti fuck up àwọn èèyàn yín ni wọ́n ti trespass so therefore tó bá ti ṣe yẹn ni tó bá ti jẹ́ pé kì í ṣe pé full blooded Yorùbá full blood pé Yíbò ní níwájú Yíbò ní lẹ́yìn bàbá ẹ̀ Yíbò ìyá ẹ̀ Yíbò why ten criticize ẹ̀ ń sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ full blooded Yorùbá àwọn ọmọ tí tó jẹ́ full blooded Yorùbá ni wọ́n pa àwọn ọmọ yín ní Lekki toll gate Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ranjúlẹ̀ síbẹ̀ kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tó gbé àsìpé bó ṣe sọ pé òun ló ń méjì Èkó òun ni bàbá Èkó ó yẹ kó lè wá wọn rí kó make sure wípé Sanwó-Olú tó fi sórí ipò ó wá àwọn wọ́n dig into this matter kí wọ́n wá àwọn tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn jáde Babajide Sanwó-Olú súnmọ́ rẹ̀ ṣebí full blooded Yorùbá ni kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tó gbé lórí àwọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú EndSARS ti náà kò rí gbogbo bó ṣe ń pààyàn even Bámisáyé kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu gbé fún family rẹ̀ so many things tó happen nínú Èkó báwọn àwọn ọmọ agbèrò ṣe àtàkì àwọn èèyàn gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ọ̀dẹ̀ táwọn ọlọ́jà ń sunkún tí wọ́n ń wọlé ká tí wọ́n ń jólé ká kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ wọn ṣe owó ajásìkò ẹ̀yin wá ń fẹ́ máa fight fún wọn àwọn tó ń fara ní ẹ́ nígboro wọn ń fight fún wọn let me tell you something and again ìwọ tún wọ́n ronú pé Yíbò kìíní kan mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan fún ẹ ta ló jẹ́ kí Yíbò wọlé kí ló jẹ́ kí Tinubu rípò kí ló yẹ ta ló jẹ́ kí Tinubu rí ipò díẹ̀ mú nílẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yíbò tẹ́yìn sọ lẹ́ni nínú presidency election tó ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ta lẹni tó jẹ́ kó rí àwọn numbers kan mú tó jẹ́ kó rí àwọn ọ̀nà pé káwọn èèyàn fi fọ́ọ̀tì fún ẹ má gbàgbé pé Wike kì í ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá publicly the whole wide world sí Wike ó make sure kó yí àwọn òwe yẹn níta gbangba Wike kì í ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá ṣé bí Ìgbò ní Wike Ìgbò ní yí Wike o ó dé support Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu torí ẹ̀ ń complain ó support Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu yìí tó fi dé president tẹ́yìn fẹ́ ẹ wà selfish Yorùbá wà selfish kò dẹ̀ da kí ni yẹn common ní ara yín tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ gbé yẹn wálẹ̀ ẹ máa ṣe rubbish ẹ máa sọ tí ò da ṣé Wike tó bá yín yíwèé tí Tinubu fi dé ipò tó dé Ọbaṣẹ́kí kì í ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá Ẹdó ni Ọbaṣẹ́kí o àwùgbà tó Tinubu ló sọ fún pé ìgbà tí Tinubu ò fẹ́ kí wọ́n wọlé ìgbà náà sọ fún pé Ẹdó no be Lagos Ọbaṣẹ́kí under àwọn Tinubu APC ni o gbogbo alámọ̀ nǹkan tí Ọbaṣẹ́kí ṣe ní publicly nítorí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lórí presidency tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí nígbà tí àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n sì torí pé kí Tinubu tó jọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ leader wọn nínú APC kó lè dé ipò ààrẹ kí APC wọn lè máa lọ tán wá kí Ìgbò fi ọwọ́ ti Tinubu lẹ́yìn láti dé ipò ààrẹ tó bẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí wá nítorí pé á fi Ìgbò á fi Yorùbá lọ́mọ tí wọn ò gbúdọ̀ jẹ tí a bá gba nation wa gbogbo àwọn àǹfààní yẹn la máa stop gbogbo irú àwọn but for now we need to leave them because Yorùbá nation wa kò tí ì délé ní láti bí good 3 years ni wọ́n ti ń collect money tágbogbo nǹkan tán ṣe ibo ló wà àwọn tán ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ yín tí wọ́n sọ fún pé Yorùbá nation ó máa dúró àwọn náà ti sọ fún pé kẹ́ ẹ bọ́ta kẹ́ lọ 40 ṣe wọ́n ní kò ní sí 40 ni fún president wọ́n ní kò sí nǹkan tó jọ ó wá di ibi tí gómìnà tán àwọn wá ní Ìgbò kò lè gbalẹ̀ o ẹ bọ́ta ẹ lọ 40 kì í ṣe Bánjí Akíntóyè ló sọ yẹn jáde kì í ṣe gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe Yorùbá nation lẹ́yìn náà ti ń sunkún pé Ìgbò tán ti gbàgbé pé àwọn fúnra wọn jọ ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú Ìgbò ní publicly àìmọye ìgbà ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ yẹn Sunday Igboho Bánjí Akíntóyè wọ́n jọ ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú Simeon Ekpa ní publicly fún security ẹ̀dẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀fẹ́ support Ìgbò ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń lé Ìgbò láàrin yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ẹ lè dájà yín gà tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ pe Simeon Ekpa kẹ́ ẹ jọ lẹ́ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ meeting pọ̀ ní publicly ẹ̀ ṣe ní kọ́kọ́ o káwọn ọmọ yín lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn pé kán bá yín train wọn o ẹ̀dẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀fẹ́ Ìgbò ẹ̀dẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ bá Ìgbò ṣe leader Ìgbò fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ yín but ẹ̀ ń sick fún ẹ̀kú wọn why are you doing this you need to stop criticizing stop ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ we need unity and love ṣé bí national anthem wèrè tẹ́ gbé jáde ẹ fi peace and unity sí national pledge yín kọ́ with peace and unity lẹ́ fi parí rẹ̀ ǹjẹ́ ní peace ǹjẹ́ ní unity you don't have peace in yourself as well talk less we have unity even among us we don't have unity tẹ́nìkan bá ti jáde báyìí ẹ mọ̀ criticize ẹnìyẹn ni lágbájá báyìí ò lè darí yín o politician ni o olóṣèlú ni lágbájá o eléyìí ò lè ṣe gbẹ́ o ṣé Wike ò tẹ̀lé Tinubu Wike yíwèé fún Tinubu ló support ẹ̀ Ọbaṣẹ́kí ó support ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ Ẹdó ọmọ Ẹdó ní Edo state Ọbaṣẹ́kí if you don't have the video I can show you má wọrí ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa rojọ́ lọ títí ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa wá fídíò Ọbaṣẹ́kí mi need láti máa kí n máa fún yín ní proof torí tá a bá mi láìkí ká máa fi ẹ̀rí sílẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ èmi kàn sọ fún pé àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò náà wọ́n support Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu nígbà tó fẹ́ jẹ president ẹ má gbàgbé pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá yín wọ́n wà ní àárín àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ fún governorship ní Èkó so kì í ṣe Yorùbá nìkan ló fẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀ so èyí tẹ́ ń bọ́ra yín jà tẹ́ ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ò dá síra yín tẹ́ ń jẹ́ kí n wá fídíò kan fún yín kẹ́ máa kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ yẹn lọ́nà tó fi di kí n fi mú fídíò tí mo fẹ́ mú wá fún yín kí n fi mú wá fún yín níbọ̀ wá ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa bọ́ra wa jà ẹ jẹ́ kó ní kálukú ní freedom láti ṣe nǹkan tó wù ẹ má máa force àwọn èèyàn you cannot force me to do something àwọn tí o fẹ́ force mi lé lórí ṣé mi gbà tiwọn ni èmi ò gbà tiwọn now so you cannot force me báwo lè ṣe máa force àwọn èèyàn pé gbàgbàgbà pálá ẹ̀hún tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ yẹn náà gbọ́dọ̀ bá yín fẹ́ no it's not done like that you cannot force me to do it to like you by force tí n bá like me like it nísìnyí wọ́n ti wà kóòtù nísìnyí lórí Tinubu wọ́n ti lọ sí kóòtù nísìnyí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti wà kóòtù lórí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu náà wọ́n wà kóòtù nísìnyí ẹ jẹ́ ká wo eléyìí ẹ
If you go to courses around the world where they treat things like corruption, where logistics are treated, people with Nigerian origin.
Of the CDD with us, and Yemi Adamolekun, you were going to comment on some of the points he made about youth in politics.
On him, it was actually Dr. Killer's point when he was talking about...
Professor Killer.
Yes, when he was talking about how young people shouldn't pay too much attention to politics. I think the narrative for young people in Nigeria now is that they don't engage in governance. So not necessarily because they're trying to be politicians or see politicians as being into politics as a route to anything. It's the fact that they don't engage governance, number one, and haven't made the connection between their quality of lives and the type of leaders that they have in place. And then the third bit is then holding those leaders accountable. So this election was around, as Leila said earlier, post-EndSARS, young people kind of deciding that they want to pay attention, deciding that in some ways they don't like the people that represent them and wanting to change them. And I think to your point again about Mr. Rotimi, who seems to believe that if people saw how elections worked in other countries, they would behave differently. I mean, there have been quite a number of travel tours that INEC officials have undergone. And INEC officials have also gone as observers to other countries to observe their elections. So I really don't think that's the issue. That it's not their lack of exposure that's the problem. Somebody said something about common sense. I don't know who did, but maybe that's what we're saying.
I think what Professor Killer was trying to underscore, by my understanding, is that, look, the youth should not see politics as the only way to survival. That
what do you mean? In what way?
That is, he was trying to say they should look at technology, look at different disciplines.
But that's the sectors they're in. And that's what I was trying to draw the parallel. That we're saying that they don't engage. It's not survival, it's that I'm in the politics space. I'm in technology because I'm in the space. I'm either investing or I'm building something. But if you say I'm in the politics space, is that I'm participating as a politician. But the point I was trying to make is that the conversation has been that they're not interested in governance. They're not interested in who leads them, who is in political office. So now if they come out en masse, they're coming to vote. So they engage in that process. So the point is that regardless of who wins, if it's your candidate or not, the president, the senator is representing you. So don't still then fold your arms and say you don't care. Continue to engage because they do affect your life. Yes.
Certainly.
There are a couple of things that needs to be added. One is sad and embarrassing. The fact that part of what has attracted young...
But mo máa ní láti share fídíò tí mo sọ because tí mo bá ti ń débẹ̀ mi ní fẹ́ kúrò lórí ẹ̀ kó mọ́ dàbí pé ṣe là ń parọ́ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ àbí a kàn ń blackmail because this platform we are not blackmailing here. So and share opinion wa àti ká dẹ̀ sọ nǹkan ká enlight àwọn èèyàn wa lórí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ so that kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ wípé kán má vote fún ẹni tí ó bá fìyà jẹ wọ́n torí bí wọ́n ṣe ń tọrọ bárà lórí social media is not good. Kán máa bá sábẹ́ kán máa wọnú inbox wa fún wa lówó lẹ́ẹ̀mẹwàá kò síbẹ̀ ṣe lè fún wọn lówó tó still náà wọ́n tún ní kò tó ni but táwọn náà bá rí iṣẹ́ kan tí wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n ń lọ táwọn ọmọ wọn tí wọ́n ń dà sílẹ̀ tí wọ́n rí bì kan náà lọ àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n rán níléèwé táwọn náà rí bì kan lọ tí wọ́n ń dé lálẹ́ tí wọ́n mówó wálé tí ìyá lọ tí bàbá lọ kódà kó mọ́ ju kékeré lọ wọ́n rí fi papọ̀ kò ní sí pé wọ́n bèsì lórí pé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ẹni tó kọ́ sí ọwọ́ gan lásìkò èkó rí nǹkan kan ṣe. Now this is Obasekin nígbà tí wọ́n ń vote fún election mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wo fídíò yẹn dáadáa kẹ́ ẹ wo àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní time yẹn. God bless you.
And they came to destroy the ballot paper. Look at it. They have destroyed it. They damaged the ballot box. This one is for president. Now see, my people. See, I'm already do what for. Madam, what happened?
We there here, we call vote. Before we know, Obaseki carry motor come. As it come, other people have scatter everything. Now Obaseki na one.
Who the Obaseki as in who? Our governor. Are you sure you saw him?
Yes, nice one. And the governor, I regret voting for him.
The governor.
I voted in the second term. And the guy voted for him.
Now, my people, this is the situation here. They have damaged. How do you know that Bill was winning? Let me look at. Be showing me the ballot paper. Be showing me. No, no, don't be doing it. Don't be dragging it. Don't be showing me.
Just check.
Share this video, my people. Be sharing this one. This is not a good news. Share this video. Be sharing. Let me see.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Election was peaceful.
Were you here?
I was in my own unit.
What happened?
Voting.
Yes.
The governor came in. It was not up to 10 minutes.
Don't be saying governor. Did you see him?
Yeah, we saw his convoy. Everybody is not blind. We were there.
Oh, this is for House of Rep. This is supposed to be for House of Rep.
Yes.
Okay, it's labor. Yeah, everything is labor.
Must check. We are not pretending it. We have made up our mind. We are tired of the suffering. We are tired. We are tired of the suffering. We came out to vote. People are coming to hijack ballot boxes.
Now, our people, our viewers, I told you people to stand by on my page. That we will be bringing you updates. On my way to the studio to fight story, I saw a lot of people around the Yaro. I saw policemen and I said, what's happening? They said people came around to destroy the ballot paper, and that is what you are seeing now on the floor. Let's be picking it one by one and let's know if it's a bit too true. Okay, this one is a Labour Party for presidency. Labour Party. Okay, this one go vote for 2 places. This one is void before. Okay, this one Labour Party. This one Labour Party. They scatter everything. Oh, this is sad. Be sharing this video. Be sharing this video. Be sharing this. Okay, but why the policemen here? Did they not declare policemen? No. Were there policemen here before?
If you can hear that woman very well, Obaseki ló wá síbẹ̀ tó destroy me. Ó disrupt tó gbogbo tó wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n win ni. INEC ibi tí INEC ti wá rí number figure bí báyìí tó dẹ̀ sọ pé ó announce fún president pé nìkan win. Ṣé number tí wọ́n disrupt yìí, tí wọ́n bàjẹ́, tí wọ́n fọ́ gbogbo ballot paper yìí, tí wọ́n dàrú yìí. Báwo ló ṣe count? Báwo ló ṣe count? Because wọ́n bá ogbon tó wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn jẹ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ná wọlé fún president. Gbogbo bí tí wọ́n bá ti rí pé Obi ti win níbẹ̀, wọ́n ti láwọn tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n wà níbẹ̀ yẹn, tọ́n bá ti rí pé Obi ni wọ́n target, ni wọ́n dìbò fún, ni wọ́n ṣe kíní níbẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n á ti mọ̀, wọ́n á lọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n á lọ dàrú. Obaseki the old governor, ó lọ síbẹ̀, ó lọ bá kan jẹ́. Wike náà ń wọ Obi kan náà, ó lọ dàbẹ̀rú. Kì í ṣe ọmọ Yíbò ni wọ́n ni, wọ́n dẹ̀ support ẹ̀yin Yorùbá. Wọ́n ìtẹ̀ fẹ́ dájẹ́ lẹ́yẹ̀mẹ̀yà sílẹ̀. Àwọn people tẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń jà fún yìí, they are not fighting. Mo mọ̀ sọ pé wọ́n bára wọn jà. Ìwọ kàn fẹ́ kú, ó fẹ́ bà yé àwọn èèyàn jẹ́ ni. Wọ́n bára wọn jà. Ń lẹ máa rí wọn tó máa bára wọn lọ́wọ́. Ṣé bí Goodluck Jonathan àti Tinubu campaign mọ̀ dàrú fún? Òun lẹ tún ní tó ń dì mọ́lẹ̀ ní pé ó win. Why tẹ́yìn wọn bára yín tẹ́ fi ẹjọ́ òṣìlẹ̀ kẹ́yẹ́ destroy people's life and stop blackmailing people. Àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe tó bá dìgbà tí bó ṣe máa ṣe fún wọn náà nìyẹn. Wọ́n á rí nǹkan kan wí pa ti ẹni. Èmi tí mò ń jà lọ́sàn àti lórí wọn mo sọ fún mi pé mò ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún olóṣèlú. Láì gba kọ́bọ̀ ń ta, láì gba àkáǹtì síta, rí mi kí n pín ní PayPal, abẹ́ rí mi kí n pín ní GoFundMe, àbí kí n pín ní àkáǹtì sí abẹ́ mi. Rí ìjọ́ wò lè rí láti 2020 tí mo ti join wọn. Gbogbo náà ń ṣe now. And wọ́n sì sọ fún mi pé èmi ti ṣiṣẹ́ fún politician because wọ́n mọ̀ pé òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ló ń jáde. Tọ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ń jáde lára ẹ̀, tọ́ mọ̀ pé òun sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀, tọ́ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ó ń hit wọn. Wọ́n á wá nǹkan tí wọ́n máa fi lé ẹni. Wọ́n máa wá nǹkan tó máa fi blackmail ẹni. Why tó fi attack page mi? Because wọ́n mọ̀ pé intelligent wà bẹ̀ tó yàtọ̀ sí tiwọn. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí n máa lọ jà ní náà. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí tó bá pé ìjà ni mò ń jà nísìn tí mo kàn dédé ráyàn kan mú tí mo mú kan lára àwọn tó wà lórí fracas kí n máa bára wọn jà. Rí bí wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ ṣe ṣíà. Ìjà nìkan náà wà after. Ohun tó máa ṣe wọ́n láǹfààní yẹn wọn ò ní ìdí ẹ̀.
Share this video.
Not favor was up there, which is Labour.
You voted Labour too?
Yeah, voted Labour. I'm enough to stand my words because I made this country, Nigeria, very good, and I will leave it better. not this mess we are in.
Okay, now I want to find out something.
Yes.
There were voting centers, units in all these places. Yes. Was it all of them? Did they destroy all of them?
No, they didn't destroy all of them.
Okay, they cut it from the way.
Like that was before the fights come up. That was
Okay, the INEC people ran with the ballot boxes. Okay, they protected that one. How did they overpower all of you now?
There was no security.
Did they come with guns?
No.
Why did you not hold one person?
Some of them were
share this video. Be sharing this video.
Now, imagine a security person. Okay, imagine Obaseki came first of all. Not
all this you observe. Obaseki, can you substantiate it?
See, Obaseki came not of the 10 minutes when these ones came in. They came about.
Is this his voting center?
No, this is what for. This is what for.
Okay, what for? This is governor's ward.
They came all the way first of all from Fabi Akpata. We did not actually know. It was official that they actually went to destroy Fabi Akpata. They've done Fabi Akpata zone.
They damaged the things that
they have done those ones. Then they came here. When they came, they came to Unitate. They were at Unitate first. They were like, I remember one was like, they tell people who they want to vote for. They tell people who they want to vote for. Like even when they tried to calm this one down. That's when.
So when they were scattering it, you ran?
No.
Where were you? Now I want to know. Now I want to take other people. Now, when they were scattering it, what happened?
When they were scattering it,
the security was around, but everybody ran. It was so
he said the middle didn't come down.
What I am advocating for is that because they overran the whole Ward 4, I signal that thing should be cancelled for another rerun.
For another rerun?
Yes.
Ward 4 of Oredo?
Of Oredo.
All right, people, if you recall this morning, I told you something I observed on my way from Oluku. I told you that as on my way to the city center, I didn't observe any checkpoint, which I said was strange. If you recall, I said that in the morning. I said it was strange that when you have a presidential election like this, you don't have policemen, you don't have soldiers on the road. I said it was strange. And really, now people who were driving freely. Okay, please, be opening the ballot for me. Let me see where people voted. These are the ballot papers. This one is OB. Okay. Okay, so that it's not OB. What am I saying? Okay. Look, no, this one is for Federal House of Reps. This one voted PDP. Okay. This one PDP. This one APC. Presidency of Labour Party. Be bringing them now. Labour Party. Oh, I'm even showing my face. Okay. Oh, excuse me, let me take it again. Okay. This one is Labour Party. Okay, let me see this one. Labour Party. Yes. Are you guys are seeing it? Be sharing this video. Okay, Labour Party. Yes, Labour Party. They voted Labour Party. Labour Party. No, don't be dropping it. Be showing me. I'm showing to our people. Our people in diaspora are watching. They want to know what's happening. Labour Party. Okay, Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour Party. Labour Party. This is okay. Let me see. Labour Party. You turn this one upside down. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Labour Party. This one is also Labour Party. Okay, I work here now. Okay, just open. Let's see. Be sharing this video. They said they brought police officers, female police officers to this place. And the people that came to scatter this place overran everybody because they came by surprise. We don't know them. I'm sure the police will be briefing journalists to tell us who those people were that came around to bring all this one out. Bring all this one. Why she's battling with this one? It doesn't matter now. We want to know. Is that one Senate or reps? That ballot? This one is rep. Okay, let's see where they voted. Are you seeing it for House of Rep Labour? House of Reps Labour. Oh yeah, be fast. Okay, also Labour. Let's see what was another party. This is also Labour. I'm dropping them on the floor. This one is also Labour. No, we know what to do with this presidency board. This one is also Labour. Are you seeing it? Labour. Okay, Labour. Okay, APC. This one is APC. Let's go. Okay, this one void. I'm coming. I'll get to that place. Labour. Are you guys seeing it? Be sharing this video. See, we have people viewing you, 1.2 people viewing you now. Everybody all over the world viewing us. Okay, are you seeing it, neighbor? Are you seeing it?
I don't want to take time. I don't want to take your time too much. Now, ó dàbí pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń wò mí nílé, ó dàbí pé ẹ ti rí. So Obaseki náà ṣe títí ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé àwọn ọmọ Yíbò ni wọ́n support Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Tó dẹ̀ fi ríbi rí àyè mú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ náà tún ni eléyìí tó jẹ́ ìkejì náà tí wọ́n ń pè ní Wike. Ó náà ṣe same thing. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé news gbé yẹn. So why are we complaining today? Because tó bá ti dórí títí yín tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ rí yàn mú, ìgbà ẹni Yorùbá máa ń complain pé ẹnìkan ni Yíbò, ẹnìkan ni Yorùbá. Ìgbà tá ń pariwo pé Fúlàní ló ń pa wá.
And the first frame of it showed Gen Zs being asked who's the governor of this state, who's the whatever. They had no clue. But they were very clear about that they were disappointed in governance and they planned to vote. So I think in a lot of ways, I mean, a lot of young people will probably pick out entertainment icons more than they would pick out certainly an entertainment icon would hands down beat Boo Boo as somebody.
Even literature icons.
Exactly, precisely. That's someone who's important in their lives, or their governor, for example.
And they should pay more attention to those. Whilst holding governance, that's the point.
Exactly.
But you see,
let's put this thing back on the table.
The major beauty of the involvement of the youth, to me, is the fact that they are directly preventing or putting a stop to sit down, leaders. Yes. Now that they are actively engaged, all those who want to change the constitution, die in office, I think this will sooner than later be thrown into the garbage of history.
Okay. Yes. Can anyone hazard a guess as to when we will get the final result of the elections held yesterday? Now that INEC is just going to start collation of results at 6 p.m. today.
Some polling units still haven't.
Hopefully, some polling units are still time. What could that shortest possible time be? Because if we don't get the results early, the country will be
no longer at ease.
We'll be in a
that there's been no strong statement by, in my opinion, by INEC nor by political parties, especially in Lagos. I mean, they're actually Lagos and Kano. I think those are two states that I've been watching, that it's really a clear issue of an APC stronghold, which is the ruling party trying to hold on to power by all means necessary. Because if nothing happens in the way that they've gone about it, both in terms of cancelling results in polling units, categorically stating that people of particular ethnic groups are not allowed to vote in a particular polling unit, that for me raises concerns for what that means for governorship elections. Because if at a presidential level, they're able to do this and get away with it, when it's now the incumbent governor who is now either trying to hold on to power or trying to install a successor, it literally be all gloves off if they're able to get away with what they've done on Saturday. And that's very worrisome.
Prof, very quickly, as we begin to wrap up. Okay. Yes. Oh, two profs. Professor Kitela.
The younger one.
The younger
prof. Look, well, if Kwankwaso succeeded in voting, and immediately thereafter.
Lórí wípé bí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ fún wa wípé Yorùbá kìíní kan, mo fẹ́ béèrè question lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń wò mí. Mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń já kìíní yẹn, wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ bí, and I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Okay? Ìkùwà tó bá wù ẹ́ ni kò ṣe, torí pé ẹlòmíì àṣìṣẹ́ láyé yìí, á ṣe wàhálà láyé ẹlòmíì ló máa kéré rẹ̀. Because ẹni tí wọ́n tó ń jà fún, tó ló fẹ́, tó ń jà fún, ìròbọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀gán rí nǹkan jẹ. Tó bá jọ ọmọ tiẹ̀ ló jáde lẹ́yìn wọ̀ọ̀la, kó má jẹ́ Yorùbá. Okay, nígbà tí Ọmọyẹlé Sowore jáde, Ọmọyẹlé Sowore ṣé gèdè ni, youth ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe campaign náà rè, tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jáde, tẹ́ ní kò sí nǹkan tó jọ, torí pé ní agenda. Ẹ mọ̀ pé gbà Ọmọyẹlé fẹ́ jáde ní 4 years ago, tó fẹ́ jáde nígbà náà fún president, torí pé Tinubu fẹ́ kí Buhari tún padà lọ síbẹ̀ lẹ́lẹ́kejì, torí pé mọ̀ pé ó ti kú. Bọ́n ṣe campaign rẹ̀ dé tó wà lára àwọn tó kọ́ jáde fún, tó ní kò sí nǹkan tó jọ. Ṣé Buhari tó wá ṣe ń gbà náà pé Buhari ló máa wọlé? Ṣé Buhari yẹn kọ́ ló wá dojú ogun kan lẹ́nìí? tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ pé wọ́n ṣe kankan ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ campaign fún wọn tẹ̀mí yẹn ẹ wo nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe fún yín àní ẹ mọ̀ gbèjà wọn mọ́ àwọn tẹ̀yìn gbèjà yẹn wọ́n lè jẹ́ pé àwọn náà máa ṣe burúkú fún yín ẹ jẹ́ kí oníkálukú ní freedom láti lè ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe that is what I'm saying here èmi ò sí níbi láti sọ pé bóyá pé kò lè nífẹ̀ẹ́ if you don't like me fuck off I don't care many people lẹ́ni nínú program tí mo ṣe lẹ́nà láwọn tí mo mọ̀ tán jẹ́ wọ́n sì rí point mi tí wọ́n pẹ́ àwọn gangan fúnra wọn gbèjà MC Olúọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ń gbèjà Sanwó-Olú èyí tẹ́mi ṣe lánàá ó enlight wọn because mo rí fídíò wọn tán ṣe mo rí ìtàn ṣe látẹ̀yìnwá mo rí ìtí wọn ṣe lánàá tán lè dágbà alágbá wa point wà bẹ́ẹ̀ mo rí pé wọ́n mú kókó ọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn àwọn gan fi sọ̀rọ̀ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ wọn so you don't need to be attacking me you don't have to be insulting me and you don't need to attacking my page so that people will not listen to me I know me I know point tèmi láti fi ṣe program and many people will be watching them and I say I know wọn láti gbọ́ no if you do that wàá ṣiṣẹ́ fẹ́ lómi jẹ wàá ṣiṣẹ́ fún ẹlòmíì jẹ wàá fiṣẹ́ lẹ̀ láyé báyìí ẹlòmíì àdẹ̀ máa kéré iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ lójú ayé ẹ̀ ni wàá ti máa ṣẹ́ wọ́n àdẹ̀ máa kó so leave my page if you don't like me please leave it leave here okay kò sí nǹkan tó lé ń bẹ̀ kò kàn mí mi ò ní kẹ́ wá máa dáwọ́ jọ fún mi náà àwọn tẹ́ pẹ̀lú olóòtú ẹnu ọba àwọn olóòtú yín wọn ṣe Yorùbá nation mọ́ and so fucking what àwọn tí ò ṣe Yorùbá nation yín tó ń gbójú jáde ṣe pa wọ́n ni àbí kì í sáwọn ọmọ yín ni ṣe rí mi kí n jáde kí n sọ fún pé mo announce fẹ́ nìkan n tẹ́mi ṣe láti lẹ̀ ní mi ò fi gbà kan stop ẹ̀ màá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa politics so kí wá ní tẹ́ ẹ wá ń complain fún mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa politics láti lẹ̀ mi wá ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi ò dú lórí pé Yorùbá nation now sukusuku ẹ máa gbógun wọlé bolẹ̀ tí mi kì í ṣe yẹn mo máa sọ nípa politics mo di politician mo bàjẹ́ ni èmi á dì wọ́n mo lè mi máa fi campaign fún Yorùbá nation máa sọ nípa tó lọ nínú Nàìjíríà lèmi fi máa wàásù fún ọ̀pọ̀ onílù láti jáde èmi ò kàn ní bẹ́ẹ̀sì lé wọn lórí kí n sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sẹ̀jú márùn-ún pé Yorùbá nation ó gbọ́dọ̀ dúró ní pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ló yẹ máa pè wọlé ibo ló ti rí yẹn rí máa sọ̀rọ̀ 3 hours láì ní stop 3 hours nígbà mi máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ tí màmá máwọn point yẹn wá fún ẹ ẹrí mi kì í sọ̀rọ̀ 20 minutes kí ni kí yẹ máa kọ̀ wọlé kọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ wá ẹjẹ́ ẹjọ́ èmi ẹ máa wá kọ̀ wọlé kí n kọ́gún lọ́gùn kí mọ́ ní ẹ máa pè bó ló ti rí yẹn lọ́dọ̀ tèmi so iṣẹ́ yàtọ̀ síṣẹ́ tó bá attack mi wàá ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ̀fẹ́ lómi jẹ ok kó jẹ́ kó rí ẹ pé nígbà tẹ́yìn sọ wípé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tẹ́ ní pé Lagos is not for Yíbò lè dìke nǹkan kan lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ṣé yí Tinubu ọmọ bo ló fẹ́ ṣé bí Yíbò ló fẹ́ even Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu fẹ́ Yíbò kí ló máa ń ṣe ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin tó jẹ́ pé gbàtẹ́ bá fẹ́ use obìnrin tóbìnrin yẹn bá tẹ́ bá láìkẹ́ ńgbà yẹn lẹ máa dẹnu fóbìnrin ìgbẹ́ bá gba pátá díẹ̀ tán lẹ máa dump obìnrin ṣé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ò bímọ fún Yíbò ni Bọ́lá bímọ fún Yíbò kò gba ọmọ ní náà ní Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó fẹ́ Yíbò a máa jọ watch yẹ so kó o mọ bó ṣe máa stop láti máa gbèjà èèyàn má gbèjà ni mò ń sọ fún ẹ má gbèjà èèyàn tó bá mà pò fẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ ni tí ó dìbò ẹ̀ kó dìbò fẹ́ni tó bá wù bọ̀ pé kò gbèjà yẹn torí àwọn bàbá yín ti sọ lénìí so o lè máa insult mi Professor Babajide Akíntóyè ti jáde wọ́n náà sọ jáde wípé kẹ́ bọ́tà ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kẹ́ lọ máa fó tí o Yíbò gbúdọ̀ gbalẹ̀ yín so ọmọ ọgbọ́n ni mí mo mọ tí bàbá Akíntóyè ń lọ ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí wípé ẹ gbúdọ̀ dìbò fún Gbadebo kan náà sọ fún yín yẹn kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó jọ ìdígbà tẹ́lẹ̀ jọ ti faramọ́rọ̀ yẹn.
Is my biological father. As according to the history which my mother gave to me before I came to Lagos in search of my father. This is my 5th year now in Lagos. She told me, she said, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu was a very good friend of Fela, while she was a Fela dancer. That is how they met. They gave birth to me. Then Tinubu has nothing before. He has nothing. She even said, then he was living in Obalende, and that Obalende that he was living, there was only one bridge then. In those days, there was only one bridge in Obalende. There they sell goats, cow, and under the bridge, they were even doing this, their Muslim church, which is Allahu Akbar. That I was even late when he was taking me there. So she took me away from my father when I was 2 years old, and she ran to Bayelsa. Since then, I've been in Bayelsa up till date. But it's just a pity that she's no more alive today. She died 2013. Her name is one Mrs. Lucky Refinama from Bayelsa State. Actually, I've been to so many places since I came. Even in my church, they told me, not that the man is not aware, but they have turned the face of my father against me, that even though he sees me, he will not even be concerned about it. But to be honest with you, I take so many steps. I first of all wrote a letter to his how they call his hotel, Oriental Hotel, to give it to the manager so that the manager could pass the letter to him before I came to Lagos. I didn't hear anything from them. I came to Lagos 2016. I started looking for my father, going to Bodilon. I went to his office, they call Freedom House. So many people have seen me, they know me. I'm just praying for God's intervention. Not until even the day I went to his house, the PA was like, okay, don't worry, I will help you. And from there, he took my voter's card. He took some, I wrote letter to him. But after some days I called, he said he has not given it to Babati. 2016 December, I met with LoJemi one-on-one. I'm not here for LoJemi. I'm here because of my father, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And he went inside, it's as if he went to make confirmation. And maybe they told him he didn't hear us again. So my friend and I was the only one sitting. Later, the police came with Mr. Friday. I tried to wave him, he didn't answer me. He went in to meet LoJemi. And LoJemi was just pointing. I was standing in front of the gate. She was just pointing me, talking. After that, the...
Ó dàbí pé gbọ́ pé ó mìtì Rẹ̀mí Tinubu one-on-one. Wọ́n jọ sọ̀rọ̀. So Yíbò ni. So Yíbò dá ló gba pátá díẹ̀ tó bí ọmọ gọlọ̀tọ̀gọ̀tọ̀ báyìí. Ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun wá. Ọmọ wa lọ́sùn tó jọ bàbá wa lọ́sùn. Tó jọ Jagaro di wa lọ́sùn bàbá wa. Ṣé Tinubu ò lówó? Ẹni tó lè ta ọmọ nù kò ní owó bí tí ó Tinubu ní owó délé ní. Ẹ dákun èló ló fẹ́ fún ọmọ yìí. Èló ni Tinubu fẹ́ fún. Ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú yóò fò ká wá bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ẹ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ dákàjàká síyàn. Kó bá pẹ́ ni tí ò lówó lọ́wọ́ fún àyà ni bóyá kò lówó. Owó tí Tinubu ní pọ̀. Kò yẹ kí irú ọmọ ẹ̀ máa gbẹ́rú àṣírí báyìí síta gbangba. Pẹ́ni tó fẹ́ lọ jẹ president orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì yìí ni mo ti kó pamọ́, ayé yìí ò ní dá. Ẹ gbé mi lọ kóòtù. Máa ń wí nìyí. Mi ní ẹni tó máa ṣe ìdájọ́ fún mi. Èmi ni máa ṣe ìdájọ́ ara mi, ni máa rojọ́ fúnra mi níbẹ̀. Fúnra mi ni máa rojọ́. Oró ò lè rojọ́, ó ò lè rò kó tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn. Ṣé tí Rẹ̀mí fúnra rẹ̀ gan pẹ̀lú èló ló fẹ́ fún ọmọ yìí? Ẹ máa dúdú estate tí Rẹ̀mí ní Èkó ni. Ẹ̀mẹ́rin ló lọ fún senator. Ó lọ fún senator lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́rin ní Lagos state ńbẹ̀ yẹn. Sọ́mọ Èkó ni, ṣé bọ́mọ Ògùn state ló tó dẹ̀. Sáwọn méjèèjì àtọkọ àtìyàwó sọ́jọ́ ọmọ Èkó ni. Sọ́mọ Èkó ni Tinubu àti Rẹ̀mí. Tọ́dẹ̀ ń rúlù, tọ́dẹ̀ ń do, tọ́dẹ̀ ń káàkiri owó Èkó. Kó wá fún ọmọ ẹ̀ nínú apartment kan. Tó sọ ní one apartment, kó fún níbi 3-bedroom flat. Tó wà òkè, tí ó fi yẹ bóyá tó bá níyàwó, tí ò bá ní tó bá níṣẹ́, iṣẹ́ wo ló kọ́, kán ra irinṣẹ́ fún. Tó bá ná 20 million naira lérí ọmọ ẹ̀ kò sí Ọlọ́run kù lára Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Kò bú nǹkan kan kù náírà. Owó tó fi ń ṣe fàájì gan, tó fi ń ra recharge card gan, tó ń fọ́n dànù gan, ṣé kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni? Àbí what are you telling me? What are you telling me? Ṣèyí gan lásán gan, ó lè tọ́jú ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀, orí ẹ̀gbọ́n ló máa jẹ́ sí. Ó lè tọ́jú bọ̀bọ́ yìí, kó fún owó tí Ṣèyí ní lẹ́wọ́ pọ̀ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Fọláṣadé lásán tó gbé 10 million naira lọ sí ilẹ̀ Haúsá tó bá gbé fún ọmọ yìí, ṣé wọ́n yóò máa fi bàbá wọn ráre kiri ni? Nǹkan tó wà greedy, wọ́n wà selfish. Nǹkan tí wọ́n ara tí wọ́n nìkan ní, wọ́n ní àrùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ní ogún tí Tinubu ní tó bá kú lé ní ẹ̀yin gangan tó ẹjọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ ẹ ti ní more than tẹ́yìn gan lè jẹ́ láyé ẹ ti lógún ti yín. So kí wọ́n yẹ tẹ̀ wá ń dorú tẹ̀ ń ṣorogún tẹ̀ mú ọmọ ilé mọ́ra. Tinubu ta ọmọ yìí dànù ṣé kìí ṣe Yíbò nìyẹn ni àbí Tinubu gbà tó ń kọ fún yẹ tó ṣe pọ́n tí tó fi lóyún tó fi bímọ. Oṣù méjìlá ló gbé kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. Definitely tó fi lóyún wọ́n ti fẹ́ fúnra wọn pa. Wọ́n gúnra wọn dáadáa, wọ́n rúnra wọn dáadáa tó fi di oyún ni. Kì í ṣe gbọ́kàn tọ́ wò lásán. Wọ́n jọ gbélé o. Tọ́jọ̀ nígbà tó wà ní oyún yẹn bó ṣe máa gàdí ìyẹ́ rèé. Àwọn ọmọ Yíbò dẹ̀ kan kú kéré ó kó fún ó wá dọmọ oṣù méjì kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ńgbà náà ìyá gbọ́mọ yẹn sá lọ ìyá ló lè ròyìn tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ó gbọ́mọ yẹn sá kúrò nígbà tẹ́mi ò balẹ̀ mọ́ ó wá dé padà kódà pẹ̀lú pẹ́ni tó lọ fún presidential candidate ńgbà náà mo fẹ́ lọ fún ààrẹ tí nǹkan báyìí lè wọ̀ náà ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n dájú ọ̀dájú ni wọ́n ọ̀dájú abiyamọ tán lè fi pa àwọn ọmọ ní Lẹ́kì ọmọ bí ogún bí ọgbọ̀n tán lè rí wọn tán wá dákẹ́ tí Sanwó-Olú wá jáde òun fún fámìlì wọn lówó fámìlì òṣùwò ló fún nìkan ó fuck off ọ fún wọn lówó lẹ̀ nígbè títẹ̀ yìí tí mo mọ̀ yín àwọn ọmọ tó ń kiri omi tó lọ lo ata lásán tó lọ lo ata ìwọ tó pàdé ọmọ tó lọ lo ata tó lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fi ṣe kínní tó lọ fún lówó pé àsìkò school ni you are not going to school and my mommy don't buy me kínní kan my mommy don't have money to buy my uniform okay ìkíní ẹ ṣe fídíò rẹ̀ lásán ìyẹn lásán ẹ ṣe fídíò rẹ̀ talkless of àwọn ọmọ tó tí wọ́n wound nínú ensars lò ní ṣe fídíò wọn irọ́ ti ba yí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹlẹ́nu sọ̀rọ̀ irọ́ pọ̀ ó ti pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ irọ́ pọ̀ ìwọ lò ní ṣe yẹn tí gbogbo àgbáyé gbé lò ní ṣe fídíò wọn àárí fídíò àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ sóre fún nínú ensars àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ help ẹ àárí wọn ẹ wá ń purọ́ pé that is what tẹ́ fídíò wọn abẹ́ ti lọ pa wọ́n mọ́lé ẹ ti lọ run wọn mọ́lẹ̀ ti lọ threatening wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń threatening àwọn èèyàn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lẹ́nu pẹ́ni tí ò bá fóòtì fún yín ìwọ máa gba sí ọ̀fọ̀ wọn anybody tí ò bá ti fóòtì fún yín ọjà ẹ ti ju ọjà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lẹ́nu ọjà kéré ẹ ti lọ juná síbẹ̀ torí táwọn ọmọ Yíbò ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló dé tẹ̀ ń threatening people's life why are you doing that irú ọmọ eléyìí sì tó kéré jù nínú iṣẹ́ Olúwa tẹ́ni Tinubu tó bá fún ọmọ ẹ̀ ní 20 million kò máa bú sí Ọlọ́run kù nínú ìgbésí ayé rẹ̀ kẹ́ kò máa bú sí Ọlọ́run kù nínú ayé Tinubu kẹ́ kó ra wálé 2 bedroom flat tàbí 3 bedroom kó jẹ́ 3 bedroom flat kódà kó jẹ́ 4 kó jẹ́ bungalow kó jẹ́ villa kékeré kan ló máa fún kó ra fún níbẹ̀ mọ́tò lásán èló ni mọ́tò tí Tinubu máa fún èló ni mọ́tò tí Tinubu ó lè ra mọ́tò bí 5 million ó yá gbà kó máa fi ṣe mọ́tò iṣẹ́ ibo ló ti ṣe kán ra workshop fún kó náà ti máa lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ọjà wo ló ń tà kí ló mọ̀ ń pa sí mẹkáníìkì ní ẹni kán ra workshop fún kó ra kán fún ní irinṣẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan yẹn kán ra secret ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọmọ yẹn síbẹ̀ kò ní rojọ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn kò ní béèrè ọmọ yẹn náà máa lífẹ̀ẹ́ kò ní dà wọ́n láàmú òkè àfẹ́ kò dà wọ́n láàmú ṣé n tó fẹ́ nìyẹn òkè mi ní bàbá rẹ kò sí problem mo gbà ẹ́ tọwọ́ tẹsẹ̀ ó yá ilé rẹ̀ gbà mọ́tò rẹ̀ gbà ó yá ṣe even ṣe yí gan tó bẹ̀ láti ṣe fún wọn wọ́n wá pa wọ́n ti sáwọn tán wá lọ fún àwọn fẹ́ lọ di ààrẹ àwọn tán ta ọmọ náà àwọn táwọn gan ò gbọmọ sáwọn ni wọ́n ráàyè ẹ̀yin ọmọ tẹ́ strike lásù sáwọn ni wọ́n ronú pé àwọn ẹ̀yin ọmọ kan òbí yín jìyà lérí yín wọ́n lè rántí yín wọ́n lè ràn yín torí wọ́n value life yín wọ́n value yín ẹ wàá mọ̀ pé yẹ kẹ́ ẹ gbára yín kò lọ́wọ́ ọrú wọn láwọn tí ó tó ń kọ́ mọ́ ṣé kìí ṣe Yíbò ní yẹ ilé àbọ̀mọ Tinubu kọ́ ṣé kìí ṣe ọmọ Tinubu ni.
PA just came out and said, I told you when your father, though he made an agreement with me before, he said when my father came, he will be the one to call me. So after that, he came and said, I told you when your father comes.
God bless you. Ẹni yìí ní 20 million kéré, kódà tó bá jẹ́ 20 billion, ó tọ́ ni kò lè mọ́ lára. Ẹ̀rọ owó tán gbé fún àwọn INEC ni kán lè rí ìgbẹ̀lẹ́sàn bí $700 million $700 million náà fi rí ìgbẹ̀lẹ́sàn tí ní first school tí wọ́n jáde. Sure.
Because I'll be the one to call you to. I said yes, but when I got here, I called you 3 times. You didn't pick. From there, he said, go. Please, go. I said, okay, no problem. As I was going, if the friend that went with me just dragged me back and said, where are you going? This is how you've been coming to your father's house. 8 months, 9 months, 1 year. How will you see your father? Who is PA to drive you away? Who is PA to chase you away? Now PA chase you, you are going. That is why you've not seen your father. When you went to LoJemi office, what does the SSS tell? The SSS said, right from the first day you step in your leg to Lagos, they know you, they've traced you to get where you are sleeping. But I don't know. After everything in LoJemi's office, Folashade office, he now said, Folashade will be the only person that can help me, that he cannot help me. I said, okay, no problem. I left that day. Then he now said, this is something you met Ambode. What does Ambode do? The Ambode said, you should go to your father's house, write a letter, give it to the security, and they will give it to your father. of which I did and put my
So
passport,
Ambode gan tún dá mọ̀.
my picture
Ambode tún mọ̀.
inside the letter.
Former governor
So
of Lagos
after
State.
that, I didn't hear anything. In 2 days' time, I was in Oshodi. I had I assassin came. After that, I went to the body lump. She even asked police to arrest me. I've heard so many things. Finally, I heard that she even told my father that my father should never accept me till he died. So now, even though you take this matter to Tinubu, Tinubu will be doing as if he has not even heard. He has not even. He does not even know what is going on. So I've been in the streets now, suffering, doing how they call it, lawman work, just to sustain in Lagos because I don't want to thief. I don't want to thief. I don't want to steal. I don't want to do anything bad. I just want God intervention. I'm not here in Lagos because of his wealth. I'm not in Lagos because of his money. All I want from them is just that reconciliation. That is why I am in Lagos. I need that reconciliation. If he said he's not my father, fine, I will go back to Bayelsa. So many people don't ask father, but they live to succeed in life. So many people ask father, but they don't know their father. But today, I thank God my mother told me everything. That is why I am in Lagos. We all can see that she is from Bayelsa State. She would have said, Goodluck Jonathan gave birth to me. Alame Seya gave birth to me. Timi Alaibe gave birth to me. So many people, even Timi Presilva, she would have said he gave birth to me. But she went and pointed Ahmed Tinubu, which I don't even know. I've never even seen him. So I did not come just to claim this man. I came based on what my mother told me. And I have been working since 2016 up to date just to see this man. I will tell you, because when she came up with the issue, even me myself, I told her, please take me to my father. I don't know, because she said when she was even with Tinubu, Oluremi was his girlfriend. So she actually took me away because of Oluremi, so that nobody will kill me. So I don't know her point of view why she took me away from my father. She has her own reason why she took me away from my father. But today, I'm begging Oluremi, wherever she is, let us make reconciliation. Actually, what she told me is that then he does not like to take pictures just because he was an street guy. He was the one that came up with this Agboro work. So he does not want to take pictures so that people will not notice him. So she said she does not have picture with him. Apart from picture and all the rest, I don't think there is any other thing. But the proof I got when I started, the proof I've got, at least with what she told me, they are all one. So that proves he is my father. I'm well sure and believe that he is my father. Like she told me, said, that time, he always come to Obalende to do job. You understand? So he will keep me with somebody and come. So she came from back to meet the person. You know, when you have a child with somebody and they've known you all around, when you came, people will be calling your name, Mama so, Mama so. So that is how she came and said, let me go and buy biscuits for my baby. I'm coming back. That's how she took me and ran away. That's what she told me. I'm pleading with Oluremi and Bola Tinubu. Please, I'm not here to claim. I'm here because of what my mother told me. Let them please unite with themselves and get back to me.
To review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel.
Ó dàbí pé ẹ gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn clearly. ẹ bá rí bọ̀ yẹn ó jọ bàbá ó jọ ọmọ olókè méjì ọmọ àràgbìjọ olókè méjì takọtabo lárí àgbà ó jọ bàjẹ́ Gàgàròdì ọmọ yìí jọ ẹ bàjẹ́ tó bá fọmọ ní 20 million péré tó kàn fún ní apartment tí ó mọ gbé irúṣẹ́ mẹkáníìkì tó ló ń ṣe yẹn àbí nǹkan kan èló ló fẹ́ fi ra machine Jagaban òun fún yàn 50 million freely calculate of pé àwọn bóyá lọ pa ìyá ẹ òun ṣàmúgbó ẹ pa ó fún wọn lówó náà Rẹ̀mí fúnra rẹ̀ gan lè ṣe yẹn tó bá ti mọ̀ pé ò fẹ́ accept ò fẹ́ kó ò fẹ́ máa rọ́mọ yẹn inú ẹ̀ ń bí ẹ ó lè fún lówó kó fi ókè á ti gbà bọ̀jẹ́ kó wà láàrin wa àfẹ́ distrust ó lọ́mọ ń ta káàkiri náà after kì í ṣe Rẹ̀mí nìkan ló lọ́mọ fún ẹ Ṣèyí Tinubu gan kì í ṣe Rẹ̀mí ló bí Ṣèyí kọ́ ló bí ọ̀tọ̀ níyẹ́ ẹ Olúkọ̀yà bí nǹkan woman yẹn ti di wòlíì ní ìṣọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tó ní ó ti di wòlíì ní church Kérúbù ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́ni tó bí Ṣèyí so why are you ta ilé inú sígbósígbó pé you don't want to see this one no it's not good like that you can't do like that o ní láti kó àwọn ọmọ rẹ ó ti di ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè definitely sí ará àta tó bá wá bárú yín tó ṣàlàyé irú àwọn nǹkan báyìí fúnrú yín ní àǹfààní tẹ́ ẹ lè ṣe fún wọn that's why tẹ́ fi ń wùwà wèrè lórí social media tẹ́ fi ń wùwà wèrè ní Nàìjíríà sorry because èyí tó yẹ pé àwọn ọmọ pọ̀ ní street ṣerú yín lẹ́wàá sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ di ààrẹ àbẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ jẹ gọ́vnọ̀ irú yín lẹ́wàá wúrí kankan ṣé ẹ lè ṣe torí àwọn ọmọ tí ń gẹ ẹ̀ tọ́jú wọn tẹ́ ẹ tanù ṣerú ọmọ aráàta àwọn ọmọ mi tẹ́ rí ní street tí wọ́n ń fagbó tí wọ́n ń ṣe kinní káàkiri tó wà jobless tí wọ́n ṣàlàyé fún ilẹ̀ máa wá ṣàánú èyí tẹ́ ẹ lè dájú ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ bí nínú ara yín tẹ́ ẹ fi kinní pọ́nrán yín bí sóun lẹ̀ lè ṣèdájú fún wọn Sanwó-Olú fúnra rẹ̀ náà fẹ́ yíbò náà Sanwó-Olú fẹ́ yíbò dẹ̀ bímọ fún ó dẹ̀ tánù ẹjẹ́ àtúgbé ń trábàyè torí àwa wà ń bí láti gbé ń trábàyè bí lélẹ̀ fáwọn tí ó bá ti jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa ń ṣèṣe pé àwọn san lórí díẹ̀ torí ẹni tí torí ti Sanwó-Olú ìwọ ń jà because of Babajide Sawolu torí Babajide Sawolu ni ìwọ ṣe ń jà o ọmọ àǹtí mi ọdẹ mọ́jà nítorí Sanwó-Olú mọ́jà nítorí ẹ̀sọ́ ti gbọ́ Sanwó-Olú náà lọ́mọ ó ní Fúlàní ó ní Yíbò lọ́mọ ìyá ẹ̀ náà ọmọ Yíbò ni don't forget to subscribe to Tenny Ọmọ Ológun YouTube channel tó bá jẹ́ gbà àkọ́kọ́ lówó mi bá mi subscribe sí kó dẹ̀ bá mi like ẹ̀ kó tó kúrò lórí ètò yẹn leave your own opinion but don't abuse anybody or insulting or harassing anybody thank you ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní fídíò yẹn wò kó má dàbí pé ṣe là ń parọ́ mọ́.
Ìwọ̀rí in 1994/1995 as a speaking with newsmen at the court premises, Mrs. Great Moses recalled her relationship with Governor Sanwo-Olu as a 19-years-old in Warri in 1994/1995 as a construction worker. The woman who said she had made many fruitless efforts to meet with the governor appealed to the court to prevail on the governor to live up to his responsibility as a father of the now 27-years-old Emmanuel, the alleged son of the governor. The woman who said she had made many fruitless efforts to meet with the governor appealed to the court to prevail on the governor to accept the fruit of their relationship, which she said Governor Sanwo-Olu has abandoned.
Now, because of the pikin, that make me not go school because I was so pressured that time. My mom even pursue me because whether they wait for Sanwo-Olu, not they come. Sanwo-Olu know my village. Even born one certain time, when people will go there for my mom village, which is my papa's side. Sanwo-Olu follow me go the burial. We wear that white guinea the rain. We wear white guinea. Yeah, he go the burial. All my family they know Sanwo-Olu. We go Lagos. They say we not go 50 I don't become governor because the time when I move, Sanwo-Olu never become governor that time.
The alleged son in the center of the controversy, Mr. Emmanuel Grace, said he is not after Governor Sanwo-Olu wet, but to meet with his biological father.
More than a regime, governor of Lagos, and my father, I not sure see this man for me. I see because why they say this man are Lagos, Lagos governor of this. I say I'm not sure see my party be governor because they say man, what I mean the data. I say my party they she tell me the word she dey cry. I call the two and say why you call the cry? You they show me something you dey cry. I say man about to believe say this man keep on me. If this man and my papa now they suffer for years and this man just abandon me just like that.
Counsel to Emmanuel Grace and his mother, Barrister John Aipopo Martin, said Mr. Babajide Sawolu has filed for preliminary objection to the matter and that he is humane to appear before the court.
We are not adverse to settling this matter out of court if it's possible from the side of the governor. But apart from that, we let the rule of law take its course.
The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sawolu, was not represented in court while the case was adjourned to February 13, 2023 for hearing. From Warri, Gbenga Ahmed reporting.
Ṣé nígbà tí bàbá ò gbọ́mọ bàbá ò gbọ́mọ bàbá rẹ̀ godfather wọn ò gbọ́mọ tó bí fún Yíbò ọmọ náà kò gba ọmọ Yíbò tó bí sáwọn yẹn ni wọ́n ṣètọ́jú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílùú lábẹ́ wọn wọ́n rán yín wọ́n dájú gan ni kò sẹ́ni tí ìbímọ káàkiri bọ̀tẹ́ bá ti rí point nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí oníkálukú yín sọ ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ lè máa make correction pé ókè o àti gbọ́ o àti gbà kẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ ṣe solution èló lẹ fẹ́ fúnrú àwọn ọmọ ilé ẹlòmíì nínú wọn gán kan wò wípé kẹ́ ẹ kàn sọ wípé ẹ̀yin lẹ bí àwọn láti tó tán ti ráre lórí street tán ti ráre lórí ìrìn tó jẹ́ pé wá jẹ pé kẹ́ ẹ ṣe pé kinní gbogbo yín ò gbọ́ ọmọ yín ṣé kí lérè tí wọ́n wá bá wọn jà tí wọ́n ń bú wọn tó ń bú lágbájá nítorí pé Yíbò ni torí Babájídé Sanwó-Olú ìwọ ń takò Yíbò tó ọmọdé gbàgbé pé àtẹni fọkítà ló lè lọ gbọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ Yíbò Tinubu tẹ̀ ń jà Yíbò náà ń jà fún o Yíbò náà ń fòtì fún o àbí Yíbò náà fòtì fún Haúsá tó fòtì fún Tinubu náà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ó wìn lọ́dọ̀ wọn ṣé Yorùbá ni wọ́n wáì ṣé Yorùbá nìkan ló fòtì tó bá yẹ pé Yorùbá nínú tó wà lẹ́lẹ́ni nìkan ló yẹ pé kò bó ṣe wà nínú tó wà lẹ́lẹ́ni Haúsá sì ló fòtì fún Tinubu jù nílẹ̀ tó wà lẹ́lẹ́ni wáì táwọn ò para wọn tó wáyé pé ilẹ̀ máa para yín nítorí pé ọmọ tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ ṣe àbòsí lẹ́mọ̀ ní lágbájá kò dáa Professor Banji Akintoye gan tó wà láàrin yín gan lẹ́ni gan ẹ̀sùn sọ pé àfi ìbò níbí ní sọ pé torí pé Banji Akintoye hùwà tí ò dáa kí wọ́n á sọ pé torí ẹ tún ti ń sọ yẹn náà bẹ́ẹ̀ sì sọ náà bàbá ọmọ ọjọ́ kì í ṣe yẹn wà gbàgàdà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ẹ tún lọ́mọ Yíbò ni ẹ tún ní Yíbò ni bàbá rẹ̀ gbogbo èèyàn náà ni bó tilẹ̀ pé Yíbò á fi Yorùbá kí ni á fi Ìbò ńgbà tí Fúlàní lè máa jọba olówó òkúta màkàmà Fúlàní ni torí pé wọn náà ti pẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n dẹ̀ ń jẹ àbáwọn tán fi ń jẹ Balógun ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tán fi Sẹ́ríkì jẹ ṣé Yorùbá ni àwọn tán fi jẹ kò wá sí ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ jagunjagun tán lè fi ṣe ológun àìmọye ọmọ Ṣakí tí wọ́n lè fi ṣe ológun wọ́n mọ̀ fi jẹ wọ́n mọ̀ fi bùrọ̀tà ìjẹ Jagunmólú òfìràgbìjà ọ̀fọ̀ ẹ̀ Ṣakí gbogbo ọ̀nà ọmọ pariwo ń bì bó ṣe fi Sẹ́ríkì jẹ ṣé kò wá sí ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ jagunjagun nílẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́ kò sí ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ tán lè fi jẹ tó fi dé pé òun náà fi ń jẹ Jagunmólú tán fi lè jẹ Jagunmólú ní Ṣakí many things ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá sọ yẹn tó bá ti wá lórí àwọn tẹ́ fẹ́ yẹn wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa rojọ́ wá ṣe campaign mọ̀dàrú lè fi oníkálukú sílẹ̀ kó ṣe tó wù leave everybody jẹ́ kó oníkálukú ní opinion rẹ̀ lórí nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ don't force anybody this is not good nǹkan tẹ́mi ń bá yín sọ nìyẹn wá ní káwọn yẹn lọ máa fọ́ọ̀tì o Yíbò gbúdọ̀ gbalẹ̀ Yíbò kó bá jẹ́ Yíbò gan ló máa jẹ́ kí Yorùbá nation ó nítumọ̀ kẹ́ ẹ nísinmi kẹ́ ẹ ní wúlò káwọn agbèrò yé dáyé yín láàmú mọ́ kẹ́ ẹ lè ní òmìnira kí Yorùbá lè ní òmìnira mo ready láti follow wọn that is me I don't care whether you are Fulani or Yíbò kò kàn mí anybody ni mo sọ tó máa jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ nísinmi ní orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn kò kàn ayé tèmi mo lọ nìyẹn revolution ni mo wà fún revolution now ẹni constitution yín wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ fàáya kẹ́ ẹ tún mi kọ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ tún kọ constitution tẹ́ jókòó lé lórí tí àwọn èèyàn yín jókòó lé lórí bíi chingom tán rẹ̀ dímọ́ lẹ́ni ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ fàáya ẹ fún wa ní restructuring ẹni kò sí nǹkan tó jọ ókè gẹ́gẹ́ kí Yíbò ló fẹ́ lọ ara Yíbò ò lè pín ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pa wọ́n látijọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́gun Biafra bó ṣe ń lọ látọdún yìí ẹ sì ń pa wọ́n dè ní ẹni wọn ò lè lọ Yorùbá náà ló fẹ́ lọ ẹni rárá wọn ò lè lọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní wọ́n Nàìjíríà nìyí ẹni tí ó bá mọ̀ pé ẹ̀fẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa bá tí wọ́n lọ náà ẹ̀yin ká wá jáde sórí social media ẹ máa ṣe ní wọ́yọ̀wọ́yọ̀ ẹ máa ṣe campaign mọ̀dàrú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe campaign mọ̀dàrú láọ̀kọ́ náà nìyẹn torí Babájídé Sanwó-Olú ẹ ti gbàgbé ìdájọ́ ṣe ní pé kó ṣe ìdájọ́ kó má àwọn tó pààyàn jáde àwọn ọmọ yín ẹ̀yin ilé ẹlẹ́sùnkún rí pé wà ṣẹ́fíìsì rí pé ọ̀dájú èèyàn nìyí rí pé ṣèyàn gidi +44746669491 ó yẹ pè wọlé ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé ẹ pè mí wọlé kí n play mo fẹ́ play video yìí fún yín kí a tó máa lọ ní èní ní Èkó ọjà jóná lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lẹ́ni o ọjà ó jó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tẹ́ wò lẹ́ni this is not good now ọjà jó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ now kí ló dé wọ́n mú iná wọ́n sọ sí jùà ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní fídíò yìí wò kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ àwa máa mú point wá tí nǹkan bá ti ń di àríyànjiyàn lọ́dọ̀ tiwa àwa ò sáré lọ sí orí ibi tó bá ti ń di àríyànjiyàn yẹn àwa máa bá yín mú wá síbí báyìí pé kí ni irú èèyàn wo ni Lágbájádé irú èèyàn wo ni Tàmẹ̀dó jẹ́ irú èèyàn wo.
wọ́n fẹ́ tàn wá jẹ ni wípé ibo fẹ́ gbé kó bá. wọ́n fẹ́ tàn wá jẹ ni wípé ibo fẹ́ gbé kó bá wo èmi á wà ní Labour Party wọ́n á bí ìyá alájà ẹnìkan rí wípé Ìgbò fẹ́ gbèkó a lè gbà Ọlọ́run ti fún wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ so nǹkan tó ń sọ fún wa sì ni pé tí Ṣèyí Tinubu àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ wọ́n bá bímọ ọjọ́ tọ́mọ yẹn bá lóun fẹ́ ṣe gọ́vnà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí wọ́n máa sọ pé kò ń ṣe Yorùbá.
Hello, ẹ kú lẹ́yìn àkókò yìí o. Yes, sir. Àmín.
Ṣé ti rí ọ̀rọ̀ àwa èèyàn especially àwa Yorùbá inú gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́ta àti Haúsá Yorùbá Haúsá Ìgbò àti Yorùbá ṣe rí Yorùbá ló ya wèrè lẹ́dà àkùnmọ́ náà wà gbogbo Yorùbá ló gọ̀ jù àwa la gọ̀ jù láyé yìí ṣe rí gbogbo ipò tí ṣebí Tinubu ṣèbó lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú ṣèbó fi àwọn ará Ìjẹ̀bú joyè lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nínú àwọn tó jẹ́ bí àwọn tó jẹ́ kọmíṣánná nílùú Èkó irú àwọn Yayi ìfọ̀kàn ṣèbó ọmọ Ẹ̀gbá ni wọ́n ṣèbó wá jẹ́ kọmíṣánná lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níbi Yayi yẹn tún padà lọ sí Abẹ́òkúta ó tún lọ jẹ́ kọmíṣánná bẹ́ẹ̀
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
kò sẹ́ni kankan tó bá wọn fa ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti di ó ti tó bá ti fẹ́ lo ọwọ́ àbòsí wọn ẹ̀ especially Sanwó-Olú ẹ̀ Sanwó-Olú bẹ́ẹ̀ wá half Lagos half Ondo ni o wọn sọ pé torí pé ó jẹ́ ọmọ Ondo ó jẹ́ gómìnà Èkó kò sẹ́ni kankan tó sọ̀rọ̀ o wá ti di pé ó fẹ́ káńtà òun àwọn ọmọ kò fẹ́ ṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn káàkiri nígbà tó pa àwọn èèyàn gbà kí lórí sọ ọkọ̀ dínà àwọn náà ò pààyàn nígbà tó yá olóyè ọbẹ̀ ti péré ló ṣé àtẹyàn kan ló kù àti ààfò èèyàn ṣé ẹ̀mí èèyàn ṣé wọ́n lè dá ṣé wọ́n lè dá ẹ̀mí èèyàn nígbà tó wá jẹ́ jẹ́ gómìnà ọ̀sìn ìṣirò wá ṣe rántí pé àyè oyè tó bá ti wá fẹ́ polówó ọjà lórí rédíò wá ṣe wá gbé kẹsẹ̀tì bàbá Ògúndé sí yóò Yorùbá ro sẹ́yìn ronú ẹ̀fẹ́ pa àwọn èèyàn káàkiri ńgbà ẹ̀ ẹjọ́ lọ ṣé ó possible kéèyàn jẹ́ gómìnà Lagos state kí sójà wa pa àwọn èèyàn nínú state yẹn kó wá náà mọ̀ sí ṣó possible.
kò jọ.
no gómìnà ló máa ọ́dà náà ó ló máa ọ́dà pé wọ́n ń jà ní ìlú mi o mo fẹ́ kí wọ́n bá mi sẹ́ẹ̀tù rẹ̀ o káwọn sójà tó wá wá sójà kan lè wáyé ní àwọn à ń ṣe mùmú náà àwọn ìlú tí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ́wádọ̀ dẹ̀ ọ́ sọ́wádẹ̀ ní tí ò ní làákà yìí so sí wọ́n ti wá rí pé sẹ́ni ọmọ pipe ọmọ tó jáde fún labour party yẹn very small boy young guy wọ́n wá rí pé àwọn YouTube gba tiẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ sọ wọn pé Ìgbò nìyẹn tí tó bá jẹ́ Ìgbò nìyẹn kò ṣe Ìgbò ń ṣe yàn ni bó fẹ́ bọ́ ọkọ̀ ìjọba yẹn máa bọ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n ṣàfihàn máa gbogbo àwa gbèrò ìwà kígbé àwa làwọn á bẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni kankan ṣé ìjọba àtàwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ó lè ju tàwọn ológun lọ ìjọba ológun kọ́ èsì jọ lè lọ láyé ológun ṣé Babangida ò tẹ̀ ṣèjọba rí sáwọn èèyàn takò Babangida ń gbà ẹ̀ ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá lọ gbọ́ Barrister kan tí Barrister sọ̀rọ̀ ń gbà ẹ̀ pé Babangida pé àpè ní Maradona kò fi bínú àpè ní kíníkíní kan kò fi bínú wọ́n ní kí wọ́n máa wòye ìrọ̀bá yìí ni ṣé láyé Babangida wọn kì í protest ni tó yẹ pé tó Babangida tó jẹ́ ológun tó yẹ pé sójà ni wọ́n protest láyé tiẹ̀ kò ní ṣe kankan á máa wò wọ́n ni ṣé láyé ìgbà tí Abacha ṣe burú tó protest láyé Abacha tí gbogbo àwọn náà ò lọ bí iṣẹ́ ó ní kó fún wọn lẹ̀ tí gbọ́ pa wọn padà wá bí iṣẹ́ àwọn eléyìí tí wọ́n ti wá ṣe sójà yìí kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bí iṣẹ́ wọn máa ní kọ́ lọ pa yìí ni ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ pa àwọn èèyàn ẹ̀ ń gbé sílẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wá tí wọ́n gbọ́mọ yín lọ ẹ̀wá yàrá ìsìnkú
ẹ wá fẹ́ dàrú ògbójú.
ẹ wá fẹ́ da ogbó ẹ̀rú màá lè wá ń gbé tàn jáde ìpẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ ọmọ Ìgbò ni ìyẹ́ ṣe kìíní kan kódà bọ́ ẹ pé ọmọ Ìgbò kókó jẹ́ gàrà bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ Ìgbò ni tó bá fi lè bí sẹ́kù ẹ máa wọ́n Amẹ́ríkà sí tó wá bí ọ̀sán Amẹ́ríkà tó dàgbà sí Amẹ́ríkà ọmọ Amẹ́ríkà ni nà so kò sí ni tí débọ̀ ẹ̀ Gbadebo ẹ̀ kò bá jẹ ọmọ Ìgbò jù ẹ lọ kó yẹ kí Ìgbò ni wà bẹ́ẹ̀ òun làwọn máa tẹ̀lé àwọn ti gbọ́ ẹ lè máa lò wá fúnṣẹ́ àwọn gbòòrò àlè rí gbòòrò àwùká àlè fẹ́ sọ pé bí afẹ́ kókó inú lé ìsìn kí a fẹ́ kó lọ bòmí ká kẹ́rù wa sínú mọ́tò àgbèrò máa disturb wọn á dáa dúró lọ́nà wọn á yọgi tiwa pé nítorí pàṣẹ mọ́tò kẹ́rù wọn á gbowó lọ́wọ́ wa ọ̀tọ̀ ní rasma ọ̀tọ̀ lágbèrò kí ló dé kò sí ẹni ṣe rí gbogbo Nàìjíríà yìí gbogbo state tó wà Nàìjíríà náà sí state kò síbi tí Tinubu ti win ẹ̀yọ̀ kan báyìí kò win state kan báyìí wọ́n mú ọmú gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́yẹ tí Tinubu lọ gbé fún wọn tó lọ gbé fún INEC ni wọ́n ní $70 billion equivalent to $99 billion $99 billion Tinubu wọ́n president by all means bísí mi ti stupid mo ní suspect bàbá ẹ̀ ọmọ náà pèsè meeting kan kò ní lọ.
Sanwó-Olú mọ̀ ìgbà tí wọ́n ẹ bá rí tí wọ́n ṣe debate governor debate lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe lọ́yìn pẹ̀lú vivior àti Jandor àti NNPP NDC Sanwó-Olú ò lọ́bẹ̀ àwọn mẹ́ta péré ni wọ́n ṣe debate yẹn because ó ṣùọ̀ fún wọn káwọn máa wọlé wọn ò fọkàn sí wípé àwọn ìràwọ̀ àwọn máa já wálẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọn mọ̀ pé ráǹkì àwọn máa já lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ká ní wọ́n mọ̀ ní alọ́bẹ̀ ìgbà tí ráǹkì yẹn wá já tó wá rí pé àwọn ọmọ yìí ti gbẹ̀yìn yọ o wọ́n á ṣe campaign mọ̀ dàrú ẹ máa rí pé target wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ ní Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé wọ́n fẹ́ búlẹ́ẹ̀dì yẹn pa kí ló dé.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni wọ́n ní kò lọ́kọ̀ kò ṣe kíní kan àwọn aṣẹ́wó tó ń kọrin fún yọ̀pọ̀ lọ́kọ̀.
ẹbí wọn lè rè pé ilé ọkọ tí wọ́n dà.
gbogbo àwọn obìnrin tó kọrin kò sí tó wà ní ọkọ nu wọn kò sí tó wà ní ṣé ní gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́dẹ ṣe politician káàkiri wọn lọ́kọ̀ wọ́n gbélé ọkọ because wọn ráyè ọkùnrin wọn fẹ́ kọkùnrin control àwọn tó bá níwọ̀n politician ipò fẹ́ gbégbá bù ó lè lọ́kọ láíláí torí wọn fẹ́ kọkùnrin control wọn máa bí nípa wọn kàwé ju ọkùnrin lọ pé àwọn ti kàwé ju kọkùnrin máa control wọn lọ ṣé gbogbo báyìí máa continue náà lè ọ̀tọ̀ ní ààbò lọ rálẹ̀ tábàrà lẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́ máa gbé land use charge ọ̀tọ̀ ìgbà kan náà ní kò máa gbówó rédíò àti rédíò táàrí náà fi lò ó kò sí náà táwọn máa fi gbọ́ rédíò kò sí náà táwọn máa fi gbọ́ tí a máa fi wo tẹlifíṣàn ẹtún ní ká máa sanwó ẹ wá fún àwọn èèyàn pánú èkó ẹbùgẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ ìpáwọn èèyàn mú káwọn èèyàn ti gbọ́n ni wọ́n kó lásìmá jáde lásìmá tẹ bá rí kún wọn gbẹgbẹgbẹgbẹ báyìí lásìmá máa bá ẹ̀sán wíwà tẹ́pọ̀ òun ló bí ẹni wíwà tẹ́pọ̀ lọ́hùn nípa tẹ́pọ̀ òun ló dá ẹ̀ ṣe ìpáwọn èèyàn ti gbọ́n ni agbèrò lásán agbèrò adágó lórílẹ̀ títì agbèrò tó lọ kò ní primary school certificate mc mú primary school certificate ẹ̀ jáde primary school tó lọ ní èkó kó jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ control billion èdè wọ́n ti gbígbà àwọn ní kílà àwọn nágbèrò ìkọ́ ló halẹ̀ kó tó máa bí ẹja wọ́n dìbò fún labour wọ́n máa dìbò fún APC ṣé tipátipá ni.
ẹbẹ́ ẹ̀ tán ti lọ juná sí ọjà wọn lẹ́ẹ̀ni wọ́n ti lọ juná sọ́jà wọ́n lẹ́ni tí ò bá dìbò Tinubu Sanwó-Olú threatening àwọn èèyàn pé ẹni tí ò bá fóòtì fún wọn máa sì sí ọ̀fọ̀ wọn ta ni ọ́ tó tí ò bá ti ságbára láwọ́ wọn mọ́ kò sí nǹkan ọbẹ̀ Èkó náà tó ń threatening náà pẹ̀lú wáì tí ọbẹ̀ Èkó ń threatening.
ẹ̀rọ ọba Elégùṣì gbọ̀ngàn ẹ̀rì àwọn ọba inú ìrajà ẹ̀ tó sọ báwọn èèyàn pé tí wọ́n bá ti dìbò fún APC wọn á kẹ́rù wọn á kó lùlù sáwọn àwọn èèyàn tiwọn náà àwọn fámìlì tiwọn náà sílẹ̀ Ìgbò.
kò yé mi tó ṣebí mo ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tí Fúlàní náà nìyẹn tán ní kí Fúlàní kẹ́rù kúrò lé kí Fúlàní kọ́rù kúrò lé ìbò náà bá fọ́ Fúlàní kúrò Fúlàní kò bó náà bá dálé ni wọ́n padà bá jẹ́ mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ náà ni.
àbí àwọn ọba ta ní kò sí làákàyè lórí wọn o wọ́n ti gba ọpọlọ lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n ti gba sátidé lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti gbé Sunday lọ́wọ́ lọ jọba wà ní làákàyè wípé òun jọba lórí gbogbo ẹ̀yà ni ọba òbí máa ṣe lẹ́yàmẹ̀yà wípé kí Ìgbò kan kẹrù ẹ̀ torí pé wọn àdìbò fún APC ṣọba làwọn yẹn ọba kọ́ làwọn yẹn oníjẹkújẹ ni wọn nígbà tẹ pé ìjàgàbá ló fi gbogbo wọn jẹ òun lówó akọ mú wọn ní wa Bọ́láhàn ìwọ lọba kan ẹ àtẹlé mi á lè pèsè orí tí a bẹ ìjàgàbá tí wàá sọ ọgbọ adẹrú ó ti kó ọgbọ adẹrú lẹ Yorùbá ó tún àníjẹ gbẹ ọgbọ Ondo state lọ fi hàn jọba lóńdó ẹmọ kí àwọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ bóyá àwọn olófin síbẹ̀ bóyá àwọn bí ọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ náà kó bá ṣe ti jàgàbá tó bá ṣe ti jàgàbá lè wá yọkó náà lọ wá yọkó.
tó bá ní kó má ẹ lè rí bàbá yẹn kó lè rí sífù èèyàn anyhow ní Ọ̀jájá nígbà tó bí lóun náà wá bá Ọ̀jájá sá kúrò ní náà àìmọye àwọn tó jẹ́ kinní tí tí ò ní dúró nulẹ̀ ọmọ yẹn lẹ́sọ̀wò rẹ ẹ ọmọ ṣe fi tíá gàsì gbá bàbá yẹn dànù kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. tí abẹ́ mi táwa dúró sí tọ́mọ tí wọ́n náà bá wá dé lọ́la tó lò fẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sì mọ criticize tẹ́mọ̀ gbé nǹkan jáde pé kò sí nǹkan tó jọ torí pé ti ní candidate yìí. àwọn ọmọ wa a máa sọ pé you are the leader of tomorrow pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ children listen to your teacher kòkòkò you are the leader. ṣé ẹ ti jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yẹn ní jẹ́ leader jẹ́ kán ṣe ẹ̀yin kan wá wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí náà wá fún support àwọn ìyá yẹn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ support ẹ̀yin bàbá wà bẹ́ẹ̀ support ìwọ youth náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ òun support wọn ó mọ̀ pàgbára tó bá wà lọ́wọ́ wọn lẹ́ni wọ́gbọ́ ò lè débi ipò tó fẹ́ dé yẹn tébù lè gbogbo àwọn bọ̀bọ̀ bible yìí nìsín àwọn Gbadebo yẹn Jandor àwọn Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé wọn ronú páwọn lè dé páwọn lè máa sọ páwọn fẹ́ di ká ní gbogbo nǹkan yìí lẹ́yìn wọ̀ọ̀la ó kàn déédéé ṣẹlẹ̀ náà làwọn náà ní tébù wọn tọ̀ náà tó bá tọ̀ sọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ lọ́la kan bó ṣe máa campaign pa ẹrù láṣẹ Èdùmàrè tó bá change.
opportunity ni olórí búkú làwọn èèyàn wọn fẹ́ káwọn kó jàṣẹ pé àwọn nìkan làwọn máa wá gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn ẹ máa wo irú jàgàrò tí ẹ náà ọmọ ẹnìkan nìyá lọ́jà ìyàwó ẹnìkan ní kíní ọmọ ẹ ṣe
ẹ̀mẹ́rin níyàwó ẹ̀ jẹ́ sẹ́nétọ̀.
ọlọ́run ṣe yí ọmọ ẹ̀ ń ló gbó billboard lẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
ní ibù tógèètì èyí ló wà ń bẹ̀ ní tógèètì yẹn.
àbí gbogbo àyè pápátá àwọn ọlọ́fẹ́ wà bẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ olórí kúkú tó wá kàpé fún wọn yìí àwọn ìyá tí wọn ọ̀tà níyà wọn tà lọ́jà o ìyá wọn ò ní sọ o àwọn ọmọ àlẹ́kọ́ tó torí wọn pọ̀ para wọn torí àwọn ẹnìkan tó kíkí àwọn ọmọ wọn ti kó gba àwọn ọmọ tí mo sọ tó da ìwọ wá ní ìwà àgbèrè tí wọn fẹ́ máa ṣe wàá máa lọ máa pààyàn káàkiri fún àwọn bàbá tí wọn rí ti ẹrù gbogbo àwọn àgbèrè tó kó jáde àwọn tọ́kì tó kó jáde tó bá ti wọlé tó wá ti gbàgbé wọn.
àbí o
gbogbo pọ̀ tó rà fún àwọn ya máa fi jalè káàkiri.
gbọ́ tí woman kan sọ̀rọ̀ lórí program lánàá ó ní ọmọ kékeré ó ní wọ́n ń ra ìbọn fún àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké láwọn ọmọ pínpín lóun náà ti ń hábọ̀ lé wọn lọ́wọ́ ṣé ọlọ́pàá dé wà ń gbòòrò mọ̀ sọ fáwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn pé kò sí nǹkan ń tẹ́ bá sọ fáwọn ọlọ́pàá ní kí wọ́n ṣe fún yín this is not good now.
ìfọ̀ àtìẹ́rí nàìjíríà wọ́n ti da nàìjíríà ru ìlú òṣèlú mọ̀ wọ́n ti torí ìlú ìkodò wọ́n ti torí ẹ̀kodò wá wáta ọmọ ibo ẹ̀ òbí yẹn wọ́n ti gbé ọ̀bọ ẹ̀ ní bright future lọ́wọ́ fẹ́ paná òkú ọ̀bọ ẹ̀ rí lágbára lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run àfúnṣe o tó wá gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ ẹni máa tún nàìjíríà ṣe ọlọ́run àfúnṣe but èmi ò rí quality kankan rárá Jàgàròdì ó ní kankan tó fẹ́ wá ṣe 299 billion tó fi wá pè ẹ́ tó máa kọ́ wọlé owó tó máa kọ́ lé tó máa.
torí pé ó ń wá ipò torí ipò àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń jìyà wọ́n ń sọ́fà kó fowó yẹn build school tó bá fowó yẹn build iṣẹ́ company kó da àwọn ọmọ yẹn síbẹ̀ ní different states àwọn ọmọ yẹn máa fọ́ọ̀tì fún ẹ mẹ́rin tó gba ọgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ síbẹ̀ tó ṣe ní different states.
tó bá rà lọ́wọ́ ló bí èkó.
àbí o tó ìbò ní ilẹ̀ haúsá ṣe sílẹ̀ Ìgbò jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wọn ní benefit nínú ẹ̀ àwọn tó wà tó jẹ́ homeless yẹn lọ wá wọn ẹ lọ ra àwọn ilé tó jẹ́ acres ẹ lọ ra wọn dànù sí ìsìtẹ́ tó ẹ pọ́wọ́ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì àni gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bọ̀ tó lówó yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ lọ ra ilé ẹ ra ilẹ̀ ẹ wá ilẹ̀ kẹ́ẹ̀kan kọ́ ilé bíi hall kẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ jọ síbẹ̀ ẹ kọ́ ilé yẹn kó dàbí town hall kó gùn kó jẹ́ pé ẹ máa kọ́ tọ́lẹ̀tì síbẹ̀ kó jẹ́ bí àwọn tó jẹ́ tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà London tí wọ́n ń ṣe tó ń wà fún asylum ṣe bí ilé ni wọ́n kọ́ tó ń fún wọn ṣe bọ́ fún àwọn homeless àwọn tó ń fún wọn nílé wá ìtẹ́yìn náà ṣerú yẹn lẹ́yìn tẹ́ pé ayé lólówó yìí kẹ́ ẹ síbẹ̀ yẹn kẹ́ máa kó àwọn èèyàn síbẹ̀ pé ó yẹ máa gbé bẹ̀ ẹ ra bẹ́ẹ̀dì jọ síbẹ̀ ó jẹ́ pé every month ẹ máa dìdí fún oúnjẹ síbẹ̀ fún wọn ẹ máa fún wọn lóúnjẹ kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ tún ní àwọn iṣẹ́ kan kódà kó jẹ́ pé fáàmù lẹ máa kọ́ sí kínní kán máa ṣiṣẹ́ kán máa gbowó kó jẹ́ pé yìí náà máa níyẹn lọ́wọ́ láyé ọ̀tọ̀ kẹ́ ẹ kọ́ school síbẹ̀ kó jẹ́ bí public school secondary school kó jẹ́ bí public school kẹ́ ẹ fi síbẹ̀ káwọn ọmọ yẹn máa lọ sí school bẹ̀ ẹ ní ṣe yẹn ẹ wá fowó ra ipò.
làákàyè tí wọ́n sọ yẹn ṣebí Tinubu lòun lòun bìdì èkó ẹ bá bèrè pé bó ló bìdì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
ó bìdì Tinubu square ó bìdì Tinubu square àti the nation.
Tinubu square wo Jákàndé ṣèjọba fún 5 years 3 months ẹnu owó Jákàndé estate káàkiri gbogbo Èkó ẹ bèrè pé Tinubu tó ṣèjọba fọdún mẹ́jọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Tinubu estate dà.
àló ní Tinubu square adúdú square ní tó fi kó àwọn èrè tó fi di àwọn èèyàn mọ́lẹ̀ ó di Haúsá ó di Fúlàní mọ́lẹ̀ ó di Yíbò mọ́lẹ̀ síbẹ̀ ó dè wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ síbẹ̀.
Jákàndé estate wà Jákàndé primary school wà.
ó dẹ̀ mú èrè ó dè mọ́lẹ̀ ìyàwó rẹ ní estate o Rẹ̀mí ní estate ó ní estate o Rẹ̀mí Tinubu estate wà o.
ibo àwọn olówó ló máa gbé bẹ̀ kó ṣe tálíkà
níbo
bílíọ̀nù ló ń gbé bẹ̀ àwọn òkọ́lé sẹ́yìn tí tálíkà máa gbé láyé àwọn yẹn tó bá jẹ́ tálíkà Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló dá ẹ̀ tó bá lè jẹ́ tálíkà tó bá lówó lọ Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló dá ẹ̀ àwọn yẹn ò recognize ẹ̀ nǹkan ṣùgbọ́n olówó làwọn mọ̀ tiwọn so gbogbo bàbá yẹn wàhálà kò ní kankan tó bá ṣe presidency ní orí bàbá fẹ́ palẹ̀ mọ́ owó ó fẹ́ kó Nàìjíríà sí problem again another problem continue bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe rí APC sí nìyẹn another problem continue so bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe rí sí nìyẹn
God bless you
ọkùnrin pé Tinubu sí ọbẹ̀ mi disturb life
wa gidi gan ni ẹ ṣe tó má tẹ̀ torí èyí lè tán máa lọ gbéjọba fún nísìn ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀ kí gbogbo èèyàn wọ gà àwọn tó Buhari gangan ó ṣe olórí àwọn Boko Haram Buhari ò kì í ṣe olórí àwọn asmen ṣùgbọ́n ó ṣe aṣojú fún wọn ní ìsìkábà alẹ́ tó kọlẹ̀ gbé lídà wọn ló tún wá rùlù lẹ́yìn lórí aya Yànkè Tinubu dànù aya ń gba ẹrógo ológun máa gbàjọba state ẹni tó tún sọ pé òun máa handle security kí ló kàn láti máa handle security.
plan wọn náà nìyẹn plan nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe náà nìyẹn ó ti yé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ti yé everybody náà.
ẹ fẹ́ gba Àbújá tó fẹ́ gba city òjò ẹ mú kanu méjèèjì ni bóyá kó kúkú fi Àbújá kí Tinubu fi Àbújá lẹ̀ fún Obi tàbí kó fi ilẹ̀ fẹ́ lómi so that Èkó yẹn kóun kókọlẹ̀ ríranjú mọ́ bọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ Èkó ọmọ Àbújá Ọlọ́run ṣetán tó gbẹ́kọ́ náà bá máa bì yín wó lulẹ̀ Gòláyàtì níyìn náà Gòláyàtì níyìn ìjọba náà bá máa bì yín wó lulẹ̀ ẹ ní expect agbára tẹ́ ń lò ẹ fara ní aráàlú ẹ free now ẹ wo airport bó ṣe dọ̀tí bó ṣe rùn ẹ dẹ̀ pé ayé ní city boy kò yẹ kí náà tiẹ̀ máa lọ ní gbogbo Èkó yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹ kí náà máa lọ ní ẹ wọ́n ṣe fara ní àwọn èèyàn it's too much.
tẹ bá dé general hospital tẹ bá yọjú window ẹ réjò
tó parí
ànọrí báyìí.
ó parí ṣé bíbẹ́ nìkan ẹ rí mo ní fídíò kan náà ó ti pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi tí ní Banana Island tán ní ọ̀bọ wọnú ilé ọ̀bọ ó wọnú ilé ó ń gbé ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ nínú ilé ní Banana Island mo ní fídíò yẹn
kò sí equipment kò sí nǹkan àwọn èèyàn kú ṣeré ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nínú Èkó ẹgbẹ́ general hospital àwọn èèyàn kú ṣeré ni kò sí caretaking kò sí nurse kò sí doctor tó máa tọ́jú wọn ẹ̀wọ̀n ni build Èkó bọ́lá build lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbogbo bíríìjì tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ military ló ṣe kó wá sọ mi tó build lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bíríìjì ẹ̀yọ̀ kan tí Tinubu ṣe tó lọ láti bọ́ọ̀dì náà sí kílọ̀ porúkọ ẹ̀ sí Lekki phase 2 bíríìjì ẹ̀yọ̀ kan àwọn gbé tó gèètì lé ni tó gbowó mbẹ̀ tó bá ṣe àwọn youth tó protest gbà ẹ̀ tí ó di pé ọ̀rọ̀ ó gbà mbẹ̀ mọ́ so bàbá kò ní ọkọ tó bá ṣe Nàìjíríà.
people are very wicked people.
bàbá mi àkó tó kù ní òṣùgbọ́n àwọn àtúwárà àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan náà aláìníláàká ẹ̀ youth òun náà tó bá pariwo Tinubu la fẹ́ ìyálẹ̀ ń jẹ yín ẹ̀rẹ́ sórí burúkú káàkiri àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n wà lóyìn bọ́ kàwé bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ̀n orí secondary school lọ ní Nàìjíríà bí orí secondary school lọ ó àìkìlẹ̀ lómi fẹ́ sọ tí ò fi rí school lọ mọ́ ẹlòmíì graduate ni kò rí iṣẹ́ kò rí iṣẹ́ kankan ṣe mo máa ń lọ àkànjọ kan tẹ bá gbọ́ spoken English wọ̀ bọ́ ẹ̀ mo kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ mi sorry o are you a student ó ní I'm a graduate of OAU ó ní second class upper lòún mú jáde second class upper ó wà máa ń lọ káàkiri tọ́ba máa sọ́ọ̀sì Muslim MC àánú òun ní graduate tó ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́ndà àwọn ṣé nǹkan tó lọ study in school nìyẹn ṣàgbèrò ló lọ study in school ẹ bá mi bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó láwọn Muslim náà àwọn gba graduate sẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ṣé àgbèrò ló lọ study in school tó lọ university tó lọ ṣé àgbèrò ló lọ kà ń bẹ̀ ṣé iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti wá ní wọ́n ń wáṣẹ́ fún yàn ṣé iṣẹ́ àgbèrò wọn jẹ́ṣẹ́ àwọn ni àwọn graduate wà lábẹ́ wa ká ṣiṣẹ́ lábẹ́ wa irú èyí tó lè kọ́kọ́ Muslim mo díẹ̀ Muslim MC kò lè kọ́ orúkọ ẹ̀ àgbèrò àwọn ọmọ àgbèrò gbé sí Nàìjíríà ilé ẹ̀fẹ́ máa ṣe wà ní wa lórí àwọn ọmọ tí yóò kàwé ń bí orí èlé fún yín kẹ́lẹ́ fẹ́ gba tírẹ́tì ń bí ìlú òyìnbó lẹ́ máa lọ ṣé ìlú òyìnbó òdàlẹ̀ ń lọ lóyìnbó gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú òyìnbó orí ibi tiwa bí ṣé ilé lọ́bẹ̀ àwọn dẹ̀ ń lọ́bẹ̀ wọn ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ̀kọ̀kọ̀ síyẹt náà òṣì náà wá ṣe tó bá lọ tó bá dé wọn tó wá kó níbu wọn bá wọn tó wá kó wá ní apalẹ̀mọ́ ẹ̀ lọ ìlú yìí kọ́ lọ́wọ́ kó ṣàánú yàn ni
ẹ ṣe gan ọkùnrin Ọlọ́run á gbà fún gbogbo wa ẹ ṣe gan ni sir thank you so much sir Ọlọ́run á fún gbogbo wa àsìkò ń bọ̀ náà lolúwa wí all right sir.
so ìjà tá à ń jà sí nìyẹn wípé tó bá ti ṣe fún Gbadebo ó máa kan Ṣèyí lọ́jọ́ kan ẹ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ sí gómìnà Sanwó-Olú bàbá wọn àti ìyá wọn Ogun State náà ti wá á dúró tí wọn àwọn àtàjọ ọmọ Èkó àṣẹléyàmẹyà bó ti gba tí kan náà wá jáde ẹ̀yin wá ní kò ń ṣe Yorùbá báà la ṣe ń gbọ́ yẹn ṣe rí àwọn Lagos Island wọ́n ní láti dìde wọ́n láti dìde because Rose Bible family yẹn family tó lórúkọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí family tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nísìnyí àwọn èèyàn wá láti mọ̀ ẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ family àwọn Rose Bible ilẹ̀ wọn náà fún Lagos Island kan fi kọ́ City Hall tó ń wẹ̀ agboolé Rose Bible nìyẹn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n filẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. City
Hall Lagos City Hall wọ́n ní family house àwọn bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ni ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní kí ìsọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ ń ṣí ire ni ó sì jẹ́ pípa tí ẹ bá ti ní ọmọ tí ní Èkó yẹn ará Èkó ní ìsọfún yìí tó fẹ́ ìgbà tí Fúnṣọ́ Williams bó ṣe jáde tó jọ́ ọmọ Èkó náà nìyẹn kàǹpé orí burúkú ni wọ́n kọ́ pátí tí wọ́n fi pa bọ̀bọ́ yẹn dànù ẹlòmíì tó wá jáde lẹ́ni ẹ̀tún ní bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ wọ́n ṣe yín ni àwọn àjòjì ni kán máa rúlu yín tí wọ́n mọ̀ kó èrè wọn lọ sí ìlú tiwọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ní àǹfààní kankan tí wọ́n ṣe fún yín gbogbo èrè tí iná fi lo búlọ́n fan ó ti dáa.
kọ́sítì ọ̀ síbẹ̀ ni so ìgbà tí àwọn bàbá wọn fi lẹ̀ wọn sílẹ̀ kán fi kọ́sítì ọ̀ Yorùbá ni wọ́n gbà yẹn bọ̀ nísìnyí tán fẹ́ gbà tán sọmọ wọn fẹ́ ṣe gómìnà kò ń ṣe Yorùbá mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká lo làákàyè sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ ìsọkúsọ ni ọ̀rọ̀ tó burú jáì nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn èèyàn méjì náà fi ń bájà wọ́n fi ń bá ọ̀dọ́ jà wọ́n fi ń bá àwọn ọmọ Èkó jà torí inú ń bí wa ìpè ìkànnì wa ti jáde láti gbapò tí gómìnà wọ́n dẹ̀ ń sọ pé kò ń ṣe Yorùbá ọmọ tí ò bá gbọ́ Yorùbá ṣèbí àwọn ìjọba ló yẹ kó ṣe ní skul wọ́n lè máa kọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá bàtà àbá ti ṣe yẹn tán ọmọ wa wá gbọ́ Yorùbá àwa sọ pé ọmọ tí ò bá ti gbọ́ Yorùbá yẹn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe Yorùbá mọ́ èmi mọ́ wọ́n yẹn sọ yẹn.
ẹni tí ò bá ti gbọ́ ẹ̀yin ò ṣe mẹ́sọ̀ pé èdè tí ń yẹ ó jẹ́ kókó èdè òyìnbó ni right don't speak vernacular in the class if you speak vernacular you will pay money àìmọ̀ iye owó tí mo ti san nígbà tí ń gbé èbó tí mo sanwó vernacular lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá ẹ mọ̀ iye owó tó yẹ kí tí mo mi fún mi pé kí fi jẹun kí fi san gbèsè owó ẹgbọ́n sókè jàre ẹ̀yí ara dáadáa olórí ibi tẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ yín ní kókó owó oúnjẹ tí mo mi bá fún mi yín lọ́mọ fi sanwó ni nígbà táwa mọ́mọ́rí lọ́gbà náà lọ ẹ̀yí àti ta ni ẹgbẹ́ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá yín kó jẹ́ kókó bẹ́ẹ̀ bá lọ sí Arab country èdè wọn lẹ́yìn bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ yàtọ̀ fún yẹ̀pọ̀ tó pẹ́ fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ nínú ìgboro èdè wọn ni wọ́n fi ṣe interview fún yín bó bá lọ police station wọn èdè wọn ni wọ́n tì sí ẹ tó bá wá níṣẹ́ ẹrẹ́ni tó gbóyìnbó òyìnbó tí wọ́n sọ fún gátàgátà ni tó bá lọ sí France èdè wọn France náà máa fi France náà máa fi sọ fún ẹ Sunday Igboho nígbà tó wà ń kú tó ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́n tó sọ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́n nǹkan tí Igboho sọ ń gbà náà wọn gbọ́ Yorùbá wọ́n sì lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó máa ṣe interpret fún ni wá ètò èdè tí wá jẹ́ rádaràda Amẹ́ríkà ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀sì lórí èdè tí yín tó jẹ́ pé òyìnbó yẹn ló máa fi bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ continue sir God bless you.
ẹ ṣe ohun tí mo fẹ́ sọ sí ni pé nísìnyí lọ́ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Èkó ò lè kó ṣe Yorùbá mọ́ because nígbà tí ìkọ́nù àwọn ọba wọn tó ń pè ní ọba Elégùṣì wá Saidi tó kọ́mà tó ní Èkó ò sínú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nígbà tó wá dìgbà election sìn ẹ wá mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ní nísìn because ẹ̀yin lẹ́ta gbogbo ẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ Yíbò nígbà tẹ́ ti ta ráìtì yín ẹ wá fẹ́ máa wá jàjà irọ́ sìn but àwọn ò ní lajúlẹ̀ kí nǹkan bàjẹ́ torí Yorùbá làwà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dẹ̀ lè kó ẹni tó bá wá jọ máa lè tó fọwọ́ sí júwe lè bá bẹ̀ nínú wọn àtọ́ba àti joyè àwọn lọ́ máa lè ọmọ Èkó gidi là wà àdèmọ́ pé Yorùbá ló ní lè kó àdẹ̀nígbà àtọ̀húnrìnwá kan kó wá ba Èkó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní bàjẹ́ lórúkọ Ọlọ́run.
Àmín. Àwọn tó bá bàjẹ́ láyé wọn máa bàjẹ́.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa rí lọ́mọdé ni lágbà ni Ọlọ́run àbá tí wọ́n jẹ́ torí àwọn tó filẹ̀ fún wa wọn ò bàjẹ́ torí àtẹnujẹ tó pa gbogbo wọn bẹ̀ yẹn tó fẹ́ ṣe dáadáa tó fẹ́ sòtítọ́ tó dẹ̀ mẹ̀tọ́ lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ tó gbé nǹkan tí wọ́n lárugẹ tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan aráàta ló ń jọ wọ́n lójú ó ti délẹ̀ ń sìn ojú gbogbo wọn ti já ń sìn wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń pè sí ká má ro nǹkan kan ní ro nǹkan kan ń gbà tẹ́lọ́lé àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ èèyàn tí tẹ́lọ́ ń pa wọ́n ó wá dì sí ẹ wá mọ̀ pé Yorùbá àwọn èèyàn yìí wà ń bì kan Ọlọ́run ẹ̀yin nìyẹn Ọlọ́run nìyẹn ẹ ṣeun tí mo fẹ́ sọ sí nìyẹn.
God bless you sir mo dúpẹ́ sá o ẹ ṣé gan ni +4474669491 nọ́mbà tẹ́ máa fi pè mí wọlé nìyẹn tí ẹ bá fẹ́ pè mí wọlé fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fẹ́ dá sétò tí ẹ bá láǹfààní láti dá sí ètò a máa pín by fire by force ni it is well. ẹ jẹ́ wo comment tó wà níbí. By fire by thunder a máa pín ni orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn jẹ́ dandan orí pé iná tún ṣẹ́yọ lẹ́ni ní ọjà tí wọ́n lọ jó ọjà nínú ṣó yẹ kán máa jó ọjà nínú. This is wickedness. Àwọn ẹlẹ́ni tí wọ́n ń ṣòwò wọn jẹ́jẹ́ wọn tí wọ́n ń jìyà tí wọ́n ń sọ́fà ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ bọ́ bẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń ba nǹkan ni wọ́n jẹ́ ẹ lè máa ba nǹkan ní àwọn èèyàn jẹ́ kẹ́ni káwọn èèyàn máa wò yín náà ẹ lè máa da ìgbésí ayé àwọn èèyàn rú kẹ́ni káwọn èèyàn máa wò yín náà ìgbésí ayé ìwà tẹ́ ń wù kì í ṣe ìwà tó téèyàn máa let's watch ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ó.
Lagos burnt down completely and the security man was killed. This is happening live today, Wednesday, 8 March 2023. This is happening live. Akere Market, Olodiapapa, Lagos, burnt down completely and the security man was killed while he was begging them not to burn the market. What have these men do to them? What have these men done? They are not politicians. They are not getting from politicians. Nobody even remember them. Look at how Akere Market is. Look at the streets of Akere. Very dilapidated. Nobody cares. No one knows. They are here just managing, trying to feed their family, trying to make ends meet. But the stupid politicians, when they finish eating the money, they collect the this and they go and build houses, buy exotic car and drive. When the masses that are suffering, you still come and attack them, destroy their properties. What are you doing this for? What is it for? You have gotten the ticket. What else do you want from the masses? What else do you want from these men? From these men that are trying to make ends meet. What do you want from them? What is their fate? What is their fate? The children that you have taken away food from their table, their cry will has reached God, and you will pay for it. The cry of these children has reached God. Look at these men now. Look at how they are. Look at them. Look at what you have caused them. Nigerian politicians, cool down for Jesus. There is God. In everything you do, think about it. Whatever thing you want to do, think twice before you do it. Why burn down people's properties? What are you burning it for? What have they done to you? What is all this for? What is all this for?
What is happening? Are we not in democracy world again?
Can you imagine, my sister? Can you imagine? Jesus. Jesus. Look at. What is going on? What have we done to you politicians? What is the meaning of this? Please, Nigerian, if you are watching this, wherever you are, please spread this message. Save the land, because the thing is getting out of hand. Share it to reach the politicians. Let them know that what they are doing is not good. Let them know that what they are doing is not good. We voted. You rig election. You have given it to who you want to give to. We remain calm. We are not protesting. We didn't do anything. Why they attack again? Why are you attacking us? Why are you attacking the poor masses? That they don't even know the road to the government house. Nobody knows them. If they know how to, they will not eat.
Ṣé ẹ rí i pé wọ́n ń jó ọjà wọn? Ṣó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣerú yẹn? Ṣó yẹ kí irú yẹn máa wáyé nílẹ̀ wa? This is not good. Ẹ ń ba nǹkan jẹ́ torí págbára wà lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ ti gbàgbé pẹ́yìn náà máa kú lọ́jọ́ kan. Alágbára yé.
Now listen, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If truly that God that created this water and create this land that all men are stepping his feet to, and it is the will of God for today, son to son, I am not laying calls on you for the innocent that have been dying.
Hello, Bola.
You will not go scot-free for that.
Yeah, I'm going. Ẹ kú dédé àkókò.
Nǹkan tá a lè ṣe ò jí pé tílẹ̀ Yorùbá ká dúró ni láì jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn politician yìí wọ́n máa fi wá tàgẹ́tẹ́ ni a máa sọ pé Ìgbò lẹ́nìkan Haúsá lẹ́nìkan àwọn tẹ̀lé ń pa wá àwọn náà ń pa Yorùbá gbogbo ìjà tó jẹ́ gbogbo Yorùbá ẹ̀wọ̀n rí sí o owó táwọn fẹ́ kó jẹ yẹn wọ́n máa fi wá tàgẹ́tẹ́ pé ẹnìkan tó fẹ́ dìde o ọmọ Yorùbá ọmọ Ìgbò ni o ẹ má yẹ ká dìbò fún o kí ní kankan ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ Yorùbá tá a dìbò fún níbo kí lẹ ṣe fún Yorùbá wọ́n sọ gbogbo ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n sọ gbogbo ilẹ̀ Èkó di garbage mo wá sí Èkó ní last 2 years mi jẹ́ ìdí pò ẹ wò ló bó ṣe rí orí Ọlọ́run wọ́n ti bá gbogbo olùjẹ́ tó ń sọ pé wọ́n sọ pé àwọn kan Ìgbò bẹ́ẹ̀ kan la máa dìbò fún kọ́ńtà káwọn Ìgbò yẹn kọ́kọ́ dìbò kọ́ńtà káwọn Ìgbò yẹn máa túnlẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe kọ́ńtà kí Yorùbá túnlẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó tẹ̀ mí lójú ni pé Yorùbá yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ fi ṣeré èdè wa àti kọ́ṣọ̀ wa ní ilẹ̀ pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyẹn la gbọ́dọ̀ mú lókùn dúdú pé ìyẹn láti stand by ó láti ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó láti jẹ́ pé èdè Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ wa ṣe àti àkọ́tí kọ́ṣọ̀ wa káwé yẹn lókùn dúdú but àwọn politician yìí ká lè gbọ́n dànù kọ́ lè gbọ́n dànù kó tẹ̀lé sọ nìyẹn àwọn politician àwọn Tinubu àwọn Sanwó-Olú yìí kọ́ lè gbọ́n dànù ẹ tó máa tún lè kó ṣe kọjá kó ṣe tó lè sọ nìyẹn.
ẹ ṣé gan, God bless you, thank you sir. ẹ lè máa fara ní àwọn èèyàn kẹ ní pé kẹ wá ní káwọn èèyàn yẹn máa fọwọ́ ra yín lórí kò lè jọ wọn lè máa fọwọ́ ra yín lórí ṣe gbọ́. ẹlú ẹgbẹ́ òsókè o à ń gbọ́ yín o.
àwọn bínú ọmọ ológo àwọn kẹ́ni mọ́mí wọ́n bínú.
ẹ bá mi gbọ́ yẹn sọ jẹ́ kó yín wá síta díẹ̀ jọ.
ẹ ṣé o ṣe ń gbọ́ mi o ọmọ ológo.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà.
ẹ kú ètò Ọlọ́run bá mi kún yín lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run á gbórí yín sókè agbára Olúwa ẹ ní ṣàṣetì àwọn ọmọ yín wọ́n á dàgbà wọ́n á tọ́jọ́ wọ́n á sanjọ́ fún yín agbára Olúwa ẹ ṣé gan ṣe ń ṣe wá létí etí ẹ̀yin náà ò ní di ṣẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi máa yàtọ̀ sí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀ ń sọ yìí ṣẹ́rí tó bá wu ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò kó ń gba gbogbo Èkó lọ́wọ́ everybody ìgbà tá a ti ń pariwo fún wọn látijọ́ yìí ọmọ ológo tá a ti ń pariwo Yorùbá nation Yorùbá ṣé wọ́n dá wa lóhùn ìgbà tá a ń pariwo tá a ń fẹ́ fún ṣé wọ́n dá wa lóhùn ìgbà tí gbogbo yín ń pariwo pé Chinese ti dé o gbogbo orí omi yín náà ti wà gbogbo ilẹ̀ yín náà ti wà ẹjọ́ sọ́ńdà yín lóhùn ìgbà tá a tún pariwo pé Dangote tún ń bọ̀ o láti wá kọ́ refineries na láì ó ti wọlé mọ́ wọn lára ìgbà tá a tún pariwo wípé Amẹ́ríkà ń bọ̀ o wọ́n fẹ́ wá kọ́ the largest embassy sórí omi wọn sọ́ńdà wa lóhùn ṣe rí everybody ló ń wá láti wọ́n máa lé gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Èkó yẹn kúrò ẹ̀yẹn máa wòran tí ì rí nǹkan kan ṣá pariwo títí wọn láwọn ò ṣe Yorùbá nation ṣé Yorùbá nation ló lè solve gbogbo problem tá a wà nínú èyí because kì í ṣe Fúlàní nìkan là ń bá jà kò ń ṣe Yíbò nìkan là ń bá jà kò ń ṣe àwọn foreigner nìkan là ń bá jà kò ń ṣe àwọn ará àbúrò nìkan là ń bá jà àwọn tá à ń bá jà pọ̀ kò dẹ̀ sí kankan tó lè yọ wá ju Yorùbá nation lọ òun ló lè fi ló lè paná bu nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbọ̀gbà tá a pariwo fáwọn ọmọ Èkó títí ẹjọ́ ṣán dá wa lóhùn wọn ò dá wa lóhùn wọn wá ń kígbe sí yẹn.
àwọn míì gan wà lára àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn ẹ mọ̀ tí pípariwo tó ń pariwo sí lórí sóòótọ́ ni àbí torí service interest Tinubu Sanwó-Olú náà fi ń ṣe yẹn wọn kò sí pé ń pariwo lórí òtítọ́ wọ́n ń pariwo pé kán dìbò fún Tinubu Sanwó-Olú ègè ni wọ́n mì kì í ṣe pé bóyá wọ́n pariwo pé wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ wọn rí yànnà rí àwọn tó ń pariwo gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n lè rè pé bọ́ná ti wá ó lè sọ ọmọ gbòǹkó ni wọn àwọn ọmọ Oǹdó Èkìtì Ìjẹ̀bú nǹkan kò sílá.
gbogbo wọn náà ń pariwo because mo ti gbá àwọn kan náà tó sọ pé Yíbò fẹ́ wá gbalẹ̀ wọn Yíbò fẹ́ wá ṣe kinní kan Gbadebo kò kì í ṣe bàmẹ́ ẹ̀ ní kinní kan bàmẹ́ ẹ̀ ní Yíbò bàbá ẹ̀ ní kinní kan kò gbọ́ Yorùbá kò pé ẹjọ́ tó lọ́lọ́run ẹni tó jẹ́ prime minister wa ń bíbà yìí o ẹjọ́ ọmọ Ìṣàmà ni tó bí sí bíbà yìí ọmọ Asian tó bí sí bíbà òun ló ní prime minister wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe sọ yìí níjọ tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ tó fẹ́ lọ sí number 10 Downing Street ó ṣèrúbọ gbogbo kan táwọn kàkún ó ṣèrúbọ níwájú Downing Street tó gbé kíní ẹbọ wọn síbẹ̀ tó fi ń pray nǹkan tí wọ́n ń jẹ wá lójú ohun tí akótilétà rí wá honestly ẹ̀rọ àwọn ọba àjòjì ni wọ́n máa fi ń jọba ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó bá gbalẹ̀ wọn tán wọn wá lọ tó bá bímọ tó ti wọnú ara wọn tán wọn máa gbàdé pé ìlú kan ló ti wá ó ń pẹ́ kí Ìgbò tó gba gbogbo Èkó ó ń pẹ́ kó tó di gómìnà àti ṣé gómìnà lẹ́yìn pé gómìnà ní ìmọ̀ Yorùbá yẹn sọ ó ń pẹ́ tẹ́rí kò tẹ́ ní yà mí lẹ́nu ìbò tó fẹ́ dì ní sátidé yìí tí Ìgbò bá gba everywhere nǹkan tó fi dá kéèyàn máa ṣe dáadáa fáwọn ọmọ ìlú ẹ̀ nìyẹn ẹjọ́ báwo náà ṣe Jagaban sọ pé òun lòun ní gbogbo Èkó wà tó ṣe gba most of the àwọn tó lọ ń tò sílé ẹ̀gbọ́n ní body long àbí kílẹ̀ ṣe pé àwọn kò dìbò fún ó bá tán ló bá tán tó dìbò fún pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń pariwo àwọn èèyàn ti rẹ́kọ̀ gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ ìgbà tó pa àwọn ọmọ ensars ẹjọ́ èèyàn mélòó ló jáde ìgbà tí wọ́n yin ìbò káàkiri àwọn èèyàn tá ló ṣe rálì tó pa èèyàn mélòó ló jáde wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa gba everything wọ́n máa kọ́ tẹ̀ ti gba omi wọn ná ṣẹ́rú mi yẹn bí tí Dangote wọ́n ti gbà á kòkò tí ìhàn ní sí ojú ayé ni àwọn Amẹ́ríkà náà ti fẹ́ wá bu tiwọn UK yìí náà ní gbogbo omi wọn náà kó àwọn navy wọn sí everybody just come in Yíbò náà ó ti wá kan Yíbò sí so kọ́ má pariwo.
ṣé kìí ṣe Tinubu àti Sanwó-Olú ló fa gbogbo ilé àwọn Tinubu kọ́ ló fa gbogbo rọ́bìsì tí wọ́n ń gba gbogbo etí omi yín tó ń ta gbogbo lẹ́yìn wọn lè lọ tàti ilẹ̀ Haúsá Buhari á máa kó èèyàn wá máa fi Èkó ó ń fèkó yáwó àwọn ọmọ Èkó gbọ́n orí nǹkan jẹ ọmọ tí ti di agbèrò tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ̀gà ẹ̀ wá ń jà fáwọn tó ń fowó yín tán ń sórí burúkú tí wọ́n ní nǹkan tán lọ fowó bribe Ṣèyí Tinubu ṣe fàájì kiri ni.
lẹ́ni ọmọ ológo ẹ̀jẹ̀ in fact inú mi tẹ̀ máa dùn kí Yíbò kó jẹ́ gómìnà wọn inú mi máa dùn so ojú wọn wá là wọn ò tí ì mọ nǹkan kan tí wọ́n ṣe pariwo pé Yíbò wọn ò trust wọn Haúsá ò trust wọn Yíbò ló tàn bàbá wa Awólọ́wọ̀ Yíbò ló ṣeré Yíbò ló ṣọtà ọ̀hún ẹjọ́ sí Yíbò kì í ṣèyàn ni ṣé Yorùbá ò ti ṣe president ṣé Haúsá ò ti ṣe president tí Yíbò náà bá dẹ̀ gbogbo gómìnà yín ẹ jẹ́ kán kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ gbà wọ́n láyè bó bá yá ń sìn wọ́n lè máa ṣépè fún mi ẹni bá ṣépè fún mi elépè lè pé mú so wọ́n lè máa ṣépè fún torí òun pẹ́ ṣépè fún yàn ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ fà á náà ìgbà tẹ ẹ mú gbogbo tilé ẹ̀kọ́tà akótilétà everything ló ń tà so Yíbò tí wàá gbilẹ̀ ń sìn ẹ wá ń pariwo àwọn kan sọ pé tí Yíbò tó bá dìbò ní eléyìí tó ń bọ̀ yìí tó bá jẹ gómìnà àwọn ò ní wá sí Nàìjíríà mọ́ ẹ jókòó pa síbi tẹ́ wà ìgbà tẹ́ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ sì parapọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe tẹ́ parapọ̀ kí gbogbo akófúká fi ẹnu ṣọ̀kan ká gba ilẹ̀ wa ká bá gba ilẹ̀ wa à á ṣòfin wa ká bá gba ilẹ̀ wa gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tọ̀ múrì wá yẹn à á sọ fún wọn bí tó máa jókòó sí lẹ́ni ọmọ ológo mo ti wà nílùú Ifọ̀ 45 years mo ti wà ní UK for 45 years mo sí sector tí mi ti ṣiṣẹ́ rí mo ṣiṣẹ́ ní housing department ọmọ ológo ṣe mọ̀ yí pé àwọn òbí kan wà tó kí fún foreigner nílùú yìí ṣe nígbà tí mo fẹ́ fún ọmọ dúdú ló wá láti Nàìjíríà ó ní disability ṣe mọ̀ àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ ti ní disability their force their priority ṣe mọ̀ kó sọ fún mi pé mi lè fún níbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ní because kò sí lára èyí tó ti list sínú ṣe mọ̀ pé tẹ bá apply for council property wọ́n máa ti list ẹ̀ pé kẹ́ choose gbogbo area tẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe rí yẹn special mo ò fi sí but gbé pé mi ṣiṣẹ́ bèbí mọ̀ mo mọ̀ kó máa dá fún ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ sáàkiri èmi kan láti fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ ni pé no torí bíbá iná bí èmi kan sí so bí iná bí mi sí wọ́n àtẹ̀ṣe ń fún níbẹ̀ yẹn tẹ̀ fún dúdú ó tó dìjà gan so ibi àwọn ibì kan wà nílùú yìí tó jẹ́ pé kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè ṣe ìbùkún tẹ bá tó bá bí yín sí ìbàdí kò ní fún yín àwọn ọmọ wọn fún ara wọn nìkan náà fún but àwọn ò kì í ṣe yẹn every dick and harry tó bá ti wá a máa fún wọn nílẹ̀ a máa ṣe everything à ń kó gbogbo ogún wa tà tó bá ti wá ń gbilẹ̀ a máa kígbe ẹjọ́ tó rọ́nà ta lẹ fẹ́ bú ṣé ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ ta ṣọ́ọ̀bù fáwọn ọmọ Yíbò ni ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ ta lé fún wọn ni àbígbà tẹ́ ń ta fún wọn tó ń wá ṣé àwọn ọmọ Yíbò yìí ń ṣe Nàìjíríà ni are they not part of Nigeria so nǹkan tó lè gbà wá ń sìn ni kí gbogbo wọn kàn join ní Yorùbá nation kí gbogbo wa ká pa pọ̀ àtàwọn tó tínú ń bí àtàwọn tí ò bínú this is the time this is the right time tá bá fẹ́ kí foreigner kó máa jọba lórí wa tá bá fẹ́ wọ́n ní kò ní jẹ́ ti tọmọ tí bàbá àbí kó má làálàá bí UK yìí ṣe ń ṣe kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè ṣe tó kò sí ìlú tẹ́tí lè wá tẹ́ bá dé UK yìí wọ́n ní àwọn òbí kan tí specially ní fáwọn ọmọ tiwọn specially tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ máa yọ̀ǹga wọ́n bó ṣe máa put yín down kí n tó máa lọ ọmọ ológo ẹ ṣé God bless you.
ẹ ṣé ma
àwọn tó ń jíwó yín ó wá sí bíbá láti wá ara lé so ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìlú yìí lórí deed wọ́n máa sọ bí tí ilẹ̀ yín dé nínú garden ó rò bí Nàìjíríà lòun ti ń bọ̀ ni so ó wá fẹ́ ṣe igi sí ẹ̀ máa wọn igi tó máa fi ń divide garden ó fẹ́ ṣe fence ó fẹ́ ṣe ló bá lọ bulẹ̀ òyìnbó ìyẹn bá sọ fún pé ilẹ̀ tó bu yìí ó ti bu tèmi mọ́ tẹ̀ ló bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ó rò bóyá Nàìjíríà ló wà tíyẹn ṣe pé ọlọ́pàá nìyẹn ìgbà táwọn ọlọ́pàá dé wọ́n ní kọ́kọ́ dìdì síta so wọ́n wá pàṣẹ fún wọn ní àwọn fún ní 24 hours ó ń gapá ẹ mọ bó ṣe máa ń gapá Nàìjíríà pé this is my property this is my house wọ́n wá fún ní 24 hours kó gbé ilé yẹn kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn pé because ilẹ̀ àwọn lélẹ́yìn kó gbé ilé yẹn kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé ó láti lọ gba lọ́ọ̀yà ni ó láti lọ 25,000 pounds ó láti sọ 25 kó bulẹ̀ onílẹ̀ mọ́ tiẹ̀ wọ́n sọ fún wọn ní we dey give you 24 hours kó gbé ilé yẹn 3-bedroom house yẹn gbé kúrò ilẹ̀ yẹn àwọn làwọn ní ṣé kò wá tán so ọmọ ológo ẹ máa bí tẹ̀yìn bọ̀ ẹ máa bọ́ báyìí.
God bless you ma ẹ ṣé ma ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ ma thank you thank you. àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n ló ń pè síbí ẹ rí i pé àwọn òjà ń bí àwọn òdẹ̀ ṣe pé bí wọ́n bá contribute gan ìmọ̀ wọn ò jọ ni wọ́n fìmọ̀ jọ tẹni tó wà lórí ìjókòó àwa ń share opinion wa ń share ẹ̀kọ́ à ń contribute sí nǹkan tó ń lọ ká enlight ara wa ni not abusing or blackmailing so èyí tẹ́ bá ń ṣòṣì yẹn bọ́ sẹ́gbẹ́ kan hello kọ́là.
hello.
ẹ kú dédé àkókò yìí.
hello ẹ kú ètò.
yes ma.
ẹni ọmọ ológo àbúrò mi ẹ kú ètò á dáa fún ọ ọ̀rọ̀ rí ò ní dàrú o màmá tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ tán ní ìsinsẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà.
màmá tó sọ̀rọ̀ tán ní ìsọlọ ò ní bà nǹkan ìyá yẹn jẹ́ dáadáa rí ó tún ọmọ pọ̀ sí ṣe rí àwọn olórí wa àwọn aṣíwájú bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí àwọn ọba ìjòyè àwọn aṣíwájú olóṣèlú sẹ́ẹ̀rí tí èèyàn bá ní kó wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn èpè ṣé wá rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní wípé Ọlọ́run ò fìyà jẹ wá kò fìyà jẹ Yorùbá rárá àwa fúnra ara wa là ń fìyà jẹra wa ìyà yẹn á mọ̀ jẹ wọ́n o torí wípé a sẹ́wọ̀n lórí èèyàn mélòó ló dìde tí akégbàjarè Yorùbá nation nílùú Èkó dípò kí wọ́n ṣe Tinubu sì ti bà tí wọ́n jẹ́ pátápátá tó ti kórí gbogbo wọn sínú ògò ó ti gbókùtà lé wọn sì fura ẹ dákun kí ló lóṣèlú fẹ́ ṣe fún wa tó lè dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ́n ṣe fún wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wa táàmọ̀ fi sọlá fẹ́rú fọ́mọ táàní dẹ́rùmọ̀ táàní dọ́mọmọ̀ tí wọ́n sì kọ̀ tí wọ́n ní àwọn òṣè ìyá jẹ ṣẹ́gẹ̀ bọ́mọ Yorùbá lára gbogbo stéètì tá a ní kí wọ́n dìde tá a ní ká jọ jìjà yìí ká gbòmìnira àwọn olóṣèlú wa kó wọn sínú agolo wọ́n pa màálù dúdú wọ́n pẹran dúdú wọ́n rí màálù mọ́lẹ̀ nítorí wọn ò jára wọn gbà àwọn aláàfáà náà dákẹ́ múkẹ́ àwọn pásítọ̀ náà dákẹ́ múkẹ́ àwọn babaláwo náà wò wá níran ìyá ọmọjọmọ Yorùbá o ọlọmọjẹ yóò jẹ wá ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ò fìyà jẹ wá o àbòsí tá a ṣe fún ara wa tí wọ́n ní àwọn ò ní gbọ́ àwọn ò ní gbà níbi olóṣèlú bá Nàìjíríà dé tó kọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá dé especially ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyà jẹ wọ́n tí gbogbo ẹni tó bá wà lọ́wọ́ nínú ìyà tí ń jọmọ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí tí Ọlọ́run ò ní jáwọ́ ń bẹ̀ ọba ní ìjòyè ní ẹlẹ́bọlógún kà ní tọ́lọ́run ò ní jáwọ́ bíi kí wọ́n bá tọmọ Yorùbá jẹ́ tí ọ náà ò ní dá wọn ò ní rí bá tíṣẹ́ wọn ò ní rọ́nà gbégbà Ọlọ́run ó dìdì ogun sí wọn tí wọ́n wọ ọmọ Yorùbá sẹ́ẹ̀kan wípé ìyà ni wọ́n ti tà wá fẹ́rú kí wọ́n sì rà wá padà akẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ fáwọn ọba wọn ọ̀gbọ́n akẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ fún jòyè wọn ọ̀gbọ́n akẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ fáwọn olóṣèlú wọn láwọn ò ní jáwọ́ ń bẹ̀ ìran wọn parẹ́ ìran gbogbo àwọn tó bá wà ń bí ogun ìran wọn parẹ́ bàbá bá jẹ́ Akíntóyè náà tó lóun ọgbẹ̀rú yìí òun lórí rẹ̀ òun ọ̀tẹ̀rú gbà òun ọ̀tẹ̀rí gbà òun ọ̀sùsù kọ́ òun ọ̀tẹ̀rí gbà tọ́wọ́ á di ìgbà kan tọ́wọ́ amóṣùkà tó yẹrí kú ò bàbá náà kọ́mọ wo ọlọ́run kọ́mọ wora rẹ̀ ètò bá lè ṣẹ́gun nínú rẹ̀ àbí ìbásọ́lá lọ́dá wọn ló kù gbogbo wọn jẹ ìyà díẹ̀ ní ti Ìgbò tí gbogbo wọn ṣẹnu bọ̀lọ̀bọ̀lọ̀ síhun díẹ̀ ní ti Ìgbò inú ìyàtọ̀ lọ́rùn èjẹ gbogbo wọn ìyà jẹ wọn ni tọrọ àwa ti ṣe ti a báyìí ìjà àwọn ọmọ tá à ń bí ilẹ̀ àánú wọn ní ṣe mí àánú àwọn ọmọ tá à ń bí tọrọ àwa tá a wà yìí bá a ṣe báyé bí a ṣe bí wa káyé wà ní ìsìn àwọn ọmọ tá à ń wá ń bí ilẹ̀ àti ìmọ̀ bí ó ṣe jẹ́ o ṣùgbọ́n ọlọ́run tí ó fìyà jẹ wá táwọn kan dúró lórí pé kíyọ̀ ọmọ jẹ wá tí wọ́n wá gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé gbogbo ògo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọlọ́run ó fìyà jẹ wọ́n àtúbọ̀ táwọn ò ní dá wọn ò ní kú síbi táṣọ wọn wà pẹ̀lú ògo ọlọ́run wọlé ìjọ kan rẹ̀ àbí ìbáṣọ ọlọ́run lọ́dá wọn ló kù kí ló dé fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá kí ló dé fọmọ Yorùbá tí wọn ọgbọ́n wọn kàkàwé ni wọn ọgbọ́n Tinubu wá kó gbogbo yìí ságolo ó gbé gòlè lọ ó gbókùtà lé lórí jára yín gbà aṣọ olórí burúkú gbogbo kò ní dá fún yín ẹ̀yẹ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá ń di ìbàjẹ́ kò ní dá fún yín kò ní dá fún yín èpè láyé wọn kò ní dá fún yín ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó bá ní kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọ̀dà yóò dá fún àtìrandíran rẹ àtìrandíran rẹ ò ní parẹ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n dá wàhálà sọmọ Yorùbá lágbádá tí wọn ò járí mọ́mí tí wọn ò já rọ́nà lọ ọlọ́wọ́n bá ti jẹ́ ọlọ́ọ̀bìnrin ọlọ́ọ̀kùnrin ọlá ìjọ kan tọ́lọ́hún ọlá ìpè méjì tọ́lọ́ ọlọ́wọ́n bá ti gbogbo yìí jẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá kí wọ́n ṣíyè kí wọ́n sùn kí wọ́n dìde ká gbòmìnira ẹ wá lómìnira òwe àfihàn ẹbẹ ṣerú lọ́dún fọlọ́sẹ̀lú àbẹ ẹ bá bó lọ́sẹ̀lú ká àbẹ ẹ bá bó lọ́sẹ̀lú kí àpọ́nmọ̀ tí bá ti ń jẹ́ o tẹ́ẹ̀tì mọ̀ ìyá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ni ẹ jẹ́ ṣẹ́gẹ̀ níta sọ fún ìtẹ̀kọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ṣẹ́gẹ̀ yọ̀dà fún ọ̀tẹ́ni ọmọ ológun ọ̀rọ̀ rí ò ní dàrú ọ̀rọ̀ rí ò ní dàrú o.
Àmín. Ẹ ṣé gan ni mà. Anyways. Kí ló fẹ́ sọ? Kí ló fẹ́ sọ? Because mo rí kọlù ẹ. Kí ló fẹ́ sọ? Mo wà lórí ètò. Ẹ wọ́n ń gbọ́.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ máa gbọ́ o. Torí màmá yẹn mẹ́sàn-án kí ní ìkàlẹ̀ kan màmá tó pè kó tó di pé wọ́n pè é pé wọ́n fẹ́ gba etí omi nílẹ̀ Yorùbá é pé wọ́n pariwo pé China ti dé. Ìgbà tí mo sọ́jọ́ sí pé China ipò ti ń control custom wọn pọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa gbọ́ngbà ẹ̀ bọ̀ wọn ní belief. Èmi fojú ara tèmi rí ni o ibẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ mo fojú ara mi rí mo dẹ̀ fojú mi rí China yẹn báyìí. Ó níbi kàbáyé tá a ti máa ń ṣe scan ó túmọ̀ sí pé kọ̀ǹténà tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ open tó bá gbé dé látàpọ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ open ẹ̀ ìkan kíní ó níbi tí wọ́n ti máa lọ sí scan rẹ̀ custom ló máa wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn China ẹ̀ ló ń so lórí wọn bẹ̀ tẹ́ ń control wọn. Hello?
Mo ń gbọ́.
Àwọn China ló ń so lórí wọn bẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń control wọn gbogbo owó tí wọ́n bá gbà China ló máa control wọn. Ìyẹn lọ́kẹ́ yẹn àwọn BNPA lọ́dọ̀ wa lábàbá ń bì báyìí tírélà tí ó bá wọlé ẹ bá mọ àwọn tó ń ṣe tírélà driver ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pẹ̀lú ni wọ́n san léde go and come here 80,000 àwọn Haúsá Fúlàní ẹ̀ ni wọ́n control bẹ̀yẹ ẹ lọ bèrè àtàwọn MPA àtọlọ́pàá tọ́jú wà bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn Haúsá Fúlàní àná wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n àjẹ́ lè fi dígò kọ́ ó àdènà kó nu wọ́n Nàìjíríà ẹni nu wọ́n Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n Nàìjíríà ẹ wo bí tá bára wọn délé yẹn wo bí tá bára dé àjọ ń sọ 5 ẹni tó lówó lọ́sọ̀ àti ẹni tó lówó lọ́wọ́ ta la dá mọ̀ yàtọ̀ sí olùsùn ní báyìí. Ilé máa sọ pé òun ò rí ẹ̀rọ káàtìgbà, ilé máa sọ pé òun ò rí káàtìgbà, ilé máa sọ èèyàn mélòó ló ti kú sínú àìrówógbà yìí, èèyàn mélòó lẹ́mọ̀ tó ti kú síbẹ̀. Ọwọ́ ayáǹsì ẹ sọ pé Yíbò fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ni àbẹ́yìn lẹ́ta lè ara yín fún Haúsá àti Yíbò.
Ṣé Yíbò ẹni tí ìṣesí tẹ̀sí Nàìjíríà gan wọ́n ń talẹ̀ aláwọn òkè àwọn Korea àwọn China tó ń ralẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n ní sùsùkù ṣé Yíbò ni wọ́n sẹ́wọ̀n tẹ̀jẹ́ sí tẹ̀sí Nàìjíríà. Irọ́ ni gbogbo tó ń sọ ambition náà ń ṣe politics ni.
Ọbásanjọ́ lọ fọwọ́ ara rẹ̀ fà ní Yíbò lọ́wọ́. Ọbásanjọ́ níbi tẹ́mi mọ̀ dáadáa ni kò sí kó ń dùn ẹ̀bẹ̀ fún mi. Ẹ máa kúrọ̀sì oníkẹ́ tó wọnú kọ́pù yẹn ní Nájádọ́kì yẹn. Ó ti yé Ọbásanjọ́ lọ fọwọ́ ara rẹ̀ lẹ̀ fà ní Yíbò. Yíbò àti China ló ń pọ̀ ju ọ̀pẹ̀ yẹn lọ́dọ̀ ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́ rẹ̀ ni tó sì mọ̀nà 10 years tó sì mọ̀nà 15 years. Ọbásanjọ́ ló ti fọwọ́ ara rẹ̀ fà ní China àti Yíbò lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo pàṣẹ tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ni ó kéde àtọmọ kan tó fẹ́ jáde lásù torí ọ̀rọ̀ pọ́ọ̀tù náà ni. Ọmọ Kàlábá ni ó ń sọ fún mi pé that port wey be say Yorùbá connect that port wey na connect na go suffer am we go collect am back ó ní ọ̀wẹ́ ó ní don't worry ìpínlẹ̀ àti yọ̀ǹda ọ̀gẹ̀ ó ní máa gbàgbé wọn nígbà nípa bàbá láìda gbàgbé kọ́pì lọ tó bá gbà mí lé sí apá ìlànà pẹ̀lú lábàlẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ ti sùn kódà èyí tí ò bá ti tinú yín ibi tí ò bá kú nìyẹn. Ṣèbí mọ́ ẹ sọ pé Tinubu dé ní mọ́nùkù wàdà kò dé ní mọ́nùkù kí lẹ́mọ̀ tó ṣe ó lọ bẹ́ inú àrùn tí wọ́n ń dá iná sí ọ̀dẹ̀ kọ orúkọ Yorùbá inú àrùn tí wọ́n ń dá iná sí ọ̀dẹ̀ kọ orúkọ Yorùbá ọ̀dẹ̀ pọ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ dáná yẹn lórí. Kí ló dé tẹ̀lé sùn kẹ́kẹ́ ronú agbèrò wa control Lagos State Tinubu ti mú Àbújá ó tún fẹ́ mú ní Lagos State lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó wá kó Lagos State yóò tún Tinubu tó ti lọ tó ti ṣe president nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe báyìí ẹni tó bá fẹ́ kó jẹ gọ́vnọ̀ ní ẹlọ́kọ́ sílẹ̀ ẹni tó bá fẹ́ kó jẹ gọ́vnọ̀ àti chairman local government ló máa jẹ láì jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹni ẹ máa kú ni gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti dákọ̀ ẹ̀ ọ máa kú ni ẹlọ́kọ́ sílẹ̀ lẹ́nu kí ló dé kí náà níbo là ń lọ sáà rọ̀ kọ́ kí là aka ẹ wá ìgbà Tinubu ni o nísìnyí báyìí ẹsìn ni o àbí kí lórúkọ rẹ ẹsẹ wọn kú orí yìí ti burú lórí ẹkú sí léwèrè orí yìí ó ti burú lórí ẹkú sí léwèrè agbèrò ní control Lagos State kí ló dé tẹ bá yọ tí wọn bá ṣe rẹ wọn bá ṣe rẹ ni ṣé wọn ní láti máa yìnbọn mẹ́nìkan ó kọ́ mọ́ campaign ìgbà tábí ṣe rá ní Yorùbá ní sẹ́gà kiri ẹ̀rí bá ṣe ń pààyàn ní ìgbà
ẹgbẹ́ àwọn yẹn náà tó ń sọ pé àwọn tó ń pa àwọn tó láwọn ń kàǹpé nísìnyí àwọn náà ti ń kàǹpé fún Sanwó-Olú o gbogbo náà ti ń sọ pé Sanwó-Olú ló kàn ti parí àjẹ́ndà àti Tinubu. Ọmọ ẹni ìṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀ náà tó ń sọ fún yín.
ọmọ bí ayọ̀ tiẹ̀ bí ló máa bí ayọ̀ tèmi ẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní payọ̀ ṣèbí ara àwọn tó tẹ̀lé náà ṣèbí ní tí wọ́n náà dùn báyìí àbí ní tí wọ́n náà dùn tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti wà á lajú rí bá ẹ̀ ṣàṣì lẹ́kí tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lajú rí bá ẹ̀ ṣàṣì lẹ́kí níṣì báyìí agbèrò ló tún control ọdún ìjọ ẹ̀lẹ́sàn agbèrò tó ń bọ̀ ta pélé tó bá ti bí ta ó wá dìbò bí báyìí ó bá ti rí táwọn ọlọ́pàá tó lajú lẹ̀ tán bẹ̀ rí kódà ní bọ́ lọ́wọ́ yàtọ̀ bá ti já sí Yorùbá nìsọ̀ ní bọ́ náà yà.
Even most of paper, most of ballot paper, most of ballot paper tí wọ́n kó lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kò sí logo Labour Party ńbẹ̀. Ní most of ballot paper tí wọ́n kó lọ sí Lagos State kò sí logo Labour Party ńbẹ̀. Still náà nǹkan wọ́n tún win nìyẹn ni pẹ̀lú gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ṣèrú tó náà tẹ́ẹ̀ fi sí eléyìí tẹ́ ń kó bọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí tán bá ti lè rí pé kò sí logo Labour Party bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ gbúdọ̀ dìbò kankan ẹ gbúdọ̀ gbà kan dìbò lẹ́ni wí ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. ẹ ló sà ẹ dán ní ṣókí mo fẹ́ orúnkọ mi rẹ̀ tí ì jẹ́.
ẹ kú ẹ̀yà sọ́rí ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ ìjẹ máa ń yìn yín ni.
mi ti jẹun àárọ̀ òun rè nítorí tí mi ti jẹun àárọ̀ èyí kan wá ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ jà rẹ̀.
ọlọ́pàá ń jẹ kárọ̀tì mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀
kí kúkú ṣe kárọ̀tì ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ. àbí panu ni.
Nígbà tó ti rí báyìí kí nǹkan mú ètò jẹ́ gbogbo tó fẹ́ sọ náà ló ní port bet máa mú àkọ́kọ́ tí bàbá lè sọ yòókù a máa bá a lọ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àwọn yúùtù ni mo kàn fẹ́ gbà ní ìmọ̀ràn kan jọ̀ọ́ mo fi ẹlẹ́dàá Yorùbá pátápátá 60 million gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀sẹ̀ wí mo fi bẹ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ̀yin náà wò ó tẹ́ bá jáde lọ tẹ́ bá wọ mọ́tò tẹ́ bá rìnrìn kúrò nílé ìbànújẹ́ lè máa bá padà sí ní kí ló fà á bóyá àwọn task force wọ́n ti stop mọ́tò yín bóyá àwọn ọlọ́pàá kan tí ò rí jájẹ tí ò tiẹ̀ mọ́ṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ ó ti stop yín.
À ń gbọ́ yín o. Hello.
Freedom of everything ṣùgbọ́n nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà kò sí yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ o ṣùgbọ́n jẹ́ ká fi kíní kan wò ó tẹ́ mọ̀ pé káàdì yìí yẹn ẹ lè fi fóòtì ẹ̀ ń tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ out lásọjọ́ tí yà ti ń jẹ everybody bọ̀ tá a bá tiẹ̀ fi káàdì yìí tá a bá fi gbé ìyá yẹn nù ó dáa náà tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ dìbò fún gan ò bá tún wá ṣe dáadáa á ti mọ̀ pé àti mẹ́gbàrá àti mẹ́gbòrò Ìgbò ò lè gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn lè bá yín sọ wípé àwọn fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá kò possible ṣé ibẹ̀ yẹn súnmọ́ nìṣà ni kò súnmọ́ nìṣà náà kò súnmọ́ Anambra kò súnmọ́ ilẹ̀ Ìgbò rárá àwọn èèyàn wa àwọn náà àwa aláfọwọ́ ara wa la fẹ́ fi ta ara wa fún Ìgbò bá a ṣe ta ara wa fún Fúlàní ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run tí ẹ bá ti fóòtù wọn out tí ẹ bá ti fóònù Sanwó-Olú out àwọn point tẹ máa wò lélẹ́yìn ẹ wọjọ́ tí wọ́n kó bọ́lé wa lórí nítorí gate ẹ wo gbogbo ẹ̀mí tán pa lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí Sanwó-Olú tó fẹ́ lọ alẹ́ sọ pé èèyàn méjì péré ló kú ẹ wo Lai Muhammed.
Ó dẹ̀ yẹ́ yóò kú Sanwó-Olú náà MC Olúọmọ lẹ́yìn àkókò kú. MC Olúọmọ
ó dìde ṣe program yẹn ni ó dìde ṣe live kò tiẹ̀ lójútì tètè yóò bá tiẹ̀ kàwé sí kò ní kan borí ẹ̀ ni ó wá ìlànà pàkà ó ní percent tó kú ó ní tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn kan kú ó ní àwọn fámìlì yẹn ó ní kéré tọ̀nà jáde síta.
tó ìbò wá ní Sanwó-Olú ti rí òkú méjì tó kú tó sọ fún CNN tó kú àrèdè.
níbo ni Sanwó-Olú ẹ wá fi yẹn wò ẹ wo lé olóyè ń jọ sí àwọn méjì tó wọ́n pa ń bẹ̀ títí dọ̀la máa rọ́pò wọn èèyàn méjì péré nìyẹn á ń bèrè tà sí àwọn ogun lágbé èèyàn tó ń rọ̀kàn sí lórí àwọn èèyàn míì ti di handicap má ṣe ń jẹ má ṣe ń mú sí nǹkan kan sí ẹ tó mọ ìyẹn gan ni kẹrù kò ní sí ọmọ ọ̀tá mọ́ kò ní sí pé ibi tó bá sùn níta ìwà wọn ò ní fọrùn rọ wà á sùn wà á falálá wà á orun tó gbọ́sọ̀ ló máa sùn ẹ fóòtì wọn out ẹ fóòtì ẹ wọ ọmọ tó pa sínú BRT kí lọmọ yẹn ṣe ó ṣe nǹkan kan náà kí ló ṣe ọmọ fájì ọmọ tó kí ni wọ́n ṣe fáwọn òbí ẹ̀ up till now kò sí ifu driver tó ló wa mọ́tò yẹn kí ni wọ́n ṣe fún nígbà tó yẹ pé àwọn náà ránṣẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ àfọ́ọ̀tì wọn out ẹni incoming governor tó bá wọlé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn ló máa eradicate kò ní sí nǹkan tó ń jí ọmọ ọ̀tá mọ́ kò ní sí ẹ̀wọ̀n ní dáàbò àwọn ẹ̀yẹ gágó driver ẹ̀jọ̀ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ fọ́ọ̀tì wọn out ẹ wo wọ́n tẹ̀ ń san lójoojúmọ́ tó bá yẹ kẹ́ ẹ fi ń dájọ́ ni ẹ ní máa gbowó gbọ́múlé láńtàlá ẹ ní máa gbowó tí ò yẹ kẹ́ gbà ẹ ní máa yáwó tí ò yẹ kẹ́ yá ẹ̀jọ̀ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ fọ́ọ̀tì wọn out tẹ bá tẹ wá rí pé léyìí yíbo ni tẹ ẹ mọ ní ẹ tẹ ẹ mọ náà èyí tẹ ẹ pẹ̀lú yíbo nígbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ti jáde èèyàn méjì ló ń bíyàn náà tí ẹ bá nílé ìyá á nílé bàbá àwọn tí ò wá tó wá jẹ́ pé pure Yorùbá ni wọ́n ń kọ́ ẹ dìbò fún wọn náà ẹ fọ́ọ̀tì ti Sanwó-Olú.
tí ìbá tètè borí most of them mú wò pé ẹni èèyàn á fi Yorùbá á fi Ìgbò mo wá fẹ́ bi yín léèrè pé á fi Yorùbá yẹn sọmọ Òkìtì state ní sọmọ Ògùn ní ọmọ Èkó ní àfọ ẹ indigene of Lagos àwọn tó wá rúlù ilé ní ìkankanu àtìyá àti bàbá wọn àti generation wo ìsọmọ Èkó.
wọ́n ìsọmọ Èkó nígbèlè wá fojú sí ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run mo tún bẹ̀ yín ni mo fẹ́ sọ́kọ̀ bẹ̀ kí n jágbó lórí yẹn ẹ fóòtì wọn out ọjọ́ tẹ máa dìbò ti pẹ́ tán ẹ fóòtì wọn out ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò jù báyìí lọ ọmọ ológo apá yóò ní ká ẹ máa ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ bó ṣe ń ṣe àwa tá à ń tẹ̀lé ẹ a lè máa tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ́jọ́.
ẹ ṣeun ká má dùn wọn bá yọ gbogbo yín kúrò kán yọ gbogbo yín tán kán máa yọra wọn dànù ìwọ̀nba tó bá kù títọ́ lẹ̀ á padà dé a máa padà borí wọn ni àwa la máa borí.
àwa la máa kọrin yẹn.
ẹ ṣe gan ni sà adúpẹ́ sà God bless you. Hello kọ́lá ẹ dákun ìṣẹ́jú kan.
God bless you.
Hello, Eka so.
Káàsán.
Yeah, ẹ má bínú. Ṣẹ́yìn Gbadebo yẹn kò ṣe ọmọ Èkó gbin ọmọ Èkó ni ọmọ Island ni àdàgbà sí Lagos Island ni. Dáàdì ẹ̀ ọmọ ìsàlẹ̀ Èkó ni dáàdì ẹ̀ wà wọ́n ní ọ́fíìsì sí Kákàwá ní Island gangan.
You see?
Ẹ jẹ́ sáré fídíò kan fún yín lórí ẹni gígan tẹ́gbà lè wo. Ẹ jẹ́ má bínú.
Mo ti play bẹ̀ yẹn, mo ti play rẹ̀.
Ọmọ Island ni àwọn ènìyàn tó gbé Island yẹn ga ni. Ṣé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó wà lórí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tí tó ń rúlù wá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn ṣé ọmọ Èkó ni wọ́n ni? Ọmọ Èkó kọ́ ni wọ́n náà. Gbogbo wọn kọ̀ wá from nowhere. Bọ̀bọ̀ kí ló kọ ẹ̀? Bọ̀bọ̀ yìí gbogbo wọn ò sọmọ Èkó náà. Àbọ̀dé ò sọmọ Èkó. Mọ́mì ọmọ Ògùn ni. Ọmọ Èkó wá fẹ́ jẹ gómìnà.
Sanwó-Olú kì í sọmọ Èkó.
Kò sọmọ Èkó. Ọmọ Èkó wá fẹ́ jẹ gómìnà ẹ̀ wá fẹ́ jò jẹ. Ẹ jẹ́ má yà jára.
Tinubu gan àádọ́tì ẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni kì í sọmọ Èkó.
Gbogbo àwọn Kókó Sáyà ọmọ Èkó ni Kókó Sáyà.
Sọ MC Olúọmọ kì í sọmọ Èkó. MC ò kì í sọmọ Èkó.
Gbogbo àwọn Kókó Sáyà sọmọ Èkó. Ṣèbọn wá lórí National TV tó sọ pé àwọn ò sọmọ Èkó. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Èkó ẹ máa jára yín tẹ́gbà lẹ́yìn.
Kẹjẹ kan máa gbọ́ Fúnṣọ́ Williams tó jọ́ ọmọ yín nínú Èkó wọn jò débẹ̀ ipò gómìnà. Ẹ̀yin náà wá ṣe Fúlàní bẹ́ẹ̀ gbalẹ̀ wa ẹ̀ ń dọ́ba kí Olú lò. Ẹni tó pé Tinubu ló wà fún olóògbé ó sóun gan ọmọ Èkó ni ó rí dínà ọmọ Èkó ló gan.
Ọmọ tó bí sẹ́kù gangan wọn contest vote fún èèyàn kan wá rúlu yín for 24 years. Mo tẹ̀lé bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ Èkó. Ìgbà tí Bọ́lá Tinubu ti ń rúlu wá kí ló ṣe sẹ́kù? Skúù wo ló kọ́ sẹ́kù? Ikọ̀ wo ló ṣe sẹ́kù pẹ̀lú táàsì tó gbà? Kò ṣe àwọn Yíbò ní pọ́blẹ́mù wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Kò ṣe àwọn Yíbò ní pọ́blẹ́mù wa. Àìmọye àwọn kan tí àwọn bọ̀dá wa tó ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ àwọn Yíbò àìmọye àwọn Yíbò tó ti sanwó déyàn tó ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ṣèbáwẹ̀ tó náà mọ̀ kí ló fi déyàn lẹ́yìn. Ṣèbówó tó ń gbà owó àwọn Yíbò tó ń gbà ní. Ẹ̀yọ́ mi ìfọ̀ ẹ̀ máa já ara yín. Ẹ bá ń lùsẹ̀ lè ẹ ti lùsẹ̀ lè forever. Ẹ fẹ́yàn lówó ẹ fẹ́yàn déyàn náà jẹun tí ìjọba káyéyàn. Tí ó bá ṣe dáadáa ẹgbẹ́ òtẹ̀lù ẹgbẹ́ lómi sí.
Mo wà pẹ̀lú yín wọ́n sẹ́ndí fídíò kan sí mi ni pé Tinubu wọ́n ní kò lè gbéra rẹ̀ sókè sí their newly acclaimed elected president Bola Ahmed Tinubu can lift himself up this evening. See how Senator Aliyu Magatakada bí kan wà Manko and other identified person help him to wọ́n gbé kò lè dádìdì ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ síbẹ̀.
Kí ni àǹfààní wo lọ́mọ Èkó jẹ́ lára wọn? Mo ralẹ̀ 20 million ọ̀dà rẹ̀ fún mi 1 plot.
Ó parí.
20 million. Ẹ sọ ní discount fún ọmọ Èkó fún àyẹ̀ká tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ alẹ̀ òkè fún 1 million wá. Àwọn Yíbò tó máa ta fún wọn bóyá 20 million. Ìwọ ọmọ Èkó ò jàǹfààní kan lára wọn. Ó wá bá Yíbò jà. Ó lọ dáná sun
ọjà gbogbo ọjà tó wà ní Akéré nìsí wọn ti dúró gbogbo ẹ̀ ló sọ náà kẹ̀wùkẹ̀wù yìí.
Ẹni tó bá ṣerú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó lè rí ìjọba náà because sweat tó fi ra nǹkan wọn ọjà lè fi rà náà. Tí Yíbò bá dẹ̀ kú ìyà tẹ́ máa jẹ ìyà tẹ́yìn ọmọ Èkó yẹn máa jẹ. Kílẹ̀ ìbáwọn kásẹ́lọ̀ ẹ fi rówó léni kílẹ̀ ìbáwọn kásẹ́lọ̀ àwọn kásẹ́lọ̀ mi fi rówó kílẹ̀ ìbọn fi rówó ìyà tẹ́ máa jẹ táwọn Yíbò bá kú lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìyà tẹ́ máa jẹ.
God bless you. Ẹ ṣé sir, thank you. Ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ fídíò yẹn mo ti already play rẹ̀ mi lè tuntun play mọ́ kò sí time. Mo ti play rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹni tí kò bá wò tẹ́lẹ̀ kó lọ rewind ní fídíò yẹn program yìí sẹ́yìn. So ẹ máa rí níbẹ̀ mi tí jẹun lẹ́ni honestly. Mo kàn mu tea lásán ni so mo ní láti wá nǹkan kan jẹ. So anyways ẹ ṣé gan pẹ̀lú àǹfààní tí ẹ ní láti gbọ́ ètò yìí. Bàbá tún ti láwọn ìròyìn á tún mú wá fún yín. So bó ṣe ń lọ nínú gbogbo Nàìjíríà láàrin current affairs ní gbogbo ibi tó lọ lọ́wọ́ bí wọ́n ti wà ní kóòtù a máa padà fún yín láwọn yẹn later. Wọ́n ti gbé Tinubu lọ sí kóòtù àwọn Labour Party àtàwọn títí tíìmù ti Jagaba náà gbogbo wọn ti wà ní kóòtù. Wọ́n ṣe ìdájọ́. God bless you everyone ẹ ní sórí burúkú ayé yín ò ní tẹ̀ ní mórí burúkú sọ ẹnu. Ẹ ṣé o tẹ́ bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ ẹ bá wa like kẹ́dẹ̀ ẹ bá wa share. Nítojú onílójúkọ nítojú àlárìn lọ o.